Borwen.
No sé, güey.
Es español.
Ya lo puedes ver por la Play, ¿ya viste?
Sí. ¿Tú a quién le vas, Raven?
¿Cuál fue mi ARF?
Ay, se me acordó.
Borwen. Ah, es ese. No, ya. No sabía.
El pico está en la World Cup.
No mames.
Sí, anda ya.
Neta.
Sí.
A la verga. ¿Cuánto le costó el...?
No, los boletos están como en 90 o 30 dólares para entrar. Pero pues ya el viaje y eso, pues es otra cosa. Voy. Voy.
Ya que he hecho malo, güey.
가장 좋은 성적을 내서 대체 선수로 뽑혀서 왔더니 이제 아시아에서 듀오 한 팀이 진출을 못해서 저희가 이제 좋은 기회를 얻게 되어서 이렇게 진출하게 되었어요. 온라인에서 상금을
Putos chinos.
받으면서 같이 경쟁하는 게 마음에 들었어요.
Caen mal,
유럽 선수들과 해보고 싶어요.
Sí, güey.
게임하기 전에 이제
¿Cómo se
계속
llama?
어떻게 게임을
Mongrel, ¿con quién va, güey?
플레이할지 생각을 하고 하는 거죠.
Sabe, güey.
그냥
Con-
연습을 최대한 시간에
No me acuerdo de él, güey.
활용하고
Ya no había jugado con él desde
최대한
hace
많이
mucho
노력을
tiempo.
하다 보면
Creo que era Mitro, ¿no?
Oh, cierto.
I mean, I can only imagine what is going through their heads
Atlantis
versus
Nitro.
taking the top spot in a week where there wasn't a qualification spot, and then having one of the most consistently best placements, then being chosen as an alternate, and finding out you're going to be competing, having a chance to represent Asia and South Korea here, and they are very good. They're known for playing aggressively, trying to find a side of a zone, box themselves up, and get some shots towards the side of the rotation. If they can get that position, don't expect them to not be dangerous, because they will make some waves, and that's the competition. Those are all the players. Those are the 100 best Fortnite players in the world, the 50 best duos, and now there's a duo in particular. We talked about it. The loudest duo when they're announced. They want to be the loudest duo when all is said and done. We have Mitro and Mongrel down on the floor. Jordan, what do they have to say?
We are all
Tienes
so
favorito,
excited to see these
Savage.
play and honestly to hear their comms. It's one of my favorite things.
Savage.
When I see these guys play now. Competing online,
Mitro.
competing online, it's two very, very different things. Obviously, what is the preparation?
El micro está bien prohibido, ¿no?
Mitro es holandés, ¿verdad?
Competing at LAN is definitely
Sí.
different. Personally, I like it more just because I like the environment, but online is easier. But I don't know, I just like LAN more.
Fair. You can't beat the energy in a stadium like this. A lot of people are really excited and stoked to be here, and especially to see you guys play. We can't
No
wait.
mames, se
Sí,
ve
vieron
acá
que,
de-
que Mongrel
güey.
dijo que si
Thank you
ganaba
so
el
much,
Mundial de la World Cup
Jordan, and
dejaba de
now
estudiar.
just those guys,
Si ganaba
they
$1 millón de
sound
dólares.
excited, but that's
Ándale,
it.
dejaba de
Enough
estudiar.
from us talking. The 50 best
No, pues yo
duos
igual.
in the world are on the stage competing for their share.
Yo no estoy estudiando y no gano nada, imagínate.
I mean, 6 games a week, winning 3 million to the top.
Just think about that. 6 games, and then we'll find out who is the best duo
Se va a
in
poner
the
bueno
world.
esto, güey. Puro voto
Hands
tryhard
down,
ahí, güey.
no question about it, the best. 6 games. We're gonna do that
Ni a
real
quién
soon.
irle, güey, la neta, güey.
¿Por qué no estás ahí, Raven?
Will be but
Ahí ya, güey.
that's
Me faltaron
it.
8
The
puntos para
pre-show
8
is
puntos,
over.
4
Enough from
puntos
us
para
up here. We'll
clasificar,
be
güey.
breaking down
Ahora
gameplay
4.
later. We're gonna toss it on inside to kick the show
Neta,
off.
güey.
You guys have
Es cierto, es un mentiroso. ¿Y con quién jugabas dúos? En allá.
Con el Million.
No, güey, cuando
No.
jugaba con Million, güey. Pero no, nunca clasifiqué con él, güey. Y consiguió
Pero en
otro
solo
vato,
sí.
güey, en una página de Facebook. En solo sí, güey. Clasifiqué nada más 2 veces.
Y así nos
Y
conociste
en
a
el final
nosotros.
de la World Cup.
Y así nos conociste a nosotros.
Simón, Simón.
Y así nos conociste a
Los
nosotros.
mejores jugadores.
Y así nos
Que
conociste a
hacen los
nosotros.
Cállate.
Ese DJ es bueno, Desde ayer andaba toque y toque. ¿A quién vas a invitar? Cámara, invítame un momento. Ah, ve. Ah, perro.
A la verga, uno para cada uno, güey. No mames.
Emilión. Ahora eso. Velo, está re excitado, ¿no? Sus manos van a terminar hechas concha. El team de Tam. Están chidas esas cosas, ¿no? Ah, el John Wick. Pero ¿por qué Keanu Reeves de repente agarró tanta popularidad?
No mames, güey, hijo de tu puta madre.
Skyshi, ¿no supiste ayer por qué te bajaron el video?
No,
¿Está por grosería?
no, por eso no fue.
¿Por gloselo? ¿Pero por qué era gloselo? Hey Raven,
¿Qué onda?
¿y por qué no habla el Million?
Si gana Mugral me tatuó una N, güey.
Aquí ando, aquí ando.
Million.
¿Qué onda, Ruiz?
Mira, si gana Tifu, me tatúo Cos Tifu. Va a ser mi primer tatuaje.
No, yo le voy mejor a Savage.
Ah, Tifu no está en dúos, Yo le voy a Savage y a Benji sobre Nitro y Mugral. Pero es su primera vez, amigos, es su primera vez. Face Mega y Face Dubs, ¿a poco no les gustan esos vatos también para que ganen? Esos vatos también están perros.
No.
Face Mega y Dubs, vato, Face Mega y Dubs clasificaron en todas, en las 5 semanas clasificaron.
Benji, 4.
Pero ellos todas es mejor que 4.
No.
A ver qué pasa, a ver qué pasa.
And the first ever Fortnite World Champion.
Aqua, el Aqua es bueno también, ese bastardo de ustedes. A nosotros no los conozco. Ah, hola, chaval,
La madre se llenó todo, güey.
Ah, leve.
No veo a Pico.
Ahí anda. Le puse que suba cosas chidas, porque no ya... A ver, ojo. Ah, sí, ya lo vi. ¿Cómo sacarán esos? O sea, se meterán a los de Fortnite a jugar y decir, hay que vernos aquí para hacer esto, ¿sí, no? Para hacer esos montajes.
Sí, digo que sí, güey.
Oh, sí. Oye, ¿y esa señal la van a sacar?
Now everyone here is excited to get to the games, and we're going to do so in a little bit. The players are gearing up and getting ready to go. You know that each and every one of you inside of this stadium,
Güey, se va a poner bueno esto, güey. Puro vato trae.
Pedro, ¿puedes invitar al Gaspi?
Meet up with your friends and enjoy some great times here in New York City.
Pedro.
And obviously our players are here to win a world
Por el
championship.
Pedro,
The good
güey.
news is we have 2 players standing by with Jordan Fisher, who are looking like they can contend for the top of the mountain.
Thank you, GB. You are a handsome man. Now, I'm going to be super honest.
Invitaría al Ghosty,
forward
pero ese
right
vato
now
vive
when I
como
say
en
that I've
un
got
rancho.
2 of my
Ahí está mi novio,
favorites
Aidan.
in this stadium right now that are
No,
competing.
el Aidan,
2 of my
¿FIFA?
favorite people to play with, 2 of my favorite
Tiene su
people
dúo,
to
ahí
play
otro
with
lado.
and
Nick
study.
Merckx
We
otra
have
vez, ¿no?
Sean and Aiden.
Ayer.
Aiden,
Pero el
one
Nick
of
Merckx
the
es malo.
dominating
Oye, pero
controller players.
ayer el Aidan se vio bien mal, En la frame pasada quedó en segundo y ahorita no hizo nada.
Mechanically skilled and gifted players in all of Fortnite.
No sé
Now,
por qué.
with this combination of one of you on a controller and one of you on
¿Quién es el
the
otro?
other,
Está
there's
bien
gotta
guapo
be some
igual.
pretty unique strategy.
Isa
that you guys
es...
can pull together. Can you
No,
talk to
let's
me a
go
little bit
to-
about that?
El
Yeah,
Lisa todavía no
our
aparece.
synergy is great.
No, pero Isa está en solo,
like
nada
you
más,
said,
¿no?
He's one of the best
Creo que
mechanical
sí, bueno,
players.
esa es la
His
verdad.
tunnels are insane. Like it's just
¿Y
insane.
por qué no han
watching him
sacado el
play.
Savage?
And just me being an aggressive
Y el
player
Benji.
and having
Sí,
good
güey.
aim, just we
Yo
really
soy al
confident
último,
in
güey, lo bueno al
what we were gonna do
último.
good.
1000%. Now, Sean, you both competed in the Pro-Am yesterday, which was a lot of fun. We all know that was a very sweaty lobby. But
¿Quién es el otro? ¿Es
your-
Ghost Zap o
your
con quién es su
your
dúo?
strategy
Oh,
going into
Ghosty.
today. Tell me how that differs from yesterday and your performance there.
Well, I think yesterday was like super fast paced.
Oh, Nico, guata, laga, utura.
But today we're gonna go for end game, play super slow, and let's hope we can kill it end game.
Fantastic. Well, we're
Es
all so excited to see you
cierto.
guys.
Ah, bien
GB, what do you have
chismoso.
for us?
Always a pleasure to hear from the Ghost duo. They're going to look to go to the top, and they very well might. I asked you guys earlier, I said, are you ready? So I'm going to ask you again, New York City, are you ready? Oh, no, I got to take the earpiece off.
Me hice un cubito, decía, güey.
Hometown, and I know we can make some noise, so I'm going to ask you one more time. Are you
Pinche Skyshi cagándose de la risa, güey.
The Fortnite World Cup Finals start now. Let's send it over to your casters. Courage and
Ese compa sí tiene la cabeza de cuando se te cae la tuxi al suelo, ¿no?
gentlemen, it is
Y
time.
de ahí abajo que son los que pagaron más.
World Cup Finals live from
¿Qué hacen
New
ella ahí
York
igual que
City.
la...?
Ah, sí, iba, está con Kovacs, güey. Es que sí le saben, compa, o sea, para los comentaristas sí está bien que sean ellos.
El Conrad ha sido comentarista de muchas veces.
Sí, pero pues Ninja también le sabe, así que... Oye, está chida la chaqueta, la hoodie.
¿Cuesta cuánto?
Oh, sí,
¿Cuánto cuesta, güey?
el Tifu MLP, está en 1100 pesos. 1100 pesos. Pero están chidas.
Chida, güey.
Ahora, esos de ahí atrás, güey. O sea, Victoria
Vivo de
10
top al 15.
puntos, 15 3,
Pero no está 25.
5, 5 7.
They earn 5 points, top 5, they earn 7 points, and finally the Victory Royale, they earn 10 points. Now
Victory
those points
Royale.
cannot stack, meaning in a game
Victory
you can only
Royale.
get a max of 10 placement points.
Vivo,
millones.
3
Hola.
millones.
Elimination, so find that good balance between
Segundo
elims and
2 millones,
placements.
no, el
Very
10,
key.
100 mil.
Here's the prize money
O sea,
breakdown in Ninja.
del 11 al
You've been
5, o sea,
involved in
los...
competitive gaming for a
No
long
inventes,
time.
del 11 al 50, 100 mil, ala. O sea, ya aunque seas el último,
Ya
100
tienen
mil.
asegurado su dinero los güeyes.
$100,000.
Settle for one
Aunque
point.
eso es al top 50, no te lleva 100.
Sí.
Güey, ya todos tienen pagado, güey, porque...
¿Sabes qué es lo peor? Que les pagaron el viaje, vato. O sea, literalmente los invitaron a ganar dinero. El de ahí es Kingstar. Ahí está Savage, ¿ves? Savage y Benji. Y atrás está así, ¿no es Kingstar y Hunter?
Ah, sí está, güey, sí está.
El Kingstar también es bueno, ¿eh? Aparte Kingstar sí ha estado en Summer, en Cataway y en Skirmish. Tiene experiencia el Kingstar.
You want to go first? No. You go first. Who for you is your
A ver si se
standout?
ponen
that you're looking to see
nerviosos,
if they can
güeyes.
take it home today?
Sí, por eso les digo.
to Mongol and Mitro. I think they're gonna definitely close it out.
Tifu
They've been,
no
really
están duos,
super
¿verdad?
interested to see how
No,
they play.
están duos,
Watching a
no.
lot of their World Cups after they've already qualified. Hands down, one of the most aggressive duos throughout, the qualifications. But are they going to do that here? Are they going to go for placement, or are they going to still W key like they've always been doing?
That's typically been their gameplay of choice. There's a look again at Mongrel and Mitro, both qualifying from Europe. You see,
Ya no han jugado últimamente, deja ver,
they
güey.
qualified. Their drop of choice was
No, porque estuvieron las de tríos y te estuvo jugando con el Benji y el Savage. Mataron a Clicks, a Tifu y al Sway.
Neta.
Sí, el Benji y el Mongrel. Mataron a entre... El Sway se tumbó a uno, creo que se tumbó al Benji o al Savage y a los demás tumbaron a los otros. ¿Quiénes son? Mr. Savage y Benji, se equivocaron, amigos, se equivocaron de persona.
Sí se equivocaron, qué pedo con esos güeyes.
They are, man. I mean, I've
Savage se engordó, qué pedo.
other online tournaments as well, and
Ve el Benji detrás de estar viendo.
Y ayer lo vimos bien concentrado haciendo ejercicio, güey.
Ah, el Savage, ¿no?
Sí. Se cuida el vato y todo para jugar.
Hasta los dedos, güey, no, con ligas y todo el pedo, güey.
Es que el Benji es
Y hasta la comida, güey, puro pinche carne, güey, todo el pedo, güey, pasta.
Es que es como futbolista, vato. O sea, sonará tonto, pero sí como que si llevas así una vida saludable y te concentras y todo, sí juegas, haces mejor las cosas.
Los gorritos también rifan, güey.
Cámara, ya cállate.
Y ya empieza el desvergue.
this is literally what I've been waiting for like 3-4
¿Cómo
months.
saben
The
culero,
best
no?
of
Que
the best, all in the
el
same
dúo,
lobby,
el primer dúo
right?
que
In
muera,
the
güey.
qualifying matches on Sunday.
Pero los primeros dos que mueren son por
Maybe
mala
like 4 or 5
suerte,
of the teams
vato.
who are actually here right now, but now this is going to be
O
all
sea, imagínate,
in
si a
the
nosotros
same
en
lobby.
públicas
Every
cuando no
single
tenemos
battle is
armas
winning.
nos
The best
matan,
players in the
imagínate
world
estos
fighting against
vatos,
winning.
nah.
I'm
Se han
excited
de
to watch the
deletear
early game
así.
when they're landing in their spots. I'm excited to
Imagínate
watch the
la
game
última
in
zona, güey, que
rotation.
de
I'm
90,
gonna be
güey.
taking notes, and you guys
A
should
la
Nah,
too.
van a quedar como unos 70 ahí de cálculo. Digo que 20 sí mueren.
We're going to be playing on siphon settings here, increased material favorite.
Y esos chinos que...
Exactly how that all works.
I'd absolutely love to. So,
Nada más
unlike normal matches, when you
terminan.
get an elimination, all right, you're going to be
Ay,
granted with 50
ay,
health, 50 shield, depending on
huele
what you're
feo
missing.
hasta acá.
And that's also going to give you 1 point as well. They also drop 50 mats
Huele a
of each
virgen.
wood, brick, and metal.
Todos
So,
ahí, ¿eh?
you know, eliminations are definitely going to pay off early
El
game. You guys can
Airwax.
stack up those materials.
Ese Airwax también ayer ganó. Es bueno. El Baton. Es el Airwax.
Y ese otro chino ahí, güey.
Ven y sabe editar, hasta el Pedro edita mejor. Velo.
Look at the lobby screen, and you know, Ninja, I was laughing with you earlier when the players were warming up earlier today because they got some
Stumpy.
games, and obviously for many of them it's their first time in a major
Hunter,
land. And they wound up
Savage.
going through and they were just sitting at the spawn island like they were right now. I mean, look at the build battles happening on
Con el
spawn island.
mando,
They're all
el
editing,
Aiden,
they're all aiming. None of them are just sitting still. The nerves running through them insane. The average age in today's tournament, 16 years old. Some of these guys are going to walk away with
Putos
$1
chinos,
million+
mátenlos,
this
puta
weekend.
madre.
At 16, what would you have spent your money on? I don't even want to know. Why don't I even ask that? Probably
16, man? Just a bunch
Se va a
of
poner bueno
candy
esto.
man. I didn't really.
so basically the same as today.
Exactly. Nothing really would change. Nothing's changed.
No,
Ya
it's
están
so
en el
much
lobby,
fun,
¿no?
man. Again, people flowing
Sí.
on into the venue. Looking at these
A ver que te
duos,
pasen el
looking
código,
at these
diles.
contested areas, right? Loot Lake has been a very hot
Para
topic.
echarnos una.
You know, Aiden had been landing
No es por código, pendejo. Es por torneo.
Cállate, Pedro, cállate.
Tilted Towers and or Neo Tilted as
Aquí sigue el Million.
where they're going to go. In your opinion, right now you play 6 games.
¿A quién le va el
You know how
Million?
detrimental it could be to your mental state if you have one where you kind of drop right off spawn
¿Sí?
and get taken out.
Yo le voy a dar.
What is your game plan here? Are you going for it? You don't care how many people land there. You just go and play your
Okay.
game.
Bueno.
No, I think
Shy
Ah,
away.
bueno.
What do you do?
Oh man, these guys have been
bueno.
practicing. They know. They know
Bueno, para
that they're
saber.
going to be contested. They know that.
¿A quién le vas, Million? No se te escuchó nada, güey.
Players are going to play exactly how they've been practicing the last 10 World Cup qualifiers.
No va a
They're gonna know
desperdiciar
exactly
su
where they
saliva
go, they're gonna
contigo,
push, they're gonna
Pedro,
push.
la verdad.
And you know they're not going to care who it's going to be. Now me, honestly, I'd like to say that that's how I play, but dude, in a situation like this,
Pobre
I think that if I
Ninja,
saw
ve esa
someone
cara de
contesting my
no
job, I'd definitely
clasifiqué.
prefer to go somewhere else.
Y mi dúo
You know,
sí.
I mean, you have won
Maldita
that game.
sea.
Getting over that, that's going to be a huge mental obstacle, right? You get knocked first. That's going to be something that you're going to be thinking about in the second game, the third game. Oh my gosh, should we change our landing spots?
No
And
es
then,
cierto.
and if you're thinking like that, it's
Pinches
over.
And
Ninja.
I keep seeing you look down. You're like
clasificó el
eagerly
pivo.
wanted to talk about this map. We have what the first map is going to be in front of us. But
no.
again,
no,
guys,
no.
there's so many exciting things going on in the world of Fortnite right now. One of the new
Nadie de
modes
Heretics,
that is actually
nadie.
going on. Prop Hunt, we watched a little bit of it
Pero
yesterday, but
Pedro
again,
está
made by
ya
Stray
está subiendo
Kite.
nivel, güey.
It's a fun little, you know, hide and go seek game almost, Ninja.
Prop Hunt is the greatest thing that Fortnite has created.
Ahora a
From
mí que me
creative.
importa
It is
un
amazing. It
pato.
is hilarious. I mean, we were literally getting like
It's
angry and like
Prop
also
Hunt.
just laughing hysterically right when we're about to, you know, make it into the incinerator and get our points. It's just so fun. I mean, you could be a toilet. You know, you want to be anything. You want to be a pink flamingo, a bus. Go for it.
Go for it.
Just go for it.
Yeah, we've had some fun games of Prop Hunt that we played. But again, right now, live in the game.
Play now.
Great Prop Hunt. A little bit different than the competitive settings. Obviously, Arena, it's been talked about, Ninja. This is the most played
I could be
qualifier
dreamed
for a
up.
tournament ever in history gaming. 40 million
¿Por qué no he visto ni a Face Mega ni a Face
down to the
Dubs?
top 200. To
No
be
los veo.
exact, 178
Falta otro de los
qualified
NRG.
players.
En NRG todos sus bastardos están en dúos y en solo.
You can't even put, like,
Menos el
your
Sim
head
de
just
Phone.
how insane
Qué
those
oso.
numbers are.
I think it's just important to show and let everyone know that, man. Just Epic continues to
Mr.
change the
Kingstar.
game. You have these qualifiers online.
¿Quiénes son?
So many of these kids
Están bailando, qué pedo.
to be here today
Ta
because they've been able to
ta
play
ta
in
ta
the comfort and
ta
safety of
ta
their
ta
homes
ta
and traveling
ta
across
ta.
the world just to qualify. So
Ahora ese.
Si estuviera ahí, güey, me hubiera estado la verga, güey.
qualifying like this. I'm just excited.
Scarlet Bell,
Twist,
Twist,
4 hours, 6
Conver,
hours. I'm ready to stay here
Conver.
all night.
Hey, I'm down to
Yuang.
I have no problem with that. I'm sure the arena is as well. We talk
El
about
Yuang.
LAN events, right? You have so much competitive experience.
A ver, esperen,
You
ahora
play so
vengo.
many across different genres. The one thing that stands out to me, though, it will never feel the exact same as it does as
Ya que empiecen los
So for these
vergazos.
guys, what are your
what are some tips that you can share you think that they should kind of take into account as they're playing, maybe on land for the first time?
We'll do what I always
No
tell
mames,
people
güey,
when they're
creo que hay
saying,
más gordos que
tournament, any advice,
esbeltos,
right?
güey, ahí.
Do exactly what you do at home, all right? If you wear
Ya no me
socks
siento mal,
and you
güey,
do
me
no
estoy
shoes
poniendo
at home,
gordito
that's what you're
también,
gonna do.
güey,
If you don't wear any
gracias
socks at all, or you wear sandals, you wear that. If you wear nothing but sweats and PJs when you're gaming and practicing, that's exactly what you should be wearing right now when you're competing, right?
Yep.
Don't try to change anything up. Drink what you normally drink before the games, water, energy drinks, whatever the case may be, or eat what you're gonna eat. Do not change anything up. It's very important to get in that mental state of what you do and how you've been practicing the entire time at home.
I've even heard of stuff as far as like don't change your sleep schedule and what you're gonna do for this. Like literally take it like it normally is. Now, again, we talk about how there's $30 million on the line of the Fortnite World Cup finals across today and tomorrow, but there's already been $3 million in prize money given away this weekend. That happened yesterday at the Creative World Cup finals. Let's take a look.
Esa puta bandera de qué es, güey.
Plays, and we're here in the player lounge right now, joined by the winners of the Creative World Cup. First of all, congratulations.
Pensé que era la de Dinamarca, pero la de Dinamarca es con la raya azul, no blanca. Digo, es blanca, no azul.
Now, Tyler, did you ever believe that you guys would secure the position here today?
Pero creo que esa bandera es de donde viene el Savage, ¿no?
We're the most stacked team. There was no competition.
Yeah,
This one, the last map was a death
Savage,
zone.
¿dónde
We had
es?
that in the bag. We got some good players here. I knew Zan would clutch up and.
No, güey.
Ah, creo que es Escocia, güey.
Escocia,
Para creativo, y eso
Ah,
ya
no,
está
no, no es Escocia. Es que Escocia está a un lado de Inglaterra, pero no.
Hay algunas cosas.
Eric, ¿de dónde es Mr. Savage?
Mr. Savage es de Gran Bretaña, de UK. No, de dónde es el Rubius, son del mismo lugar.
Noruega.
Noruega.
Ah, sí.
Ah, es de Noruega, güey. Es la bandera de Noruega.
Sí.
But I want to go down the line and see what each of you guys plan on doing with that prize.
I'll probably end up like saving most of the money, maybe like some investments.
He's 18, and he just won $336,000. What are you gonna do with the prize?
Rent? Rent. Yeah, I think rent. I'm gonna be responsible. I'm gonna save my money.
I am gonna be responsible and probably just invest most of it and try.
Ahora puto Roy sacando la
All right,
lengua, no
guys,
mames.
congratulations again. Absolutely outstanding job. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I cannot wait to see what the future of Creative Fortnite looks like.
The Creative World Cup Finals, so much fun yesterday. Again, congratulations to Scissors and his team. $1.3 million won. I'm going to address the elephant in the room here, and it's not Tim the Tabman. You
Puro chamaquito pedorro,
Tyler. That's correct. Exactly happened here.
That's correct. No, we got 4th place, but you know the crew that I picked out, man, Pal, Taco,
Puro chamaquito nalgasmeadas.
kids, man. I mean, I think, and I also got to meet a lot of the creators, the ones who developed a lot of the maps, and just a lot of passion from these guys, man. And you know, I was really happy that I was able to, not even me, together as a unit, we pulled in, you know, 300 or 295,000 as a team. Dude. I mean, little whips, man. You know, we were just killing it, little ice creams. But that event was so incredible, and just another thing that kind of came out of nowhere again. That Epic changed the game with creative. You know what I mean? It kind of popped up out of nowhere. All these people, so many people. There were hundreds of people here because of creative.
Yeah. And again, I know I talked to Scissors about it.
Aparte de lo que ganaron ayer, les están pagando por comentar. Qué pedo.
Oye, pero no, lo de ayer es de donación, ya entendí. O sea, haz de cuenta, wherever, los $250,000 que ganaron, todo se dona.
No, pero en creativo, güey.
Ah, en creativo, bueno, sí, Ninja sí se llevó de creativo.
Pero sí, de whatever sí ya vi, güey, que puso una
Ah, va a donar, va a lavar dinero.
We totally should. We should get a massive content creation squad and just go into that. It'd be the most funny thing in the world. Look, I mean, there's nothing greater when you're a little teddy bear and you're just walking around like trying to make it in. It's amazing, man.
Listen, it's all fun and games here. Obviously, the theme of this weekend. Things going on outside of the fan festival. There's also the battle.
No, pero la neta me gustaría que
everyone here has got tickets, has the commitment.
Que alguien le invirtiera a un equipo, si no de mexicanos, sí de latinos, ¿sabes? O sea, porque todos se quieren ir a Heretics porque pues está chido, ¿sabes?
place to have this major
Quita tus
event.
gritos,
You see again, the
Pedro.
crowd continuing to fill
No soy
in.
yo.
Just getting some final
¿Cómo
things
no?
set
¿Quién
up for the
empezó a
games. We
gritar?
get it all launched for you, but trust me,
Es
we're
el
all awaiting
Garlico.
the start as well. So
¿Quién?
many organizations represented throughout the weekend, and I have just received the word that we want, Ninja. The game is ready to go.
I'm ready to
Ah, no, es Pedro.
Who's it gonna be, guys? All right, I want you guys to scream out your favorite duos right now.
Ya,
Make some
Pedro.
noise.
Who do you think's gonna win tonight?
Todavía no empieza, puta
Ya
madre.
empezó, ya empezó.
It's gibberish.
Hasta ya.
None of it makes
I
sense.
think I hear Mongrel,
5, 4.
Ahí va.
Tú vas adelantado, pinche Riven.
Ya cállense, perros.
The Fortnite World Cup
Ahora cállense, aquí comentamos, Renan. Comenta, ¿a poco sabes inglés?
begins right now.
No, güey, pero pues para escuchar, güey.
Yo te comento acá, chido.
This is gonna be
Mira,
intense.
ahí están los 100
There's nothing
bastardos.
more
Putos chinos pendejos, neta me cagan los huevos,
initial
güey.
launch.
Ayer el Yeti mató.
Boss, man, you're flying. Someone's gonna die.
Mató a dos chinos el Yelty ayer y se burló de ellos.
Yep. You don't want to be the
Eso
first.
es
Les
bueno.
bailó y todo. Simón.
I mean, literally, I knocked him like, you know.
Sí, con el gesto del dinosaurio.
pro him, and that was just
Y
amazing.
literal los humilló, güey.
Benji.
Ahí está el Benji, ahí está el Benji, ojito. Ah, trae mi skin, el perro. De seguro usa el código de creador Ruiz Player.
No mames, güey, les va a caer gente, güey, les van a caer los dudos.
No, pero esa es su zona. Esos vatos siempre
Mira
caen
la
ahí. Se
sombrilla
los-
dorada, qué pedo,
Ojo,
güey.
ojo. Ya mataron al primero, 7 Ask, 7. Pobre idiota. El primer muerto en la World Cup.
I mean, I think right now they're just going to be trying to hear exactly where these guys are, footsteps, any type of information they can pass off.
Y ya acabó su ilusión.
They've been practicing this landing. I'm
Nada
pretty
más,
sure
sí, está.
Ah, ahí está
No,
Savage
tienen
y
uno.
Benji.
from EU, so they were before NA qualifiers.
Fácil, fácil,
Las que
papá.
juegan, las que juegan, ¿no?
They don't always land on top
¿Cómo?
of one another, and you're honestly at a
Juegan 6
disadvantage
partidas,
if you
¿no?
land in
No,
the
nada
same
más.
house
No sé.
because you're gonna be getting
Creo
left
que
Ayer
sí,
jugaron
güey,
4 en la
seis
Prime.
just getting shotguns and
Ajá,
things
ya
like
fueron
that.
4 en la Prime.
I'm just interested to see how they're gonna play
Creo que
this
aquí
out.
son
Are they
6,
going to
güey.
be aggressive? Are they
Sí,
gonna
algo
back
así
down?
escuché, 6 a 5.
The first zone has
Benji ya trae escudos, estos idiotas no.
side zone, so anyone in Happy Hamlet not safe.
No habla el ojete.
Paradise Palms, Lucky Landing, all not safe.
No sé quién es.
Keep an eye on this fight. 98 players
Ah, es de
remaining
Atlantis.
in this game.
Puto
Now we
pendejo.
mentioned the increase
Es de
in cheer
Atlantis el
quality
vato.
right now, so you're hitting a couple trees, you're getting
A la madre.
Hola, hola.
Hola, güey.
middle of the map here, a dusty divot, and it looks like Landjock and Punisher go out very, very early in this first game to Tetra and on the flip side, the
¿Ese es
new
entrenamiento, güey, o qué pedo, güey?
No,
saben
güey,
los
es-
puntos.
Estas ya son ya.
No saben los
No
puntos.
parece.
Ah, eso sí es
So
cierto, güey, está
detrimental. You
en los
have to be
puntos.
very, very, very
¿Tú qué sabes, Pedro?
particular with how many mats you're going to use when you're trying to ramp rush somebody, because if you make it there and they shoot you out and you have no mats,
Yep.
I mean, you're left with literally nothing to protect yourself with.
And look at the advantage that you now have. Tetra hasn't found any shields, but because 2 eliminations come on through, he gets both. That's 50 shield per elim, putting him at max HP, and now he can completely change how he takes this fight. It's not like the normal games where you're still stuck at 100 health and you might second guess what you want to do. You might play a little more passively. No, because of those early elims, they now have
Cayeron un buen en el centro, ¿eh? Nadie cayó en las pirámides, así como nosotros.
pushing towards that top dusty
Creo que no,
inside
no
of
sé, la verdad.
XXM and Mend, and now they're sitting pretty. Divot all to themselves. They've got metal galore here as well as wood.
Lleva 2 muertitos, ese es bueno, ¿eh?
Yeah, definitely going to be lacking stone. They can get a 500 metal, which is going to be their most valuable asset here, landing in Dusty. What I'm just interested to see is,
No mames,
you know,
puta
they have
sensibilidad que
rotation
utilizan,
that
güey.
looking over there, so hopefully they find
Están los
something that's gonna
chinos.
help them
Ah, no,
rotate. There are
japoneses.
no balls that spawn in Dusty.
Es lo mismo.
Ballers, it's going to be very difficult to make it to the late game if you guys don't have some.
Ojo.
Puto gordo toto, güey, no mames.
Ni siquiera ven, güey.
No,
No
ya,
mames.
ni de edad.
No sé qué hacen ahí, güey.
Light HP are in a tough spot, and there it is.
Van con los ojos cerrados.
This duo, Bell, get the quick elimination on the Brush. That's going to push back Brush's duo into
Ay,
Fatal
neta me
Fields and
dan
try to
asco,
hide for
güey.
a brief moment. Another rough start right there. So much stone in Fatal Fields. I feel like Fatal Fields is a underrated landing spot.
I think you can get everything at Fatal Fields. You definitely get wood and brick very quickly.
Y luego su
and,
pinche
the
cabello de
metal that you
honguito,
can,
güey, no
you can gather,
mames.
a bunch of cars, things like that. Some tractors there in the sticks. But listen, man, I'm really curious as to why they're not pushing Sizz.
Well, it's kind of a double. It's a double-edged sword too, because yes, Sizz is by himself, but we've all experienced how easily you can hide in that brush there in the cornfields. And Sizz Lucky, these top players who land Fatal Fields, know how to actually
Pues
navigate
solo se han muerto 3 personas.
without breaking the corn. So
I need to break the corner.
Como 3,
I'm
7.
not good enough to know, but there's a
Ah,
certain
caray.
path you can go on, and Sizlucky will actually
3
be able to go
equipos.
back and pick up
Okay,
Rush's
va.
cards. So this is key.
Son los que han
People
muerto, pero
advance,
7
remember,
personas son los
when
que
you
han
get
muerto.
brought back, you only had 100 HP and a common pistol. That will bring a lot of attention over. If you are Scarlet and Bell, are you sprint back over that fight? I think so.
Ojo, ojo. Otro chino. Vámonos, no inventes, los chinos están como la Candy, está dominando el mundo. Candy está feo. A ver.
Uy,
Ojo,
valió
ojo.
otro chino.
Adiós al chino. No, sí se lo focuseó, el otro se vio chavo. No, el Yu Wang tiene está ahí full. ¿Ese dónde es? ¿Es TSM?
¿Ya mataron al mexicano?
No sé. Ey, el Yu Wang está...
Mande.
El Yu Wang está
¿Cómo se
reviviendo a
llamaba el
Jungli.
mexicano?
No sé, güey, no sé cómo se llama.
No, amigo, ya lo revivió.
Bro, ojo, ojo.
Sí, lo
Esa escopeta está bien
revivieron.
fea, güey.
Es que eres tonto, es que eres tonto.
Some solid damage done, but Yuang dropped down to 59 HP, but with that elimination, will bump back up to over 100. Very, very close right there, Ninja, with the drum shotgun.
Very important is checking out the storm right now. A lot of these players, there's a lot. You guys can't see the screen.
Vale, ¿quién está?
Outside, they're gonna have to start.
Scarlet nivel.
And this is actually where a lot of very
Son los chinos, güey.
¿Por qué graban a los chinos? ¿Qué? O sea, ¿qué tienen de interesante aparte de que son iguales? ¿Quiénes son? El Night Hill, el Night Hill. ¿Los dos Night Hill y Funk son de Face o Funk es de otro?
Creo que Face Funk sí, también es de Face, güey.
Ojito, ojito.
Ahora ese güey, qué pedo, güey.
Está volando, déjalo. ¿Y quién tienen arriba?
What are maybe some little tips and tricks for players at home who like to land here?
Yeah, all right, so there's if you go on the boat, on the ship, every
Sí, también es Face.
is like worth 200 wood, so you definitely want to go for those and easily get max.
Esa morra creo que también nada más lo tienen puros pros, güey.
Sí. Sí, igual es exclusive, ¿no? Ahora, velo.
No han matado a Mongra, ni nos hemos dado cuenta, güey.
No, no lo han matado, yo estoy al pendiente, amigo.
Quiero ver a Mongra, dice de su puta madre, esos güeyes me dan un Aquí lo que va a pasar van a ser la falta de más, güey.
46 dúos, son bastantes.
You probably have never experienced Storm Surge in a normal game, but it is very common in competitive because everyone wants to last until late game, earn those extra points, and wind up getting those plays and points that come on through. Watching Ludwig and Quexy right now, it's so scrappy, Ninja. It's not your normal game where you get to loot up and freely grab everything you
Lo
want.
acabas de inventar, ¿verdad?
Look at the inventory.
No, güey.
Heavy assault rifle, 2 heavy bullets.
Yeah, I mean, people are not going to be able to.
Y si de allá va solito.
Normally, I mean, you have every single spot is definitely going to be contested or have talented
Ojo.
players who are
Miren los
strong,
chinos,
who
güey.
gotta be constantly worried about getting sniped from
Están en todos lados los perros esos.
2 seconds and caught off guard.
Pero ¿cuántos chinos hay? ¿Cuántos clasificaron? Era uno por semana y creo que hubo 2 semanas en las que no podían clasificar. Es que nomás hay 3 dúos. 3 dúos chinos. Ya viste, Pedro pica en el mismo árbol sin enojarse, no como tú. Se lo comparten.
Güey, pero qué pedo con su sensibilidad, güey. Apenas mueven el ratón y a la verga, güey. Ya vieron a... Ahorita que me está platicando bien de Skyshi, Mr. Savage, que pasa de verga con su sensibilidad.
Sí, es que es diferente. El Mr. Savage la tiene bien alta y el Mongrel bien baja.
throughout this weekend. And so
Pero como puedes mover tu mano, ¡holo! ¡Ojo! ¡Ojo!
Of the second zone.
A ver.
And honestly, just kind of pray that
A ver,
the
ojito.
circle's going to continue to rotate in your favor.
Mira.
I mean, I'm still looking at a lot of these guys' inventories. One guy just gets knocked in front of
No, adiós, lo dejó solo el ojete.
There's not a lot of rotation items. I haven't seen a lot of shockwave grenades. I haven't seen a
¿Tiene
lot of
ahí?
shadow bombs.
¿Lo
I don't see any
pushean?
launch pads in anyone's inventory. Yeah. It's going to be such a... Like, the rotations late game are going to be nuts. People are going to get lasered out of the sky.
No, está jodido,
Now all by himself in a 1 versus 2 as his teammate did go down.
Está jodido. ¡Órale, Lolito!
Still quite healthy between the two of them. Over 140 HP for both of them.
Adelgazó el perro.
Slow ground trying to spray out the opponent and look at the material
¿Quién
count
es?
for Volks.
Ese no sabe que sepa jugar, velo, se mueve bien. Bot.
It does look like Letwick just kind of ran away, but I don't believe Letwick was able to grab his teammates' reboot card. So we'll basically be by
No lleva fusil. Trae su fusil y trae esa cosa.
Se clasificó campeón. ¿No?
There's the storm surge warning. These guys are 106 above it. You guys can see that, which means that
Uy, mataron a Nikov.
less than them.
Nikov ya sí lo conozco.
Currently below threshold, and they are going to need to hit some people, deal some damage.
Papi.
And that's
Ah, no,
actually the
Parpi.
beauty of storm surge.
Hola, ahí está el Clicks.
You want people kind of just lingering around in their 1-by-1s, praying that the circle moves to them. You're gonna see some fights
Es
that are gonna
el
be forced to
trío
break out because players
de
need to get
Tifo,
above
¿no?
that, or they're gonna die.
El Tifo y su Ace.
Now moving towards the dusty
¿Clicks también están solos?
diner. You see Clicks.
¿Ese es el Clicks?
Yeah, the radiant duo from NA East, and you just said yourself, I didn't even know you could farm this.
You could get down there.
This is the beauty of it, right? These are the top players in the world showing off the little things that they know that really no one else can pick up on. Many teams are
Septic
stacking
también es
here,
bueno,
as
su
there's
dúo.
so many materials to be farmed
cool.
up, and for a lot of players, Ninja, once they get max, they don't just stop
¿Qué
there. They
pedo con el
keep farming to have an
Savage?
excess for more if they need to expend a
No
lot of
sé.
materials quickly. On the bottom right of your screen, you see a fight going down in Salty Springs. A lot of grenades being thrown right there.
En 83 todavía, güey.
Serpent Hype and a pretty decent spot. You think that you guys can look on the minimap that we're staring at.
¿En qué círculo van? ¿Es el segundo?
Team is now in the safe zone. Everyone is
Sí,
safe
güey.
in the next circle. It is moving in.
Otro chino.
Double head
Ojo.
sniper is in play.
Ah, traen doble.
A heavy sniper will
Traen
take out
doble
a metal
heavy.
wall. It'll take out pretty much anything. Does 1,500
Métete,
damage
métete.
structures. So if you have two teammates who have double
Lando
head
Lobe,
snipers, they
sniper.
can see a team line up a shot of somebody
Hola.
hiding 1-by-1
Ojo.
and be able to take them out.
And that changes the game completely. Once you hear
No
double
se va de
heading,
ahí,
you
¿por
can
qué no se
no
va?
longer sit still ever.
Yo
Or if you
estaría en
know
la
where they're
lobby.
at, you have to make sure you have at least 2 walls of cover on that side to protect you from the inevitable double snipe. And when we say double snipe, it's as far as
traen
1,
boloncho, los
2,
jotos.
3, shoot. And they both fire at the same time and catch
No
you off
time
guard.
to react. There's absolutely zero time to react. And one thing you guys we've talked about are the rotation items. We got 6 shadows for this guy, and they have a baller. So there's 6
Ay, perdón.
These guys are in a great spot.
Absolutely. And you see the zone did just update towards the northern side of this current
Yo quiero
storm.
ver a
Storm surge
Savage.
is now in play, so
No,
players
mataron a
beginning to drop.
Aidan, güey.
80
Puta
players in total
madre.
in this game. They will
Pobre
just
Aidan.
rotate on out of here. Hype
Kingstar,
Surfer,
Kingstar
don't want to
mató a
fight another.
Aidan, no inventes.
That's Jay, now quite weak. With Storm Surge beginning to tick in, Quentin and Lanouf now having to push a fight as Storm Surge
Oh,
is
amigo
affecting them
Aidan.
as well.
Fuck.
And you see it just kind of smites them down from the
Ah,
heavens,
ese
and there
está
they
jodidísimo,
go,
güey.
getting dropped by Storm Surge. Unfortunate for them, but again, with not enough damage done, they do fall below that threshold.
Jeez, man, Storm Surge really does just force people into some pretty tricky situations. But again, man, it just goes to show a lot of aggressiveness is going to pay off for teams, man. You don't want to be put in that situation where
¿Qué pedo con Mitri Mongrel?
maybe a duo that's better than you in combat. You know what I
Está...
mean?
¿A poco mataron a Airwax?
Was that Reaper? They just went down.
Airwax and
Hunter, lo
Nikov
mató
are
Hunter.
winners. Well, Airwax at least
Pobrecito
are back-to-back
Airwax.
winner of the Pro-Am.
Ese es el que dije que iba a ganar.
Airwax double qualified as
Ayer,
well.
ayer quedaron primero, ¿no?
First game
La
for them,
Prime.
as they do go out quite
Igual a
early
Prime
on.
que se jugó hace un mes,
71
igual
players
ganó.
left in this game, 38 duos. Again, it's a slow crawl as everyone begins to drop. Have you ever seen anything like this in competitive?
No, I think that the only time that we saw numbers like this were when the circles they didn't really chunk that much and they were more centralized.
Hunter y Kingstar.
So really no one had to
Mr.
rotate
Savage
that
y
much.
Benji están al lado.
So now that these circles
Uf.
are really just kind of moving around the map, you can't really predict them. I mean, you're getting these players who have, again, the great aim and they're just beaming.
Ojo que el Kingstar mató a Leida.
So many people coming from the south right now.
Mongrel y Mitro están ahí en la
Sí,
montaña.
están abajo.
Solid aim.
Ah, arriba de la montaña, güey.
Ya los vi, ya los vi. No, amigo. Lo van a deletear. Ay.
He sees a lot of, look at
Se
Harley,
salvó el hijo de
trying to
su
figure out
puta
right now where's he
madre.
gonna land. Look at all these
Ve ese
people
pinche
who are already
ladrillo tan
boxed out, already
hermoso.
creating these tunnels.
El
More
pico
shots
también está
coming down.
padre.
And he's gonna
Uy,
be able to
adiós.
make grenades.
Estas cámaras bien feas del Fortnite, te digo, no te pudieron divertir tantito, vato. Zap, Side, ahí está el Side y el Zap, esos vatos también son buenos. El Side igual es de NRG, el de Benji y el Savage.
Otro puto chino, me lleva la puta madre.
Ese no es chino, el Eclipse no es chino, ¿sí?
Güey.
No se ve chino.
Mira, está Ronaldo.
Ahí estamos, hombre.
No mames, el Mitro tiene mi hijo lindísimo, güey. El Mitro lo van a matar, güey.
Ah, ¿por qué se ve así? Ah, pero ya lo curó.
All right, spray guns are, you know, anything like to an SMG, tactical assault rifle, SCAR, anything like that. You know, we've got to have
Aquí hasta la mínima casa, güey, es importante para ellos, güey.
¿Por qué se ve así?
No capta todos los FPS, güey. La cámara.
Yep, and material-wise, look at that, 135 total builds. They're in a fantastic position to make some noise in game number 1. We'll definitely keep up to date with them. The slipstream slowly inching towards where it begins to shut down Ninja, but with so many slipstreams still available in this current zone, a lot of players are going to use that to rotate on in freely without using pads.
Ahí está el Ronaldo.
There's your whole map right there. The eastern side of the zone. None of these players really going to be into play. They're going to have to inch a little bit more towards Loot Lake if they want to be safe.
Some of the best, I mean, look, these are the best players in the world, and look how close they are to one another, man. I'm so excited when they actually have to force into these fights. The Storm's going to start pushing them.
Hola.
I'm sorry, man, I just can't, man. You guys notice also, Stinks, man, these players are so talented. It's going to be so hard to spray through their walls and actually deal damage to them. So you need things like grenades, like Stinks, right? Little fart bombs is what I like to call them. To
This is
force
Ghost.
people out of their one-by-ones and try to keep them as they're rotating away and trying to build new one-by-ones to dodge the Stinks.
You see the Stinks.
Más, se murió Mongra.
No, adiós, Mongra.
Mitro
está arriba. No, se lo humearon. El Nick se lo humeó. A ver el Mitro.
Storm Surge has begun to kick on in.
Puta madre.
12 damage below. Will have
Se lo
to
humearon,
get shots
ojete,
down
¿viste?
range. The zone pushing as well. So in this position, with the zone at their back, Mitro's goal, spray players have to push from the zone. They have one way they can go. They can't afford to take storm damage. They've got to push right out of it. Mitro knows that. Down begins the fire. Dubs just below as well. One of the players who qualified multiple times through solos and then once in duos.
They also have some great rotation. 2 ballers still intact.
Ala, ese es Dubs.
You just mentioned all these players who are going to
Sí.
be rotating in, being forced to
Hace motocross, el Dubs.
Very little ammo though. Look, these are the last 9 assault rifle shots in Dubs' inventory.
Ya no trae balas.
Scrappy, folks. There's the split. Still only 80, meaning combined between the two.
No las gastes.
50 shots to work with. The zone still pushing. 61 players left. Reminder, folks, this is game number 1 of 6 today.
No.
Igual mataron al Mongral así, güey.
Adiós. Adiós, Dobbs. Falta el Mega. No, ahorita no te van a dejar de pushear, hermano.
Gonna go for the pop there. He's got
Storm Surge on.
Trying to be aggressive. Oh, he's
Hola.
still below, right? He's gonna need to
Hola.
be aggressive. He won't even have time to revive his teammate.
Ojo, ojo, el Mega.
His teammate got finished actually, so
No, adiós, hermano.
Estás haciendo daño a la zona, güey.
Pero, ¿cómo?
barely keeping him alive.
Ese sí me pasó a mí con el pico, güey. Cuando quedó un putero de gente, güey. Y no es nada de daño, güey. Ni una kill, ni daño, ni nada, güey. Te mata la zona, güey. Tienes que huevo hacer daño. No sé, güey. Así me pasó con...
Que no estés campeando.
La partida. Exacto, güey. Sí, para que no estés campeando, güey.
Looking to try to secure the title of Fortnite World Champion. No more Dubs. The duo
Still okay,
down.
so now finally above, and guess what? The most important thing to realize, guys, look at that rotation. Yes, he's alone. Yes, his teammate's down. But he has
Morrillo juega como acostado, güey.
to not only make it to late game, but maybe even clutch this win.
Que con la escopeta ese vato.
Got the combat shotgun, one of the greatest shotguns to have late game. Does incredible damage, long range and close range. And all the guys, the circle just rotated now into the storm. Massive
el Savage todavía.
needs to be covered.
This
And this
Storm
is it.
Surge is insane.
Este
It's
Savage
still
con
going
una
on.
Benji.
Finally taken out 52
Yo sí lo vi,
players
pero creo que
left.
trae poca vida.
And this is where things are about to get
Zap
serious, guys.
mató a alguien.
Drops some
Dios.
ammo right there for his
Dios,
teammate.
Zap.
Inclusion and
Sí, güey,
Thomas
50 en esa
set
minizona,
the
güey.
infantry rifle, one of your favorite weapons, Ninja. What is so good about that assault rifle?
It 100% rewards pinpoint accurate players, right? There's no bloom necessary. Your marker, your aim is right on their head. Boom. You're gonna
Mr. Savage mató a alguien.
80 points of damage. And there's
Bien,
now the
Savage, bien, no me defraudes,
Legendary and the Epic have 10 shots instead of 8. So I mean, it just packs a punch, man. It can really catch players off guard, and that's exactly what you're going to need when you're playing against these top players who
¿Y eso es por qué no los mata la zona?
protect themselves when they get shot.
Folks, there are
Llevan una kill, güey.
45 players left in this very, very small zone. We are now on our 6th storm.
Ronaldo mató a alguien más.
And players will frantically have to go across the map. Zayt and Saf right now
Para
discussing
derrotar, amigo.
pulling up their map, looking
Hola.
exactly where they have to go. 44 left in this one. We already got
Savage,
people
no veo a
using
Benji, güey,
shotgun
no veo a
phase,
Benji.
guys. Very far
Ahí
Ahí
está
está
Benji,
con él.
al lado de Savage.
So this is actually going to move very quickly.
Ahí
These
va,
people
güey.
are going to potentially get stuck
¿Quién
on
está
the
ahí?
edge of the
Está
building.
jodidísimo.
It's going to be nuts. And who's going to try to
Face
take the
Mega
high
y
ground?
está
Because
Night
as this
Hill.
first circle goes, this is where people start to only try to use the
Ah,
high ground.
mierda.
We know high ground is everything in competitive Fortnite.
Ronaldo.
Everyone frantically moving away from the common enemy of everyone, which is that storm circle. Macwood taking zone damage. Daedra as well. King slowly bouncing on through with the shadow bomb and does land. Yes, but taking no storm damage, just playing right on the edge of it. Yeah, right on the edge of the zone right now.
Ese güey es invisible.
Anda invisible, güey.
Benji mató a alguien.
There's 36 players remaining. Stompy in the elimination feed. Arkram now goes down as well. You can see the elimination feed on the top left to keep track of your favorite players. There's so much is going on. This is what
Mató
tunneling
otro.
is. When you hear
Mega
players,
mató a Stumpy.
players mention
Y
tunneling,
en de
this
los
is right
muer.
here. You move
Ya mataron a Night Hill.
tunnel array and give yourself cover, but not a
Stumpy
lot of
es de
materials left.
TSM, ¿no?
Only 22
Ajá.
builds, and this zone is stacked. But look who's on the high
Ah, no,
ground.
man.
It's Mr. Savage and Benji Fishing.
Tiene el high ground esos güeyes.
Good for you, all right. I have to owe you a bet there, man.
Bien.
All right. Mongo, unfortunately,
Uy, los tumbaron.
Me han contado las perras, güey.
left and right being eliminated.
Puta madre.
Or Savage just using another
Oh,
shot.
güey.
They already
Mitro
had
sigue
high
con
ground,
vida,
though.
güey, a huevo.
The question is, are people going to try to take
Híjole, al
it?
Savage
Will
lo
they
dejaron
really
tocadillo.
want a chance to win
No veo a
this?
Benji.
You're gonna have to try to take the high ground off
El
the
Benji
edge.
ahí.
No, vamos a dejar la fauna, güey. Vamos, le vamos a meter la
Ah,
fauna.
lo mató en el aire, güey.
Oh, no, güey, sobrevivió, güey.
El Savage mató a alguien.
Lo mató en el aire, güey, ¿no viste?
Sí, sí, sí.
Benji sigue ahí, güey, qué pedo.
Ahí está arriba. Pues es el Benji. ¿Qué pasó, hermano?
No, verga.
Uy, no, se le deletearon ojete al Savage. Vato, literalmente vi su cámara y se lo focusearon como en 3 segundos. No te da tiempo ni de cubrirte. Ya se emperró el Benji. ¡Hola, chaval!
They're only using their shadows. I think he has one build left. That's it. That's
No,
all he
porque
has.
se bajó, güey.
He's got 10 total builds.
10 total builds.
He's just trying to outlast as many players as possible. Remember these placement points. We've made it into our top 10 duos. Now into our
Consigue
top
Nitro,
8.
güey, no
Zayt
mames,
and
no mames.
Saf now.
Es que Mitro sí es bueno, vato.
Now on the high ground.
Zayt y Zap tienen high, tienen buena vida.
This has a Zayt
Ojito,
and Saf win. written
Mitro.
all
Benji,
over
güey,
it.
es el que tiene
Mitro,
poca vida, güey.
Mongrel's duo.
Ahí está Face
Was all by
Mega.
himself and very early on, still alive in this one. 40R Storm now getting beamed. Can the North
Benji
American
está
duo
jodido
of Zayt
también.
and Saf
Benji,
close this
venga,
out,
empújate.
raining down fire from up top. You see the frantic builds coming in.
No,
Benji
adiós.
Fishing
Benji
goes
Saf,
down.
no mames, tiene toda la vida,
Mitro
güey.
and
Lo
Storm
mató el
on the
Mega,
low
¿no?
ground. Shots still coming on in. Zayt and Saf
Mitro y
just
Mega,
sitting
Mitro y Mega,
ready.
ojo. Mitro mató a Mega.
Mitro tries to get it
No,
done.
ya ganaron estos dos puñetas.
2 versus 1.
Los chinos, güey.
Game number 1. Yes, they will.
No, no
Ah,
son
son
los
de,
chinos,
igual
aunque
de-
sea.
son del NRG, te digo. El site es igual. Compa del Savage.
Make up 5 limbs plus 10 placement points. That's going to be 15 points. Game 1.
Talk about a monster game number 1. You saw the immediate reaction. They know how key that was.
Ojo.
And I've watched so many games of competitive Fortnite, Ninja. They were the only duo left with still like 18 players remaining. When they get the high ground like that, they send one player down to get close. Scarlet was already weak, and there's just no shot. In the end, the veteran players of Zayt and Saf take game number 1. And you know, Ninja, that was a big topic of conversation. Players
Mitro
with
mató a
LAN
Mega,
experience
Scarlet a
been around
Mitro.
the Fortnite competitive scene at these major events for a long time. Will they let the nerves get to them? Guess what? The answer is no. Zayt and Saf take game number 1.
Kept their composure. It was absolutely incredible to watch, man. And seriously, these guys have been absolutely dominant in the World Cup qualifiers online. and it's only fair that they continue to show their dominance here at the actual World Cup stage.
Sí, la verdad me gustaría estar ahí, pero ya ni modo.
But the fact that they made it through those storm surges, even with them not getting very aggressive, they
Sí,
had
diciendo
zero
que
lives
puede calentar,
down to those
güey.
final few moments. Mr.
No
Savage
sé,
and
no lo
Ninja,
sé,
we should be
amigo.
able to talk about them for a second as well. The European young duo,
No,
they
porque
were
ya
on
dijeron
the
los
high
puntos,
ground.
¿no?
It's
Dijeron
looking
cuántos
good,
puntos
Ninja, but
tenía.
so many
Pero
players
no apareció
focusing
nadie
them, the
abajo, güey.
shockwave grenades as well, and they had no
Ya vieron
clue.
que si iban a, o sea, ahí en Nueva York les daban un boletito con el pase de batalla 10 gratis, 2000 pavos y una pintura.
Sí.
O sea, sí van ahí como que como espectadores.
Ajá.
O sea que el pico ya lo tiene.
Ajá.
What a sigh of relief for those two.
Incredible first game, and we're only just getting started.
We're only just getting started. Remember, 6 games being played today in the duos competition, in which $15 million will be rewarded. Tomorrow, we do it all over again, except with solos. So you want to stay glued to the streams here for the Fortnite World Cup.
En la de solos también está Mega Dubs, ahí está el
Use the
tipo.
hashtag Fortnite World Cup. Get involved in the conversation.
Ah, pobre
Send
Aidan,
Ninja and
se
I
lo
your
jodieron
thoughts
luego,
after game
luego.
number 1. Who surprised you? What are you looking forward to in games 2 through 6? For me, other things I noticed, man, you've got to be on your A game. When it comes down to taking note of where you are with the storm surge, those were longer storm surges that have lasted than I've ever seen before.
I've honestly never seen Storm Surge affect the game so much.
Yep.
Because here we are having 80 people left after the second circle. So you know what I mean? Like, and these guys, they're not going to let you hit them. You know what I mean? And if you want to put shots on these guys, it's going to be when they're flying in the air, rotating, which you also expose yourself to a sniper shot. You know,
absolutely.
High risk, high reward, man. Right?
It's
Let's see how these guys change. I wonder if the guys who did get hurt a lot by the Storm Surge, are they going to make changes in the second game? Are they going to be a little bit more aggressive and trying to deal some damage as they rotate? That's what I want to know.
That's a great way to think of it. I know there were so many people that want to give their thoughts on these games, but over at Unreal Island, we've got our very own Sundown with his thoughts on Game 1.
Thank you so much, Courage and Ninja. In the first match of the duos competition is over, and the Victor Royale's experience wins out. We talked about Energy Zate and Ghost Saf and how they've been playing so long together, and that endgame was a prime example of textbook Zate and Saf. We're gonna re-roll it one more time, and we're gonna break down kind of how they were able to keep the control. Now pay attention right away. You can see on the backside, Saf has one angle while Zate is going forward, and they're moving back over the tarps they've already established. But the angles they take make sure they're covering everything. They hear the shots below, they're putting the fire down towards them, and Scarlet is able to pick up Miko, but doesn't have to enough to get out. Zate and Saf, 5 eliminations, Victory Royale, 15 points, showing that their competitive experience, their experience on stage and at major land events is winning out right now. They say nerves, what nerves? We might as well be playing at home on our own stations because they are just that good. Match 1 is over. Time to get back over the stage for match 2. Ninja Courage, take it away.
Thank you very much, Sundown. Great stuff as always there from
sí, güey, ya aparecieron.
outside of the venue, enjoying the event themselves. But again,
en quinto va Benji Fish
game number 1 in the
Savage
books. Obviously, so many updates to see exactly
Dubs y Mega van a entrar en el top 7.
So hectic. So before we hop into games here, we will have a standings
top
update for you all at home. Who do you think's up top of it right now? Well, guess what? It's
No me
Zate,
aparece el
but
mongrel.
And Benji Savage, man. Incredibly clutch solo moves and plays.
Both of our predictions. Both of our predictions.
And they're still up there. Guess what? Imagine
a la verga.
and when they also get some good rotation items, I'd love to see how they're going to play in the late game, man.
Placement points is so key. You did a great job pointing out Mitro at the end. And not only does he stay alive, not only does he perfectly use his materials and his movement items, but he finds 5 more limbs, putting his team from probably an abysmal game 1 to top 3 in our leaderboards. Again, here are your standings from game number 1. Dubs and Mega, they wound up making it through as well, and that's because of Mega staying alive too.
Absolutely, incredibly talented duo, man. Honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing what Aiden can do, and Chauncey, hopefully they step it up in this next game. Game 2 is about to get on its way, man. Are you ready?
I am ready. Ladies
ready?
and gentlemen, in this sold-out arena, are you
Están
guys
listos para
ready
la
for
otra,
game
¿no?
number 2?
Sí, güey.
Oh yeah, they are. Oh yeah, they are. 8, 7, 6,
A la verga, ya vino.
4, 3, 2,
Sí, güey. Es que son 6 partidas, güey.
Bus has launched game number 2 of the the Fortnite World Cup Duo Finals is underway.
Again, I'm just going to keep saying it, the most nerve-wracking part of any competition, but definitely Fortnite for me, is the second you jump out of that bus.
Yep.
Right, once you hit the ground, once these players hit the ground, they're going to definitely have hopefully less nerves, going to get back into the flow, back into the farming mentality. And man, I'm looking at these llamas on my screen, I'm just hoping that they find them. There's nothing greater than finding the new upgraded llamas at 350 mats.
Dude, they're insane. And they're everywhere. And look, wait, can we look at the map? Look at the
Así una pirámide, güey, creo.
Yeah, 50 llamas in a very small area. And many players have gotten better at spotting llamas from very, very far away.
One thing I tell my teammate Malachi, I was like, listen, man, sometimes you just actually have to tell yourself, hey, we should probably look for llamas as we're flying in, because you know, usually you're looking for players, who's going to be landing next to you, but if you actually keep an eye out for that adorable pink, purple, and blue llama,
and there's one.
I mean, look, you're just going to get rewarded with shield, rotation, there's shadow bombs, campfires, minis. I mean, these are incredibly valuable.
And remember, materials get capped at 500 of each type. So when you get 350, it's done its job for you. You can spend much less time looting and, farming, and much more time looting. And look at Zay perfectly using the Shadow Bomb Ninja. For players at home are wondering how he just use it for within the 6 seconds it actually lets you use it for.
Y el otro güey se fue
Explain
por
a
la
little bit
llama,
of
güey.
staying on the side of the mountain.
Yeah, all you have to do is continue
Preferirse
that
por la
jump
llama ese
animation
vato.
that's going to trigger the double jump, and as long as you don't touch any solid ground, you're going to be able to continue to double bounce back and forth, man. It's an incredible use of the Shadow Bomb. You're probably going to see a lot of players.
Si le hubieran pedido el Kai, el Savage, el Benji, hubieran ganado.
Way more difficult to do that off the mountain, by the way.
For sure, as we now take
Es que con las granaditas esas está...
the storm is very far.
Le rompes todo.
We can see on our side, the zone right now basically gets cut off at Dusty Divot and Neo Tilted, and the rest of the north side of the map are in play. So everyone near the middle and south side will have to move, and you see in the elimination feed very early on. Elevate does get cut down, so a tough start for the duo from 100 Thieves right there, as you've got to wonder if Arkram's still alive. Either way, though, Daedra and M11Z
looks like they have players
down in Loot Lake. In Loot Lake, Lucky Landing, and they do have a duo nearby.
Looks like they're trying to obviously back away, continue to farm up. Lucky Landing is not really a 4-person landing. When more than two people land here, one of them is going to be leaving a little bit handicapped. Yuang in a fight right now, popping that last big shield, so all of his damage
Los chinos.
from now on will be permanent unless he gets an elimination and gets.
Look at how heavy stick grenades are right now. Scram and Mexi have lost so much HP.
Pero los cotos son chinos, ¿no?
Spray does come on through. Already though, beginning to shoot down on a Yuang. So another player putting their attention towards this fight.
Por si hay poquitos y se pegan entre ellos. Ojo.
It's now Yuang all by himself and no materials
Tomaron a
left.
su
Ninja.
He can't even take a wall.
They're really, this is an abysmal position to be in. Yuang knows that, trying to fall back to his teammate to maybe sneak a revive, but I just don't see.
These players really are kind of hesitant, you know what I mean? They don't necessarily want to push. There is a third party now. They don't have a lot of shield.
Are they going to
get
get off
the right
play?
play? They're going to push forward. Yuang no shield. And he's going to get the double!
¡Hola!
He's going to get the double!
¡Hola, chaval!
And there was some delicious grenades that just slid down the ramp.
Yuang takes them down. The 4 builds left. I believe there was some help. The shots that came
Adiós, chaval.
third team getting nearby, which weakened them at first.
¿Te dan 50 por muerte?
What a swing for the duo. Shot does come in onto Keys, though, as another fight going down just outside the desert side of the map. Keys and Slacks up against 2.
Running out of materials already, and guess what? These guys are at the farthest point of the storm.
Yep.
So this is not, they can't afford this fight, right? The longer this takes, they're not going to be able to get materials. They're going to be burning all the materials in this fight right now. So they're definitely going to need these elims to make up for it.
That was
and he took the knock on Landshot.
And Landshot and Punisher went down early last game as well.
Por la caída,
Landshot will
amigo.
suffer the same fate here.
Upgraded combat shotgun, you know he's going to take that. Punisher trying to make some plays here. Still, now it is a 2-on-1 situation. Just need to play the numbers advantage. And again, Storm is about to start moving, so they're going to have to make some plays sooner rather than later.
No ammunition. Very few builds. No shield. This spells disaster, and Punisher goes down.
Está bien descubierto.
Flakes. ¿No es el mexicano ese?
Right there, Slacks and Keys.
Ese, güey, sí, sí.
But you mentioned they can't afford
Tiene pinta.
to take so much time in that
Tiene
fight.
la bandera de México, güey.
Now over to Neo Tilted.
Clicks, ojo.
In a fight.
Got some shield. Doesn't necessarily want to use
Ah,
the
me quito que me fui, güey.
Just trying to obviously take small top.
Está feo, ¿no? Uy, no, adiós, hermano.
Unbelievable, incredible plays. Bad Sniper goes down, and now he's continuing to branch out.
Si en las públicas no te debes de meter en los cubos de los demás, imagínate con estas bestias, chaval. Hay que explicarles, hermano.
Skeptic just 8 builds left. They're trying to stay alive right now. They do have the number advantage. Clips has time to
Quiero hacer otro tutorial para el canal, pero no se me ocurre de qué.
right now. They made the conscious decision to try to build out, but no. They back up for a
Hay que dar
moment.
No tengo
consejos.
ni idea. Sí, o sea, yo el primer video que está... Uy, Nitro mató a otro. Un bastardo. O sea, el video que está en el canal de consejos es de cómo iniciar una partida. Lo de caer en la casa, no picar, cosas así. Uy, uy. Uy, uy, uy. Con gran güey. A ver qué show.
¡Mátenlo!
Adiós, lo mató a trampa, vato.
Sí, sí lo viste el morrillo.
Wow, incredible.
Sí, güey, como le dijo Luis al otro vato.
No, vato, no, se hizo de agua.
You saw, hey, putting on a show. I love it. The man does YouTube for a
¿No
reason.
viste que el Mitro mató a trampa al otro? Ahí está el chase. Ojo, Leidan, ojo. Ojo, mi gordito favorito. No, amigo.
Uy, bajó.
Hasn't finished the elimination yet, so still will gain 50 HP if he can get the full. There it is.
Hola.
Now a 2 versus 1. Aiden and Sean.
Ojo, Aidan, recupérate, hermano.
No, el Godzin está bien jodido también, güey.
Pero ya están solos, ¿no? Ah, no, todavía hay un bastardo, no más es uno. Uno contra dos. Pum, pum. ¿Está tocado? ¿Está tocadito? ¿Está tocadito?
They're going for it. They're saying, no, you would have thrown the trap down by now.
Uy, güey, qué buena.
Look at the take from Aiden. The jump out to the side. And
Pero sí, oye, ahí les vienen otros dos, están cerca.
And look, Aiden actually, there was 2 big shields. Aiden's gonna have the full health.
Acabo de cortar,
See,
güey.
the stats so far in this game. Aiden has done 434 damage, has taken 312, and he's near back up to max health. I know Aiden is a crowd favorite here. Every time the camera goes on, there's a big cheer from this sold-out arena.
For those of you guys who do not know, the storm circle is about to
El
update right now.
100 es de teclado o de mando también.
No, teclado, 100 es.
East side of the map, and also
Y benditas.
Yep, all 5 llamas have been found, so we have some probably high material players right now. A lot of rotation. Oh my god, I can't even freaking out, man.
You're getting into it.
Looks
right
like a
now.
lot of people.
I love it.
Yeah, we're looking around. They're all gone. There's only one airdrop that's left, which means a lot of players.
Está
It's very
recuperando
difficult,
con
man.
vendas el Sean.
Going for airdrops is super risky, but it looks like everyone at the World Cup here is taking their chances.
And what's kind of funny with the zone, as you see it on the bottom right side of your map, the slipstreams are there to basically...
Va a cerrar en montañas, creo. Si cierras montañas, esas se ponen buenas.
Los humos, güey, van a hacer un gran
If you
papel
kind of
ahí, güey.
sit outside and wait for players to move in from the slipstream,
Fantasmita.
you might be able to deal a lot of
Este
damage. And
mega.
remember, you might think, oh, well, there's no way you're going to get that
Sí, es
elimination.
mega.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm saying free damage for Storm Surge when that comes into play, because it is going to happen very, very
¿Aquí no
soon.
se quedó
We're about a minute
pixeleado,
away.
Rey?
No.
A mí sí, güey, un poco, güey. Se ve como pixeleado. Verga, ya están aventando pinche
I guess that's a testament to our
castrocita.
observers backstage.
Uy, adiós, adiós, chavo, muévete,
Does take a
amigo.
bit of storm damage right there. Chug splashes in the inventory.
No, ahí sí para deletear el Leidan tiene ventaja por el... Por el...
Are they the best healing items
Esa
currently
cosa.
in this meta?
I think that, you know, there's a lot of items that get
El
added where
assist.
not everyone is all unanimous about it, right? Some people do not like it. But let me tell you something about these splashes. I don't think I've ever seen more positive, you know, reactions from an item being added than when chug splashes were added. I mean, nothing but positivity on Twitter. It was absolutely incredible. I woke up to some delightful posts. Delightful, just some delightful posts. Yeah. If you don't know what they are, each one splash, they come in packs of 2. You can stack up to 6. They give you 20 health or shield.
And they're instant. You throw them down the ground, and they can be used to heal you
Como
and
que
your
veo ya
teammates
al
around you
Mongra
as well as
enojado.
if you really want to be a troll on your enemies. That's not. Here are Mongrel and Micho in the zone, and you talked about this inventory. I'm going to come out and say it right now. There is no way someone in this lobby has a better inventory than what
Ya, güey,
Mongrel
parece
has right
pinche
now.
está
And when you
enojado,
come into
güey.
this, they were already in your top 3.
Pero así sujeta siempre.
Estoy encabronado.
Performance right here.
Ajá.
With only 6 games being
Efectivamente.
played after the first 2, they could be your leaders.
Absolutely. I mean, they were only 2 points away from first, man. And they didn't even win the game. And Mongrel went down early before placement points were even rewarded. So, Sean in another fight with Quentin.
Aidan, a ver.
And his squad. Sean trying to pick some walls here.
Como que el 100 está medio tranquilo, ¿no?
Materials.
And he's out of materials. So he can't even spray right now. The one thing you do is spray an AR, and that's not really going to be effective against top players if you're active.
Pero ese güey como reemplaza el Aidan, güey.
Pues le metieron a Aidan de otro lado. Ya mató a uno el 100. Oh, buena, vato, buena. No, 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 Aidan. Hermano, les llegan de otro lado.
No mames, les da uno. Una pestosa seguro.
Now he's trying to take them one by one. Getting pushed by more than one person.
Quick reaction from Aiden, but this looks like it could spell disaster for the duo. Damage down to 639. He does go down so the quick edit.
Making plays. Now it's up to Sean. Can he clutch it?
A ver el 100.
Got some
A 2 de vida.
ammunition now for his minigun. But looks like Spades is just way more healthy. And obviously there's 3 other players who are around him as well. So what's he going to do? Looks like he's going for high ground. Smart play, but he's
It's got what he's going to do. We both freaked out.
Going to put himself in a nice pyramid. For those of you guys who don't know, when a brick or a metal pyramid.
Big thing to note. Look at his zone. He has to push. That's it. He has to push. He has 52 health, but the zone is right at his back. He's got to go. Don't even worry about Storm Surge. They're 446 above
as well. Got the shot.
Vaya amigo.
Adiós.
The worst position to be in any competitive game.
Adiós, hermano.
Low materials, low health, and being forced to push in.
Every time you watch Aiden and whoever he's playing with, they are always the most aggressive, it appears. Yes. If you remember the famous moment, I think for me, arguably one of the most famous moments
¿Han matado al Savage?
history was the Nick
No, no, no le he visto ni el medallero. Ni que mate.
Crowd popped off. Well, they're always scrappy getting into eliminations. Here, the stat popped up for a second. Aiden and Sean had done 680 damage in the game. The average in the lobby was 80. They were 600 above in this lobby already. Unfortunately, though, when you fight that much, there's a higher chance of you going down. Speaking of potential fights, here's Sizlucky and Brush.
Segundos, güey, nada más segundos se pendejan, güey, y ya los deletearon.
Hasta sientes que las balas van más rápido, ¿no? Como que se escuchan así.
Fue el Nitro y el Mongra, güey.
Les está yendo bien en esta,
Tienen para rotar eso está bueno, güey.
And guess what? I'm pretty sure we can say that Aiden squad is not doing anything different. They're being incredibly aggressive. They're putting the damage down.
Benji está en cuarto, Mongra está en tercero.
That was the top 5 leading into this game.
Ya mataron a Benji. No.
On your screen of
Neta.
Sí, lo acabo de ver. No sé, no vi si a Savage, pero a Benji ya.
Staying alive and holding this pyramid edit. And for people at home who might not know, he's not exposed right there, right, Ninja? He's peeking.
Ya lo remataron.
Edit on it. You cannot be seen, right? And you can also see through it. It's a very amazing feature. Fortnite Battle Royale.
What a Battle Royale, the ultimate Battle Royale.
Igual en teclado, ¿verdad?
Blue T is in the storm,
Sí.
taking damage, a lot of damage, and he's still going to be rotating. Road taking damage as well. Thomas gonna have to make some plays. And there goes Road. He actually just got knocked. 66 players.
Te digo, eso de subir montañas está perro.
Kind of moving a little bit away from Pleasant Park, but it's once you have a high ground mountain in play. I mean, I'm wondering if it's gonna go north.
There's 3 high ground mountains in play, and
really mixes it up late game.
A drone ship that people can wind up going on top of, and those are brilliant to use.
Oh, absolutely.
¿Dónde está Savage? No lo veo, no lo veo.
Guess what? You have ultimate high ground on the map. without having to place any mats. Yep. It's incredible. You can't get sniped from above, and you can deal with much damage as well.
Como cuántos años
Incredibly
tendrá
difficult
Mitro,
to
güey.
shoot players that are up there.
Igual tiene 16, creo.
Circle closes in, those air vents will stop working. So
Creo que
you don't
tiene
have any
16.
rotation to get down. Glider read
Pues van bien, otra vez,
That's a massive yikes. So you have to pray that someone puts launch pad down underneath it somehow.
Yep.
And go for it.
Yeah,
Just risk it all.
Most of these teams will mess that up. Now, we talked about our Game 1 winners, the team that took home the Victory Royale, which is, again, 10 placement points, the max you can get for placement in these games. It was Zayt and Saf, and they're currently set on up in this zone.
Wax mató a alguien.
Did they just get the zone as well? Are they the yellow?
Mega mató a alguien.
They're close enough for sure, I can see. I think, no, actually, no, they got to rotate a little bit, but look, they got 4 shockwave grenades.
Yep. And they'll be all right. They'll be able to make it happen.
Airwax and Peacock, man. Here we go. They have to rotate the farthest. Look how many stack players are on this side of the lobby right now, and they're all going to have to move very soon.
Yeah. Arkram and Falconer have a tough rotation ahead. Slacks and Keys. Watch them
Ojo, el
fight a little
mexicano.
bit earlier on against
Like he's
Landjock
waiting
and
to pop
Punisher.
those heals till his teammate comes in.
Yep.
No, he missed one.
No, teammate's full. Teammate's full. Don't worry.
It doesn't matter. Geez.
Teammate's full.
You know, I was playing with Myth the other day, and he was using a lot of chug splashes without me, so, you know, I'm really sensitive on it. I'm still really sensitive.
We'll let you and Myth handle that one. As, again, it seems like some tension there, but we continue to move on in this fight. This is game 2 of 6, folks. The matches will be going on throughout the day. 62 players left in this one, 35 duos. And you see Arkram and Falconer. It looks like they did a duo shockwave to try to fly across the map together.
Aquí volar te ha de dar miedo, ¿no?
Rotation begins to move on, and more Storm Surge will soon begin to come into play as well.
Yo creo que los que vuelan ponen una cara de no, espero que no me vayan a...
Start closing in so small. What do you think is the play? Rotate it right away once it's revealed if you're far out, or to wait and be the last team?
For me, it completely comes down to what you have left, what you have in your inventory, where you are at the leaderboards as well. If I'm in a position where I know I need to make some ground up on the leaderboards, I want to rotate early and try to begin to spray back on the opponents to get some free eliminations.
Creo que ya valía el Savage, no lo veo.
You begin to just build
Está.
up and get that
Ahí está,
güey,
down as well.
Está full, venga, venga.
El Benji es el que no...
Sí, el Benji murió, maldita sea, yo soy fan. ¡Ay, ese que!
Su cara, güey, a ti.
Culera, güey. Very good materials, and it's definitely a very delicious loadout.
Mataron a
Heavy
Kingsta.
sniper and a blue SMG in a combat.
And remember, he started the game in Snobby Shores with that
Lo
clutch.
peor es que traen buena zona, güey.
So they're still in this one because of
That beautiful blue combat where he clutched it with, man.
El G1 trae buena zona. Ojo. Ojo, ojo, ojo. Doble.
Se queda parado el vato, güey, como que si no lo pueden matar.
They're saying, focus this, the zone's closing there.
Gonna find out soon enough. It literally looks like he's marking exactly. He's trying to look.
Todos están distraídos abajo. Mataron a Airwax.
Ninja call that the man knows. They see one, and
You guys saw the pyramid. It's exactly what
No,
Jack talked about
hermano,
earlier.
no.
You need 2 walls, 2 layers protecting you from one of those walls so that double sniper will not take
Wow,
you
un
down.
chino y un negro, eso es nuevo.
got the tools, the key to open all doors, as I put it. And this zone, Ninja,
It just moved over a mountain, man.
it just moved onto the side of the mountain, so high ground will be in play. But at the same time, Ninja, half of the low ground still in place.
¿Está Mongrel,
Not
ojito?
as bad a position for the
Olo,
low
olo,
ground
olo,
player.
chaval.
Here's looking for Mongrel Mitro. Remember, Mongrel did go down early on in the last game. He's got to back on up because he's burning through materials very, very quickly. They're far above this storm surge, so they're good for the moment. And there's the replenish from his teammate in Mitro.
¿Están en zona?
Builds left.
Always see them doing this. They always
Creo que
split
sí,
half
güey.
and half on another, and then they go and collect the others. And it's just a
Ahí
perfect way
están
of
6.
making sure that you guys
Los
have
pasos que ganaron.
Pero la zona es la que le está haciendo daño ahorita, ¿no? Esa madre está en sale como rayos.
Stink bomb is hit as well. Everyone focusing these players on the outside. They've got the minigun firing too. The lobby now picking up quick as we move into our pit zone.
The storm is closing in, and that's going to be forcing everyone to get into where the safe zone is right now. It is moving in towards Pleasant Park. Guys, this is absolutely insane. 51 players still remain, by the way, in a circle this small. They're just trying to get as many limbs possible as people are rotating in.
Mitro on the bottom right of your screen with that minigun has 631 bullets to spray down with Mongrel in a fight.
Adiós.
Gets 1 player weak, but does have to back on him.
Get the clutch, someone else is
Lo mataron ellos.
No sé, es que no veo, está bien feo este.
but again, you're in a situation like this.
Uy, 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 no, 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 hermano. No, Bel, ala, no.
Eliminated, and Mongrel also, sorry,
¿Y quién fueron esas granadas?
You see Cease in the elimination
rotation
Esta
feed.
Savage, güey.
Does look like, remember early
Los
on,
pupusieron,
Element did go down
ojete.
there. So delicious. Zay go for it. Zay and
Fueron
Sap, do they
pendejos,
do
güey.
it? Do you go for it? There's a launch
Esos no
pad
traen
there. So
granadas.
many materials. This is game-changing loot right
Es el
now.
pedo de
They've
estar
got
hasta
abilities to
abajo.
go for it if they want.
They're gonna do it.
They're gonna make the play.
A gold combat shotgun too, man.
Zay and Sap,
Uncontested.
that's one of those risk versus reward plays that can help set them up for 2
Sus
victory
compas van bien,
royales
eh.
in a row.
Mongrel and Mitro's loot too, man.
El Lux y el
That was
Sap.
Making a
and we know that was juicy loot.
Tienen
They're
bombas
making
para agarrar
a
el high,
statement
güey.
saying, listen, we're from NA, we're here to play.
Y ve las armas que
Taking out
traen.
the, you didn't know they took them out, but they're definitely taking their loot.
Yeah, for sure, as they are still above this
Still
storm
great
surge.
rotation items too. They both each have a launch pad, both have 2 shotgun grenades, and they're gonna go. He didn't get it though. They tried to get both at the same time. Gonna be flying, and this is it. Another massive rotation gonna be taken to the center of Pleasant Park. They're 167 damage above the threshold, so they're looking pretty good right now. The question is, are they gonna hit mid ground, go for low ground, high ground? What's the play?
They didn't get the full launch pad. He might have to use his own. Yes, he does again, and that actually works out. He hits his head on something, which takes him down from having to, fly all the way up on the ground.
Ya, huevo, eso siempre
They're
primero.
going to challenge high ground
¿Quién
right
trae
now.
high? ¿Quién
Zay
trae
and
high?
Sap looking to do what many would think was impossible, which is win back-to-back games in the stacked lobby. Just saw Falcon on
Traen
that
buenos
as well.
mats, esos
Arthur
compas
with an
están bien.
elimination too.
Hola, yo pensé que
19
faltaban
duos
menos.
left as we're moving towards the placement points, Ninja, and these duos know exactly that. 3 points if you make it in the top 15, which could be the difference
Luego el Savage también, ¿no?
and dead last.
Ahora sí no lo
Are
veo.
they gonna prioritize rotation in and not taking damage, or are they gonna try to play it a little risky and go for the limbs? If you're gonna be going for limbs, you're definitely open up to a lot of spray. Shotgun shot.
El Mega y el Dux.
Someone suddenly taking the high ground on you. So it all depends on how their play style's gonna unfold, man.
Many more duos remaining in this game, unlike the last one. Zate with another elimination right there on a KBB. You got Snappy and Red Rush on the high ground, and Sap
Over the play, the high ground
goes
play.
to the high ground. Take, will he get it?
He's gonna get it. He has it.
Zate's got high ground. Zate has high ground.
Maldita
As they
sea.
go to try to push for 2 victory
Oye, esta
royales
cámara
in
no
a
ve
row.
nada.
Sap is there as well, but Snappy just appeared right behind
Está
Sap
ahí, está
and
foto.
shotgunned
No,
him
está
down right
murió,
there.
güey.
Zate right now is gonna have to concede to the high
Esta la
ground.
gana Mega, Mega, Hazy Mega.
And he's just gonna have to
Ah, no,
stay
ya
alive
murió
as long
Face,
as
creo.
possible, try to get some placement points. He is obviously a talented player, top player.
Sí,
He can
ya
definitely
murió, güey.
make something happen, and I'm interested to see what he's gonna do.
Cease has
No
been
vi cuando
by
murió el
himself
Savage.
since the first moment
Murió.
of this game when Elevate went down at 98 players remaining and he's somehow still alive. There goes Mega. You've got Darox and Item on the low ground. Vorwin getting chopped down as well. Zate with about 100 HP. Uh-oh. Here comes Vinny and Zexro. They're trying to get close for the high ground.
Keys right now being held in the storm with 5 limbs. He's gonna be eliminated from the back.
¿Qué pedo con el site?
Zate taken down as well. Snappy still with the high ground. Zex and Vinny and TSM
No lo sé.
looking good, and they're gonna take it. They just took high ground. Snappy gave it to him.
And they just got the high ground. Great use of the shockwave as well. Vinny as well as Zexro on hype for the moment. 5 eliminations so far. They're putting their names in the hat for potential victory royale in this game.
Go down, right? They want those limbs.
Forward now with eliminations back to back. 4 players left in this one. Zexro and Vinny spraying from the high ground. It's a 2 versus 1. The player right on the edge of the zone. The shockwave into the air. And he's going to drop on down to hype for the moment. The spray coming on in. It's not enough.
Adiós.
Zexro and Vinny.
TSM takes game 2. With
TSM, ok, no
both
está.
alive. You love to see it.
The victory royale and 7
Chócala,
eliminations.
sujete.
La mano.
He was so Oh my God, you know, Jack, it's pretty expected at this point, but God. 2 NA teams have taken game 1 and game 2, and honestly, I think that we can all say that the teams hyped up the most have been even. Guess what? Mongrel and Mitro, man, they've also been performing well. They still have so many points from eliminations.
Yep.
Me lo robaste, está
They
diciendo.
were perfectly in sync. They're even jumping and shotgunning at the same
Era
time.
mío.
Mira, güey.
Vinny, pop off, man. You love the pop off.
So hyped.
¿Qué hace el vato?
Que me lo robas, güey. Dice.
Trying to talk about literally what are they going to do in the next game.
Yeah.
That's what that
Chócala.
he grabbed his hand and took it for himself, man. That's a top teammate, man. Great synergy.
What a start to today's competition. The energy in here is insane. I am looking around and there are thousands and thousands of people filling up the Arthur Ashe Stadium live from New York City. Again, my name Jack Courage Dunlop, joined by Tyler Ninja Blevins for what is the first ever Fortnite World Cup Finals.
$30 million on the line this weekend. Millions will be tuning on in from across the world. There's so many ways to watch, and we're just 1/3 of the way done with today's action.
$30 million.
Don't even want it to end, man. I could be here all night. These games are incredible. Yep. Just listen, if you guys are watching at home, you guys want to be here, right? You guys want to be competing. Take notes. Yeah. Watch these players. Watch how they build. Watch the fights that they take, the way they rotate. And we'll see you guys here next year, man.
Well, guess what? Game number 2 ended with style with the North American duo.
Sí, ese que dijeron era el mexicano, Isla que se llama. A ver, déjalo buscar en YouTube.
Thank you so much, Courage. I appreciate that. NA showing up and taking care of business. Games 1 and 2, Vinny and Zexro with a fantastic
Chivato gente, cae mal, güey.
which is an incredible thing, right?
La cara de pendejo que tiene.
Just in game for you guys.
¿Cuál, de la derecha o de la izquierda?
Sí, el culero, sí.
But we're just really good at playing together. Like, we're the longest duo that have played together. So, yeah, we're just not a...
Great.
Putadas en la cara para que te quite tu
Back to you,
jeta,
Ninja
güey.
and Courage.
Todo bien excitado el de la izquierda, güey, y el de la derecha, güey. No
They've always been
mames.
known as being so aggressive. Yeah, from all the times we've seen them in these competitive tournaments. While they might be
Aquí
some
está el
younger players, they've
mexicano
definitely
ese.
been around the block here in competitive Fortnite.
Again, you
¿Sí
just
está
see
en
them,
YouTube?
just like a lot of other
Nomás tiene 2000 subs, está bien feo su canal. 21 kills solo arena, dominando scrims. La pump está de vuelta, 1 versus 1. Aimbot, disparos con aimbot. Lo tiene en inglés.
Can't let up though. Again, and that's why I love that energy. Zex was immediately just, I felt like he was just talking about what are we gonna do next? Hey man, good job, we won that. Let's do it again. Yeah. Right? How are we gonna change? Maybe even do better somehow. Get more limbs in game 3.
No, for sure. And they know that
¿Cómo se
they're
llama?
not going to take their foot off the gas pedal. Folks, we have
digo.
our standings after game number 2.
Slackes con CK. S-L-A-C-K-E-S. Su foto es la bonita de
No
Mario.
mames, siguen en
Subside, Mega Dude,
26 puntos,
Mongrel,
güey.
Metro. ¿Dónde está Benji? ¿Sabes? Ya bajaron, ¿va?
And that is the
No, no,
beauty
están hasta
of how this
abajo,
plays
güey.
on out. Anyone can have a
Mongrel está en
pop-off game and
quinto,
come right back.
Mexicano está en
Mongrel
cuarto.
and Metro still in your top 5, as well as Serpent Hype, Darox, Item, Forwin, and Tux, Snappy, and Red Rush all there. While Zayt and Sav do have a nice little lead right now, nobody is safe
26
from the,
puntos. ¿Cuánto
from
trae
the rest of the
Savage y
slump,
Benji?
I'll tell you that
Traen
right now.
11. Sí se pueden recuperar, sí se pueden recuperar.
Benji, Mr. Savage, they fell out of the top 10. But look at that. Storm and Epic.
¿Ya le encontraste, Skyshi?
Daedra,
No.
12 points, 12 points, 12
A ver,
points.
te paso el canal.
All they need is 2 or 3 points, 2 or 3 extra eliminations right there, and boom, they'll move
Píchalo.
up 6 places. You know what I mean? So it's still anyone's game. All right, 2 pop-off games, 1 pop-off game, boom, you're already in the top 5.
Píchalo,
Remember,
Ruiz.
if you get 50th place or 11th
Simón.
place, from that whole time in between, you win $100,000 as a duo.
Still.
But if you go from 10th up to 1st,
Este
it jumps all the way to
video llegará a
3
un
million.
millón de
So
visitas.
everyone
Si tiene
eyes on that
400
top
visitas.
prize. We are just 1/3 of the way through the action today, but I know we've had a lot of fun up here, Ninja. What an absolute blast. Ladies and gentlemen,
be here, man.
can we give a round of applause to Ninja for hopping in for some guest casting? What a great job.
Thank you, man.
Always a pleasure, brother.
Pleasure to be here.
That's going to do it for us for now up here on the caster desk, but I know Zeke is down on the floor with some notes for you all.
Thank you guys so much, man. What an awesome first 2 set of games from Saf and Zay locking down the lobby to Zexro and Vinny.
Igual después de esta cosa se puede ser
And
famoso.
of course, guys, you've been here. We got to see Ninja.
Simón.
You got to go ahead and commentate some games. So what I want to know from
Yo
you.
la neta no me suscribo porque está re feo su canal, pero qué chido.
Si no gana o hace una buena actuación, no creo que suba tanto.
That was so. Let's pretend I didn't ask.
Pues está en la tabla, top 10. Así que...
That's what I'm talking about. Obviously, we've got quite a bit more games left to get through, but you know, if you've
Juega
been watching
bien.
for a long time, you know I'm a big fan of everyone that loves Fortnite. It's all about bringing
¿Qué video estás viendo?
El del 1
I
versus
like
1.
to say Fortnite fam. That's my thing. That's what I do.
¿Es de PC?
There's actually
Sí.
a lot of people from around the world that have come here to compete, to watch, to be part of all of this, and I thought
Tiene buen aim, construye bien.
to give back to you guys than to teach you how to say Fortnite from all
Yo quiero ver su partida
the
de...
world.
So I got the first place in the World Cup qualification.
Edita bien también.
A lot of work went into
A
making
ver
this
cómo
happen.
juegan públicas.
So I can't wait for us to watch this
Juego
together.
1.
Let's take a look.
Hello Fortnite fam.
포타이트 팬 여러분들 안녕하세요.
Yes, Fortnite team, yeah. Ne ho tiré territorio.
C'era Fortnite World.
Yo le fan de Fortnite.
What's up, Fortnite fam?
안녕하세요. What's up, Fortnite fam? Hey, 저는 Fortnite.
Es un mojado, güey.
Was geht, Fortnite-Freunde?
Habla en inglés en sus videos, el pendejo.
What's up, Fortnite?
De esos mojados que se sienten gringos.
Le comento a un güey, ¿por qué no hablas en español para apoyar a la comunidad?
What's up, Fortnite fam?
What's up, Fortnite fam?
E aí, galera do Fortnite?
What's up, Fortnite fam?
G'day, Fortnite fam. Bonjour, comment ça va les fans de Fortnite?
G'day, Fortnite fam.
Cheer up, Fortnite fam. What up, boys?
What up, boys?
That was
Argue for
even
not fun.
better than I thought it would be. Just embrace it. We, as a collective, Fortnite fans, get used to it. We're here to stay. Now, guys, you know, there's a few more things I want to take a look at before we hop back into the next game. One of the things to kind of do if you're here or if you're at home, you've been watching.
Todas las partidas son de
actually had
esas.
a pretty dope hoodie, a World Cup kind of exclusive.
Seis.
Dice el
hoodie.
Raven.
Would you like one of those things? Would you like one of the crazy World Cup shirts that we have?
Season 6, Raven.
Totally get your hands
Mande.
on one. Head on
Season 6
over
partidas.
retailroad.com.
Sí, güey,
Get
creo que sí.
yourself a nice shirt. We've got some hoodies. We've got hats. We've even got the little drone that's the battle bus. It looks amazing. The top balloon is actually the drone. So you've got the bus that's literally flying around. You best believe I'm going to pick one up and mess around with my family. They're not ready for it. But there you go. There's some on your screen. Also, that drift shirt, by far, my favorite piece of merchandise ever. Those of you that really do know me, you know I love Drift. He's easily my favorite character. But just some cool things if you're looking to get some World Cup exclusive thing.
Hay otro
go ahead
mexicano,
and
güey,
take a
creo.
look.
¿Hay
Now,
dos?
for
Sí,
those
güey.
of you who have also been watching kind of all
¿Por qué
20
dices que
qualifiers
crees?
long, you know we love Golden Boy. And there's actually one
¿Pasó
thing
por ahí o qué?
specifically he was kind of telling people as we were going through interviews. And that was, hey, when we get to New York, you're going to be in my hometown.
Simón.
Let's catch up
Un
and get a
grupo
slice
pusieron
of pizza.
el que va en tercero, güey.
Now, I know you're thinking, wait a minute, Zeke, what about like
qué
everyone
puto,
else? Why is it just Golden Boy? Well, he's a Golden Boy and he's
¿Cómo se llama?
selfish and he wanted the pizza all for himself. Get called out.
Lakers.
That's right.
Es el
Now
que
the
dijeron
world
que era
knows. But
el
a
que
few
andan
of those
viendo.
players actually took us up on the offer. They went out for some pizza. They had a
Sí.
nice
¿Cómo
se llama
town.
que andan
Let's
viendo?
take a look together.
Es Lakers,
Check this
así.
out.
Es Lakers.
Sí, sí.
New York City. We got the Statue of Liberty, Central Park, the Empire State Building, and the first ever Fortnite World Cup Finals. I couldn't be more excited about the greatest Fortnite players from around the world coming to my hometown to duke it out. But before the action started, I took World Cup qualifying players Aiden and Chinkin out to show them the Big Apple, starting with PC Gaming Cafe, Waypoint.
What's up, boys? Welcome to Waypoint. Good to see you. Good to meet you. Good to meet you. All right, fellas, let's go and grab a drink. All right.
Vida de gordos.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me here in my hometown, New York City. Thoughts on it so
So,
far?
Ricardito.
Chinkin, we'll start with you.
Hot,
Okay.
a lot of people.
Yeah. Hot and a lot of people. I'm sorry, but also welcome to New York. That's kind of the way it is out here. Where are you from in Austria?
Austria, like, I'm here.
Aidan en esta partida estuvo bien, ¿no? O sea, hizo...
I think it was like 40.
Hizo más.
Se vio bien aunque lo hayan matado.
Probably like, yeah, so,
so many people.
Now I want to talk about the competition at hand because obviously this is going to be the biggest opportunity I would imagine of your lives. You're going to be playing in front of a massive crowd. Is there a way as a player that you prepare for that?
I don't think like there's a way to like prepare for it.
Yeah.
But try to like calm down, not get like nervous, not get shaky and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we should be good. Like
It's still crazy having like a live crowd.
Yeah.
I try not to take tournaments like too
Eri, ¿cuándo es el
seriously.
torneo de
When I play
nosotros, güey?
relaxed, I feel like I do better.
Para el próximo fin, por esta
¿Se
fecha.
pospuso?
Sí. Yo les había dicho que lo quería. Pensé que esta cosa iba a ser más noche.
So
Pero
gentlemen,
no.
we're going to be heading off to some different sites around the city. We're going to go to Washington Square Park. So let's go and check it out.
Pero no hell.
right, so now here we are in Washington Square Park, gentlemen. And I love the fact that we've conveniently set this up. I don't know what these pieces would symbolize.
No mames, compré mis audífonos el 22 y los acaban de enviar hoy, güey.
While we have this here,
Casi una semana.
you guys are
Mejor
potentially
tarde que
facing
nunca.
up against each other. Have you thought about that now?
I don't know. I just don't want to feel the L2 spam like.
Oh, you don't want to feel the L2 spam?
I've watched them play a little bit. Him and Stompy, they're very like, I've seen them play aggro before. It's pretty scary. So if you have chemistry where you can play without even talking, you guys know what you're gonna do. That's like a team like that's gonna win. So
what you guys are gonna experience this weekend. This is the first Fortnite World Cup. You're going to be playing for millions of dollars potentially. Has that even set with you guys yet?
even if it's not me, I'm thinking there's gonna be millionaires after this tournament. There's gonna be millionaires.
Life-changing money.
I try not to be, I'm not like greedy about it or anything. It's really nice to see like people that nobody know about and they could just blow up off of this.
All right, I'm gonna dive more into that. But I think it's time to get a slice of pizza.
Take you out for a good pizza.
We'll get some pizza.
To give everyone pizza. Yeah, I'm gonna show up with 2 giant boxes of pizza. Pizza.
Oh.
Say I won't, Paula. Say I won't.
And I kept telling people, hey, I want to get a slice of pizza with you. You know, all the players, and they all ignored me. You know? So thank you guys so much for coming out. I really appreciate it. Obviously, this has been an incredible journey for you all. You're now on the precipice of one of the biggest events in the history of all competitive gaming.
I'm happy that it was a fair chance for everybody, you know, open qualifiers.
Yeah.
You could have no exposure, but if you're good, you get in the tournament. So yeah, I'm just really thankful to be here, and I'm gonna enjoy my time here.
Yeah, and we just try to like make our fans happy. I'm really looking forward to play on the stage in front of the 100,000 people.
Do you feel like the fans and how they've been supporting you all on this road to this, do you feel like that adds a little bit to this pressure?
Honestly, it gives just more support for me. I feel more like happy to be here when there's all these people, whether they're rooting for me or other players. Fortnite's grown so much, and I just can't wait to see all like the crowd, and I know it's gonna get bigger and bigger every event. So,
fellas, best of luck at the Fortnite World Cup this weekend. Seriously.
¿Por qué no mejoras en ejercicio, güey, en vez de estar tragando? A ver.
So I think we gotta get some more.
Como el Savage.
Sí. Que den el buen ejemplo para sus fans. Ve. Hijos de su puta madre, nomás tragando, güey.
It's got the Fortnite World Cup. Now that these two have had their slice, let's see how they handle the competition.
El Savage comiendo puro arrocito y pollo, güey.
Good guy, golden boy. You gotta love him. You can't not. He's just the best, and it's really cool that he got to go out, hang out with Aiden, get some pizza.
Ahí está el pico.
You love to see it. You love to see it. Now, guys,
¿Dónde?
there is actually a dynamic duo that we want to talk to.
No sé, no lo conozco, güey.
Jordan Fisher standing by.
Oh.
He's going to be chatting with Nyx and PF Zin. These guys qualified back from the Brazilian region. They've got some things to say. So, Jordan, let's go over to you.
Thank you, my friend. I've got Nyx and PF Zin here. Nyx, you have been absolutely dominating in the last few weeks, especially where the solos and the duos are concerned, being the first Brazilian player to qualify for the World Cup. Can you talk to me a little bit about the dynamic that the two of you share as partners?
Nyx, você estava dominando nas últimas semanas, principalmente para os qualifiers da World Cup. Você pode falar pouco sobre a dinâmica de vocês?
Você pode falar pouco sobre a dinâmica?
O PFzinho costuma jogar bem agressivo e tentar pegar o máximo de eliminações possível.
PFZ and I, we try to play as aggressively as possible and get as many eliminations as we can.
As you should in the name of Battle Royale, right? Now, PF Zin, you seem to balance out the fiery kind of loose cannon nature of Nyx, who is obviously a dominant player, you know, kind of helping him set up for a solid end game. What's it been like to work with such a young and fiery player like Nyx?
PFzinho, você parece que você consegue contrabalançar o estilo bem incendiante do Nyx. Então, como é que é isso para você fazer esse lado mais balanceado da dupla?
Basicamente eu tenho uma role de suporte, então eu meio que fico nas backlines e ele vai na frente. Quando a gente tem o high ground, por exemplo, ele tem a função de ficar embaixo matando todo mundo e eu controlando o high ground. Basicamente é um lado mais estratégico, enquanto ele é o lado mais agressivo.
Basically, I have more of a support role. Whenever we're in high ground,
Está nerviosa esa vieja.
I'm just more in the background.
Quiere
supporting him,
llorar.
like he has a more aggressive role.
Setting him up.
Yeah.
Quiere llorar.
Fire the loose cannon at the end. It reminds me of the very W key in a West.
En la prepa cuando les ponían así raza, güey, se ponían nerviosas, les decías, ¿quieres llorar? Y lloraban, güey, la vez.
On a regular basis. You know about that courage, right? Am I right?
No mames.
Whoa. Jordan, it's back to me. Come on, Courage, he's just found the chicken parmesan. Someone whispered the word and he went running. You hate to see it. Also, big shout out to Nix and PFZen. I actually chatted with Nix very quickly. He walked up and was like, "Hi, I'm Nix." And I'm
La
thinking,
madre, descuidé a mis Nimolivers. A ver.
turns out
Ni
he didn't understand
Molivers.
any of it. So I had to get a translator and tell him that I love him.
Oye, pero
But
sí está
that's how
pico
things
por ahí,
go.
¿no?
Now, of course, guys,
Sí,
I know
están
what
ahí.
you want. You want more
Sí fue.
games. We have 4
Está
more
chido.
on deck.
Todavía no
So I
juega,
think
sí.
for now we're gonna send it back
Él
up to
no va a
Golden Boy
jugar,
and Monster.
nomás
They're
va
gonna
a
get us
ver.
to these games. So,
Ah, nada más va a ver.
how's CJ Mike
Sí,
Brown?
no mames, no, imagínate.
Ese güey jugaba Yu-Gi-Oh de niño, güey, la madre.
¿Quién?
Ese güey. Pinche DJ friki, güey, no mames.
All right, huge shout out to DJ Mike Brown, spinning the ones and twos here at the Arthur Ashe Stadium. Golden Boy alongside Masadiface, Boricua Boys back at it again, looking to bring you the fun as we have games 3 and 4 on deck. And so far, this has been one of the most exciting events I've ever been to. That game 1 was ridiculous. Game 2
¿Y el
did
Pedro?
not disappoint as well, Monster.
No, it didn't. I thought
¿Quién
for a second
sabe?
there we're going to see back-to-back performances from Zay and Sap. And I
El
mean, we
Raven.
honestly did. Everyone that was in the top 10 contestant,
El Raven ahí
Miz
está.
and Deidre, they were performing. We saw them cut it all the
El
way through.
Raven.
And it's that level of consistency
Yeah.
that's going to cut the difference in making it all the way through the top 10, being a World Cup winner.
Si se fueran tus jefes, Raven.
Is that standings page, top 10.
Mande. Si se fueran tus
international through and
jefes.
through. You got the Japanese players popping off, European players popping off, players from New Zealand. Everyone's putting in every little bit they can. But folks, it's now time for game number 3. The players are all loaded up in the battle bus, and we are about to take off. Let's see who's going to get that much closer to raising the trophy and being your Fortnite World Champions of Duos. Here we go.
Keep it going, Golden Boy, because we are jumping into game 3 as these cameras populate. Your favorite competitors are here. They've made it this far. It's the duo competition.
Ojo,
You
ojo,
were
esta es
nervous
la de
before.
recuperación de
Hopefully they kick the
Benji.
bucket over this little break here, and they're back, and they're
Benji sabe si se
I
recuperan en
practically
esto.
kicked the bucket after Vinny and Zetro won game 2, man. I was feeling it, man. It was nuts. And there they are on your screen. So the drop for the bus here is going to be a north to south one going right over that ice biome. It's going to cut pretty much center of the map there. And Vinny and Zextro, I'm very happy that they're performing.
Ahí van a los mayas.
This is a duo that had so much success.
¿Va en un dúo o dos?
Qualifiers, we're like, yeah, this is a duo that definitely should make it. This is a duo that, hey, they could even win the whole
Hay
thing.
dos llamitas, mira.
Tragedy struck as Zextro had a few problems with you know, arthritis and different things with his hands, and I'm make sure I'm getting that right. And I'm just bummed out about that. Good to see them here showing up, man. That's huge.
I mean, that's what you expect of our competitive veterans, specifically Zextro, Vinny. They go back to as many of the LAN tournaments that we've seen, as does Zay and Sap. But anyways, look, in here we have UN KBB. He's going to take down Mexi. Is Scram close by? Is he close enough? And this is a battle going down in Snobby Shores. So off the rip here, we have players getting dropped. That's actually going to be our first elimination. Lucky for us to catch that one, but there's shots coming in from the Vikings. Right up above, and he just kind of turns a corner, sweeps him up, catches that full elim there. So that's his now.
No, hermano.
Toe-to-toe action here, Golden Boy.
Estos chinos de a huevo, hijo de su puta madre.
No, pues estaba jodidísimo, vato. Todavía hace su cara como si de veras estaba bien muerto.
It's like just getting the bearings all together here, I think, for the players as well. That moment where they can just have that conversation. What are they going to do? How are they going to just implement their strategy going into the next game. What is that
Y les
strategy
llega
going to be? Do you mix it
más
up? Do you
gente,
change
güey.
the drop spots? These are things that are going to be so important for these players. The time that they can take to just communicate with one another. Now Scram looking to be potentially in a world of hurt here. We heard from Nyx, PF Zin earlier on. This is the Brazilian duo. I don't think they know that. Yes, Scram, they're going to be on the hunt for him. So they know that he's around here. They're just trying to sniff him out.
Yeah, and if you were in the players' lounge, you could feel the tension, specifically when we brought up the Brazilian duos, the Brazilian players. These guys qualified, and they qualified with heavy elimination. Nyx especially being one of our only players to like literally qualify as hard as you can in the, for the weekend.
He was
here.
at it each and every week. You constantly saw him at the top every single time. It was so
El
impressive.
Dragon.
And also qualified for solo, so we'll be seeing Nyx tomorrow. And then you got Scram. He's got 2 eliminations, but he's just hiding this one out.
Yo no le
He
encuentro
hears
ese
them
vato.
making all that ruckus,
¿Cómo?
all the noise around him.
Todavía no
Scram
encuentran
just
al que
does
se
not
le
want to give
escapó.
up his
Bueno, que está
position.
solo ahí,
Perhaps he
güey.
grabbed his teammate's reboot card. He's
No lo han
maybe
visto, ¿sí
looking for
sabrán?
that
Ahí va,
play.
mira.
But Nyx and PF Zin, they have
No,
to
güey.
have an idea of where he's going to be located here.
¿A poco la otra casa tiene
He's
subterráneo?
actually just hiding in the basement right now, hoping that these guys just kind of blow by like dust in the wind right here. As Nyx and PF Zin, they think it's clear. They think it's all good because they came in and they just wrapped up one of the other players. They actually
Entonces, Raven,
didn't
¿por qué no estás
initiate
ahí?
the battle against Mexi and Scram here. So Scram
Estás hoy,
might
amigo.
just get lucky and be able to kind of sneak on by
Puntos para
as he
tener
hears
60.
this powerhouse duo, this Brazilian duo, kind of loot their way through and make their way to the zone soon.
And loot they definitely will, because they're getting a lot of resources out of this.
Pum.
Over in the distance, he's going to be out of there, but now we're making our way over to the action. It's happening with 7SK7. Got Spades and Crims now looking to push on for this fight here, potentially. Got some shots going off. Crims is going to play that overlook position, getting challenged there, and trying to use that advantage from the download, a little bit of that
Vato,
right
es que
hand,
estos
right?
compas te la clavan, o sea, en el más... ¿Ve? O sea, no. Está chido, ¿no? Ayer en la de Prime, me acuerdo que el Tifu mató a un bastardo, pero lo mató muy curioso porque iba cayendo y literalmente, o sea, le dio el disparo entre dos estructuras, pero no se veía nada, o sea, yo ni siquiera vi al otro. Y el Tifu sí.
Es por el monitor, güey.
Give yourself that moment of opportunity and really get a lay of the land, and then going for the engagement.
Yeah, absolutely. The best duos will try their best to isolate their opponents, really force them into, very weird situations like this, force the 1v1s, and hopefully get those free shots, and then pursue the push here. So again, look at how now they're split up again. So Spades and Crims are doing a great job here, pressuring and isolating their opponents right now. And so far, they're definitely dictating the pace of battle here.
Yeah,
that's what they want to continue to do.
They're suffocating them. Plain and simple, right? Not let them get any kind of movement there. I mean, Jam side and 7SK7, they're looking, they're having a conversation of what the play is. What is the movement going to be? But Crims and Spades are not going to allow them that opportunity to breathe. That's going to be the down there. Crims managing to knock down Jam side. He's looking for 7SK7 around the corner, and that's going to be the elimination registered. Both players are going to be out of there. And a big win there for Crimson Spades.
What a clean push right there. Crimson Spades have so much to prove here, because when they qualified, they were kind of looked down on, like, wait a second, was it luck? Was it not? No, they're here to show it off and show why they're at the World Cup Finals. But now, hopping back with Miz and Daedra, we saw them have a great game one, came out top 10, and they're still in the running. They're in about the top 10 right now as well, based off of eliminations. Not necessarily picking up too many placement points. They're heavily dependent on just picking up these players at these points of interest. And looks like Lucky Landers is theirs right now.
And they'll have that, but let's see. Miz and Daedra, they linger about it. I love the fact that you go to this hot spot here, so there is going to be a bunch of free items that you're going to be able to pick up on. Also, you're going to have that circle advantage. It's right there, so you don't got to worry too much. You can continue to focus on the high ground has been lost, though. Miz needs to be careful. Where's Daedra at? He's going to be right next to him.
Bien emperrado el Skyshi. ¿Y el Pedro sigue aquí en la lobby o ya se fue?
Looking for the sound cues right here. Can they find their opponent? Catch a nice little low ground peek right here. Low ground is definitely underrated. If you can just kind of peek out, catch a big shot, you're almost guaranteed a headshot, which is a big multiplier.
Yeah, players don't really think about that, right? Like you always see Fortnite players go after the high ground. That's the bread and butter for a lot of players that play this game.
A mí sí me gustaría comentar esas
Know better
shits
than most that the low ground can
en Spanish.
pay dividends for you if you know how to take advantage of that positioning, and maybe some overzealous players to try and get aggressive on you. You got Gustavo along with Wishy.
I'm actually very interested to see if Gustavo's going to lead this push here, because specifically between these two players right here, this duo, this Brazilian duo, Gustavo doesn't necessarily lead the pushes. It's Wishy. Wishy's the aggressive one here, so he has the ultimate high. He's always looking for the shot.
Boom.
Otra vez los chinos, güey.
What they're going to do is just a nice
Que ves que tiene cara de idiota.
Apenas empezó, ya tiene. Event, right?
Apenas lleva
¿Ese es chino también?
Ah, me estaba preguntando por ti. Ojo, ojo, sí, jodido.
Ya está muerto.
Focusing this player, forcing him to build up. He has no builds to work with as well. 19 HP remaining, and just a hope and a prayer, but unfortunately for him, that was not going to be enough there. Gustavo's isn't going to happen for him either. And Miz, he's feeling it. That's going to be 2 elims for this duo.
Love the snarky little smirk right there on his face when you get those 2 points. Feels so good.
Feels really good. Feels really good. And Volks and Parpy. And look at this. Parpy actually dealing with this battle. And this other player that actually got the high ground against him was focus firing on Volks.
Ah, no sé, amigo. A mí que me preguntas. Es compa del Million. Y del Raven.
They love playing a very aggressive style.
Open el Hunter.
They'll box you out if they need to.
Yeah, without a doubt, this duo was unmatched.
No, amigo, no, amigo. Baja, baja o sube, pero no vayas hacia él. Son reglas básicas, carajo. ¿Qué tengo que estar yo ahí? ¿Acaso tengo que estar yo ahí para que aprendan?
We saw them picking up duos, but we haven't seen them necessarily make it through the end game. All they have to do is kind of slow it down here, and that's what they're trying to do, but being split up is terrible.
Also, in the distance, I just want to make note, Wolfie's a very aggro controller player. He's another one. I think that we've seen a fun mixture of players that look to get that safe
Vato, pero ¿cómo consiguen tanto ¿A poco sí es de matar o se la pasan pique y pique todo el juego? Es que todos llegan con los 500 llenitos. Ah, sí son 6, mira, arriba dice match 3 de 6. Ay, el Raven, ¿de dónde sacas esa información, amigo?
Ya ves. Fortnite me lo dio solamente a mí.
Exclusive Production. Oye, entonces, así fuera de broma, ¿creen que ya nos den las privadas con los 6,000 seguidores en esa shit? ¿O tiene que ser página?
Sí, güey.
Bueno, está bien.
Que sí, güey, ya son un putero.
Sí, güey.
Pero es que no es no sé, pero es brasileño, creo el vato. Es el cinta, ¿no? Sí, pero lo que digo es que es grupo, no es página. Cámara, voy a mandar el correo. Uy, uy, uy. Uy, uy, uy. Uy, uy, uy.
Tu camarada lo dejó, güey.
No, pues es que ahí sí, te tienes que aventar, amigo.
You only got 6 games here, 2 of which have happened. They need big performances. They have to push towards placement and end game. So good on them to kind of back up, man. When you have stinkers, there's no defense against it. You get chunked down right through your build. It really is annoying to go against. And speaking about
claro que sí, hermano.
here, Epic Whale's under pressure
No,
right
ese
now.
compa se le están.
Just gonna chunk him down. They force him off of the campfire, and we'll see if he returns to it. Yep, here you go.
Pedro, ¿y me vas a hacer el tutorial de las sensibilidades o todavía no? O ya me vas a explicar cómo funciona.
maybe this could be the game for them. Another dominating duo in the scene, Airwax and Nikov.
Airwax.
Airwax winning the Pro-Am yesterday.
Me trajeron unos mariscos, hoy voy a comer mariscos. Buenas tardes, francés. El Solari. Ojo, ojo, alguien puso torreta. Ojo.
Yeah, and it was their last final games there. Notice
Esa arma la
the
tengo que
text right
calar,
there,
güey.
the fast
Está
track
chida,
Airwax and
güey.
Nikov qualified
Ya
for
le,
the Fortnite
ya le
World Cup.
aumentaron las
Their
balas,
final
sí es
7
cierto.
games. That's
Sí,
intense.
güey, te digo.
Sí, porque antes no me gustaba por eso. Dije, no, 4 balas, ¿para qué?
Ah, mira, esos vatos llevan 0 kills, güey, y ya les apareció el anuncio de la tormenta.
They were 6 or so like that. It was that close for them. But jumping
Ahí
in
estaba
here,
el Mongrel al lado
he's
del.
gonna
Uy.
put some pressure down, and it looks like his teammate has been traded out as well. He's already gone.
Also going to see some eliminations over in the feed as well. You got Crew
No.
who just cleaned up on Volks, but Septic took out X-Mend. And then I think I saw XXM pop up there on the receiving end of a shot there, so will be out of the action as well. Crew by himself has one elimination.
Ahí la vemos,
Going to be
Goten.
looking to get as many points as
Cámara,
possible.
cámara.
Now we're going to be sitting with 40 duos left alive. We're going into the next circle here in
que son
just a
chiles,
little bit.
creo.
It's going to start to collapse.
O algo así.
Salty Springs is going to be the point of interest for all of our players here. Got a lot of bodies that are going to be lingering outside. Some that are even as far out as Dusty Divot, like on the northern end of it, sticking around there. So maybe trying to get some last minute loot perhaps.
Y de escopeta también, o sea, las dos que traen están. Mr. Savage mató a alguien.
Volks and Parpy always
Al
tempt to
Aqua.
stay together, but wait a
Es que
second,
el
that was
Aqua es
a
bueno,
tricky
güey.
little shockwave
Sí,
right
el
there.
Aqua
He did
sí.
try to sneak his way into the build. He
¿Qué
takes
hizo
the
el
wall.
vato?
What are you gonna do with it? Crew's still looking for the replacement here. He gets it on land, takes
Ojo,
the wall.
ojo.
184.
Uy, adiós, hermano.
Crew's excitement, you can feel it from here. That was a huge shot.
Ay, pues sí, traes escopeta de oro. Así es el Skyshi.
That's right. When you're feeling it, man. He went right for the fight. Ambitious,
A ver.
young player there from Sweden.
Esos Apti Sight, no inventes, o sea, todas las partidas van bien.
Millions of dollars. So many of these players. They're just young.
Night
We have a lot
Hill,
of young fans here in the arena
Airwax,
today. Maybe next year this could be them.
Mitro.
Space Mega y Fest Dubs
Mongrel.
están ahí. ¿Dónde están los dos?
A few of the
Arriba de la roja,
Sexro,
güey.
Vinny
En la
Saw,
casa.
Nate
Ok,
Hill,
ok.
as well as Funk Mongrel, Mitro, Aiden.
Traen buena vida.
Aquí quiero que gane Mongrel, güey. Seré
Back over to
sincero,
our
güey.
game 2 winners, Sexro and Vinny.
O sea, que gane la World Cup o que gane una partida.
Gane la World Cup.
Ah, caray.
He went right for Knicks and just take him out
A mí me gustaría el Benji, la neta, el Benji y el Savage. Es que el Benji es como que mi nuevo dios, ¿sabes?
Touch base with him. He's a great kid.
Muy bueno.
Definitely enthusiastic about being
No sé cómo ganaron esos vatos, son medio bots.
here. He's ready to represent. He's one of the few controller players who actually
Los TSM.
qualified for this weekend. It's a big weekend for a lot of players, obviously, clearly. Here you have Cease and Elevate. They haven't found the rhythm.
They've been a little quiet, man.
Traen la misma casa esos dos.
A great duo that has had success in the past.
Ojo.
But this has just not been their game so far.
El click
Gotta
está
get
bien
something to
jodido,
turn it
güey.
around. The talent is certainly there. I think I saw someone
Ni
on
sé por qué lo agarraron el
Reddit
Madrid.
mention, why is no one talking
¿El
about
qué?
Cease and Elevate? And I think it's just
El
important to
Team
note
Inter.
that in order for us to talk about it, they gotta start doing some things. And I think games 1 and 2 has not been their game.
Yeah, and I mean, we were there in the warm-up rounds. A lot of players were not necessarily
Ojo el
revealing
Nitro.
strategy, but
¡Uy! 392.
as Mitro
No
sends one
inventes.
flying down the field right there.
Sent him packing.
Adiós. 392. Yo nunca había visto un 300.
Left in this.
No.
Benji y Savage
Notable
están
names,
bien,
obviously,
güey.
Mega and
También
Doug.
esta la llevan bien, ¿eh?
Fishy, Mr. Savage. A lot
Abajo
of
de
people in
Meg.
the crowd pop for Benji
El de
Fishy when he
Dux.
walked out, as well as
Arriba,
Mr.
arriba.
Savage. For due reason, this is
Ándale,
a
así.
stupendous duo. The double snipe combination from Benji
Uf,
Fishy and Mr.
uf.
Savage.
Lástima que trae el sniper azul,
Big
si no.
shot right there. These double snipes. You gotta be careful. There's
Nomás
no
pa' joder,
standing
¿va?
still in a box here because you might eat one right there. They line up another.
Right.
Not quite successful that time around, but hey, all damage matters. Storm Surge, you want
Oh,
to
mi
be
Dios,
killing damage. You
Benji.
cannot stay idle. There are no free passes at the World Cup.
Look what happened in game 1, man. The Storm Surge claimed a lot of victims. You have to be engaging in fights. You cannot stay still.
Tumbaron el Benji.
There's Fwexy and Letwick.
Sí, güey, lo tumbaron, bro.
Rocks right behind him. Cooler organization.
Ojo.
Benji Fishy's gonna be down.
Ojo.
Just saw that one off on the side. Mr. Savage now having to deal with a player that had engaged on him.
Maldita sea, ni veo nada.
¿Por qué no lo
No, lo
levanta?
tumbaron, güey.
No.
No, pues es que aquí, o sea, el Chile a poco, o sea, si tú estuvieras ahí a poco sí lo revives. A menos que puedas, pero pues aquí ya sabes que te van a putear ojete. Mejor vas por puntos. Pobre Benji, le está yendo mal al compa. Aidan mató a alguien.
What can he do by himself?
It's not going to be easy. Not with a lobby like this. At this point in time, he's really just looking to play the keep away
Lo
game.
bueno que tienen $50,000 asegurados.
Getting elimination for himself. They only have 1 point right now, and they're nowhere near getting the placement points currently. He's still looking to harass some players. Put some pressure on them. Now you see that happen, half off circle. Only 2 duos are going to be inside of there, so everyone's going to have to start to move over.
Nightfield está al lado de Clicks. A ver, ojo, ojo, Nightfield. Adiós. Tumbado. Mongrel va bien, nada más que no trae balas.
This is a team we want to watch right now during this rotation. Mongrel and Mitro, they are masters at executing, especially when they have mobility like this to cut across the field. They are on the hunt right now, and there's no reason for them to rush. Once they spot out someone, they're gonna pounce. They're gonna jump on that target.
Yeah, they're gonna wait for you to make that mistake. And with the nerves at an all-time high here, players are certainly going to make that error in judgment. Saw it happen in scrims when we were looking at players just getting warmed up. So much at stake here, but there's the launch pad. It's going to go out now. Need to be wary of just getting beamed in the sky. So many times you think that you're just going to be sailing away with no problem, not a care in the world, and then you just end up losing all of your shields, all of your HP, and then that's it. You're done.
I've seen it countless number of times. People tweet out, you know, you fly across, you get taken out the sky, but it's all about timing. Neither Mitro nor Mongrel was shot once on that rotation, and it was masterfully done right there. And
Hola, hola, what the fuck?
Just someone trying to just kind of rotate on by the shadow bomb, but that was not enough.
You are not safe from the shadows there, buddy. Another thing, too, was that when they were out of position for a brief moment, the way that they were able to just get back together, right?
Stompy, mataron al Stompy.
The communication, you need to have it when you're getting down to these final moments. 25 duos are going to still be standing here. You got Calculator and Macwood. They're going to have that high ground up above.
Hasta el Savage.
Going to be comfortable just yet. Because anything can happen here. Look at where that next circle is going to be going. Moves need to be made.
With that RPG, I mean, they can basically take high ground at any given moment that they want.
Mataron a Mongrel, Mega. Y Mega mató a Mitro también. What the fuck? Hola, chaval. A Aidan ya lo mataron. Mega mató a Epic Whale. What the fuck? Con Mega anda con todo.
He really does, man. He's a character without a doubt. But right now, there's no fun and games to be had. This is Game 3 of the Fortnite World Cup Finals.
Como, ¿cuántos FPS les ha de ir en su esa madre, güey?
Como unos 200.
240, güey.
Mega ya mató a Mitro, a Mongrel también, no inventes, yo quiero ver esa repetición. Mataron a Nightfield, Nightfield mató a Click.
Los dos se mataron mucho.
Y es lo que estoy viendo, no sé cómo, pero bueno.
And they have a ton of builds to work with as well, Monster. 4 eliminations for Macwood. A great game for him thus far. That's 4 points for this duo, but he's going to be taking some shots. Has to be careful there. And there you can see the lay of the land, Monster.
Yes, the placement thresholds will be divvied out soon. There goes the Storm Surge already ringing down on players. Jay has to make a big move. Doesn't matter. Zate is going to wrap up right here as Keys goes down as well. And the shots are flying. And you can just look at the overhead, the chaos that's going on in the mid-ground specifically.
And look who's still in this.
Ya. Mega mató a Savage, a Mitro y a Mongrel. Yo le estoy diciendo que quiero ver las repeticiones. Es el que juega acostado.
not giving players any moment to be comfortable whatsoever. Look at the names that are here, though. The Rockets now starting to fly by. Wolfie's having to defend himself. Zate's going to be out of this one. He had to see his teammate go down, but his back's going to be to the storm.
Los de mid igual también.
Who's waiting this one out. He knows on the right side of the screen, you see it down low. These players, they're going to try and force their way into his box, so he has to play defense. He has to disengage. And there's Saf, who just lost his teammate Zafe. Now he's going to be running this one solo. And then up above, it's Macwood and Calculator. This whole time, they picked up 3 eliminations from that whole exchange, Monster.
That's exactly where you want to be. They're still putting this pressure down. And Zaf is looking for one, but it's Vinny who's going to take him out right there. So Vinny's going to find his first elimination, and he has so much health. He is in the game right now, although by himself, because Zexro is down. And now Oslo, Bad Sniper, one of the few duos that are still left in this game right here. Arkham somehow, with a masterful rotation, he's still in as well. Bad Snipers at 11 eliminations with Oslo here.
Wow,
unreal stuff.
No, Macwood and Calculator still owning the high ground on the mid, down below. Dubs and Mega, one of the premier duos here at the Fortnite World Cup Finals. Could they get the high ground and wrestle the control away from Calculator and Macwood? Oslo waiting for Vinny. You can see that engagement down low, but we gotta focus on what's going on above here, because Macwood and Calculator, they have their eyes on Dubs and Mega, and they do not want to give them that freedom to dictate where they want to go. They want to try and pinch them. Arkram just eliminated Vinny on that, and it's going to be Oslo and Arkram down low, but you're going to have a clash, a 2v2 in the high and in the mid ground, and Dubs and Mega feeling that pressure, needing to just dial back here, wait a minute, because
yo no quiero ver a esos de abajo, quiero ver a Face y Mega y esos.
The play here certainly has just been defense.
Yes, that's right. Oslo's now left by himself. All he has to do is time this.
Nada más están haciendo gastar materiales a Dubs y a Mega.
Dubs and Mega try to go for the high ground and make a fatal error. They fall to the low here, Golden Boy.
This isn't looking good there. Mega and Dubs, they have the low ground, the ultimate low ground. Oslo's going to be outside, but they get the elimination.
They're holding
the high ground, and that's the victory royale.
¿Quién los conoce?
In game 3, 7 eliminations for him, 2 for Calculator, 9 total.
Yo quiero ver cómo el Mega mata a los demás. A ver si pasan la repetición.
Crushed it.
There was just something about the loadout, seeing that RPG once they already were holding the best point, the high ground. You just knew pressure, and that's what Macwood did there. What was it, 7 eliminations? Hey, shout out to Calculator too. He got a couple at the end.
Yeah, he had his back. Most importantly, Dubs and Mega constantly playing that defense. Credit to Macwood and Calculator for the way that they continue to apply the pressure, and then it was the shock low, forcing them into that engagement. Credit to Oslo now, who
¿Por qué no le salió? ¿Con qué chocaron o qué?
He can get a cheeky trap elimination. Didn't work out for him there, but a top 3 placing for him. Certainly got to be happy with that one. And then it came down to the final moment when Calculator and Macwood together were able to push his player with their combat shotties. Boom, that's the game. And look how happy they were there.
Como que se pegaron, ¿no? Ve? Pa, pa, pa.
So good. You gotta love their reactions right there.
Whew. What a game that was. Had a little bit of a slow ramp up, you know. But
¿Te imaginas que hubiera un dúo gay?
You're just talking, you're having a conversation about where the positioning is going to be, and then out of
Qué asco, ¿no?
you're in the action, you're in the fight, and things start to get wild. Great game there for Macwood and Calculator. Calculator winning on the world stage, man. Look at that.
No, el Benji y el Savage me están.
You know, I'm sure he's proved a lot of people wrong, and you have to respect it.
Yeah.
But Golden Boy, I want to see where we stand here.
Where are we right now? So at the top, it's still going to be Saf and Zate with 38 points. They have that victory royale from game 1.
El mexicano siguen 5, Saf y Side. Sí, estos datos les va bien. Mega Dubs. Mongrel, Nitro, octavos. Los demás no los conozco.
12 eliminations in that game.
Ni me importan.
I want to take it one step further. Bad Sniper and Oslo jump up to 13 total eliminations. They didn't have anything up until this point. They just had one great pop-off game. And suddenly they're in the running here. It is anyone's game in the top 10 because you have to be consistent. And again, there's always those wild cards, those pop-off moments. And here's a look at page 2. Any of these guys are still in the running right now.
Oh, ¿quién empezó de rata?
Who've been wrestled out of the
A
top
ver,
10
Alguerez.
Japanese duo who had a premier game in game number 1. Benji Fishy,
Benji y el
Mr.
Savage.
Saw their demise earlier on. They're going to have 13 points there, but you saw the standings, and we're in game 3. These games are going to be so critical. Games 3 and 4 really set that tone, because once you get into like game 5, a lot of players are going to be down low. Like, there's opportunity for you to try and get your way into that top 20, which is where you're really going to start to get a lot in the prizing. But for the folks that are going to be sitting in top 10 right now, they're going to be feeling very nice about their current standings. For game 3 to be in second place, Dubs and Mega, and then Saf and Zay still performing so well.
And that's the crazy part. Dubs and Mega, everyone has been rooting for them. They're like that wild card that came out of nowhere, and they really swept the competitive community hard lately.
That's right. So I did get word. We have Jordan standing by with our winners from game 3. Jordan, take it away.
NA really showing up and showing off today. It's amazing, seemingly tapping in that nail on the coffin. Such a please pardon the pun, I have to say, calculated game here from Calculator and Macwood. Guys, well matted, well utilized. You dominated high ground.
Vele la izquierda, está bien de...
Walk me through that process of getting that high ground, attaining, and then dominating for the rest of the game.
Well, we were able to pick up 2 lucky eliminations on that outer circle of 4th zone, I think it is, and we were able to use our mats to build up. We were lucky enough to get half and half, and we were able to just beam people out of the air, hold high, and got lucky with a couple zones.
Amazing. Well, I mean, again, you had 3 games left to go. The strategy, is it going to continue to shift around a little bit, or are you guys going to maintain what you've been working on thus far?
I didn't hear the question.
Strategy, maintaining thus far. You guys have a very calculated and very patient game, seemingly leading all the way up to the end of the end game. Right, walk me through your strategy for the end of the next 3 games.
Shoot them in the head.
Shoot them in the head. You heard it here first. Back to you, GV and Monster.
Calculator gets one opportunity to show the world his prowess and knowledge of Fortnite. He just says shoot them in the head. You gotta respect it.
You know, some people, it's just that simple, and hey man, maybe he's just wired that way, right? We're all wired a little differently. Calculator has clearly got his head on his shoulders, and he's ready to just shoot things.
Yeah, but Macwood was the one doing a bulk of the shooting in that last game. 7 eliminations for Macwood. He looked so great, and you would expect the young Calculator to be the one that leads the charge on slaying, but Macwood, man, holding it down. And let's not get ahead of ourselves here. I mean, you know, Macwood, not that much older, right? But I think it's just important to note that you have to have teammates at any point in time to just pop off. Like, you need that. It's so necessary. You gotta trust in your teammates. That's what makes a lot of these duos so successful.
Yes, I mean, we've seen it from the start of every round. Some teams are just more aggressive than others, and they know how to stick together.
A lot of great moments in that game, and good news for us is that we got Sundown standing by to break it all down. Sundown, over to you.
Thank you so much, Golden Boy and Monster. Now, we talked about Safe and Zat. We just got to talk with Macwood and Calculator, but Dubs and Mega had an incredible game from the early into the mid that they transitioned into a top 2 performance. So let's dive right on in and see what allowed to make them into the top 3. First, notice their elims in the bottom corner, but the rifle fire together. The second they see the shield is down, able to pick up one. Mega is the one who is leading the charge here. He picks up all 4 of their first elims. You can see
Ojo, hola.
is so intelligent. Double ticks going through, places the ramp so it's phased. Knowing the yellow is there, pushes in. 2 more elims, chug splashes. Dubs stays up with just barely enough HP, and you can see he's trying to trap the floor every single time. Gets the mid ground control. Elim for Mega. We talked about how high their ceiling was. Unfortunately, using the shockwave to go down and end up at a low
Son buenos, ¿eh? ¿Cuánto les pagarán los teams? ¿O cómo se manejan?
Yo digo que sí les han de pagar buen varo, güey.
O sea,
les dan casa, güey.
¿Les pagan por...? ¿Pero por qué? O sea, ¿por nada más por usar su nombre? Y también les han de pedir cosas, ¿no? Supongo.
Will NA stay on top? Will Serpent and Hype represent Oceania and upset the apple cart? I'm about ready to see some hype myself. Let's start back inside for the last 3 games.
Marcas
Gentlemen,
patrocinan
take it
a
away.
Face.
Well, if you want
Face
hype,
gana
got
varo
you
de las
covered, baby,
marcas y se
because these games
dividen
have been
los
incredible.
jugadores y
And
entre
if you're just joining
la
us
casa
for
sí,
the
güey.
first time,
Exactamente, mi chavo, así se hace. Por eso tú tienes que darnos feria a nosotros, güey.
Yo les dije y dijeron, háganlo crecer.
Saca unos 10,000 varos por mono, güey.
these players are playing for a lot of money in
Chericodo, güey,
prizing.
no nos da
So
nada.
much on the line here. Lives will change forever after today for those players that are on the stage and some of the folks you're seeing on your screen right now in, well, I would say in a different situations than they would find themselves in. You got Vinny and Zexro, they're right
El
there.
Pedro me dijo, no, yo a la temporada 10 ya me retiro y que no sé qué, y que va a vender su play. Y velo aquí, ahorrándole para comprar su temporada 10.
And as I had mentioned before, the prizing, the money that these guys are battling it out for. This is it. First place will take home $3 million. Second place gets $2.2 million. Like, that's just absurd. You get in the, where is this here?
4 millionaire duos before the weekend is over. Not to mention all the fame and clout that comes with it. So I think you'll be pretty well off at that point. But everyone's a winner here. We're here to celebrate all of the competitors that made it this far to the Fortnite World Cup final stage, because those 10 weekends of qualifications were not easy.
Yeah, when you get into 10th place, that's where you really start to rack up the coin. But
¿En qué lugar tiene que quedar Mongrel para ganarse el $1.000.000?
We've had 3 different winners, but our top performers have been consistent through and through.
Mames, ya con él ganaron un putero, güey, con 1.900.000 pesos.
Ya, Pedro, no juegues, ahí va la última vez. Ah, no, de 4.
And you know what? Every game so far, we've seen a new winner. I love that. Same thing with the Pro-Am. There was always some new duo showing that, hey, we've been playing this game, we're ready to take a victory. Everyone here has the potential to come out on top, and you see it in those final moments.
Throughout the weekend, we've been doing interviews, meeting with fans,
No,
and
pues
talking
en
to
primer
people. A
lugar se va a
lot
llevar
of folks have asked, who do you think's going to win? I know it sounds like a cop-out answer, but I'm very real with you all.
¿Cuánto gana el primero, güey? 3 millones, ¿no?
3 millones, pero en pesos mexicanos 57 millones.
It's up in the air. This is a battle royale game. At any point in time, you can have Macwood and Calculator just having the game of their lives in Game 3, and now look, boom, they're going to be sitting in the top 10. I mean, how do you even predict that?
We nearly saw it with Zay and Sap.
¿Dónde va a
I
caer
think
Savage?
anyone with good logic can clearly put their money on people that have had prior
¿Dónde habrá caído
experience, but even
Savage?
that is not enough, because Macwood and
Estos
Calculator
vatos
showing that, hey,
siempre
you know
caen en el mismo
what?
lugar, todos
We're
aquí.
here to slay.
Dubs and
No le
Mega, they're in
cambian.
second place. They made their names in these qualifiers that led us up to this point. They did not find themselves in land. This is the first time these young men are up there playing on this stage. When I was their age, I couldn't even believe that I would be capable of doing something like that. And they're doing it with style. And then to make matters worse, for everyone else in the server, they've been so consistent through and through.
Yeah, that's right. And they're in second place, no victory royale. So just showing that if you step to their box, you're gonna get hurt. We saw Mega with a masterful, and I mean beautiful performance under Storm Surge pressure. He didn't even blink an eye,
Me doy
still
por
fighting
satisfecho
other
que Mongrel
players,
gane
fighting his
una y
way
que
out
Savage
of
gane
that
una.
desperate situation. Volks and Parpy, let's just hop into this duo right here. We'll talk about him a little bit. They are known for sticking to the hip in PvP. Earlier today, we saw Volks get traded out, but it wasn't just like an easy trade. They were actually winning the engagement up until that point, just showing that they have the skill. And that's the OCE region, right? One of the most feared regions here at the qualifiers, because of the fact that you just had to get a ton of elims. You had to be number 1 in the region.
When talking to players, I would ask them, what are you looking to avoid? And every time, if it was, you know, the NAU players, they would say, I'm just trying to avoid OCE or Brazil. I don't want to have to deal with
Para el
that.
puto
Because they
Diego,
play
güey.
the hyper aggro style.
Ferrari Land.
And they just don't care who you are. They're going to go for the fight.
I mean, you saw Scarlet and Bell in that first game. I truly thought they were going to take the whole thing. It was so close.
Even Sinnoh in the Pro-Am yesterday, another top player.
¿Ya viste la foto que envió el Diego a Torres?
He was just, I know it's a Pro-Am, obviously a different competition there, but he was just going into boxes. He didn't care. Not a care in the world for them. Now Volks and Parker,
Ferrari Land.
above here, right by the jet stream.
And he hit him once for whites already, so
En
that means
Italia.
there's no shield on that player. You can have up
Ese
to
güey
100
tendría
effective shield.
que
That that player's dangerously weak, and
Si
folks
jugara
just keep an
chido, güey,
eye
si
on
hubiera
him. He doesn't know if he
clasificado ese
slipped
pendejo,
out
güey.
already and says, you know what, I'm going to go back
Sí,
to my
pero
teammate. It's a little too
fíjate,
risky
o sea,
to split
fíjate
up
que él
here.
cuando jugaba las de solo y así, cuando mandaba sus fotos casi no hacía puntos, ¿eh? O sea, me acuerdo que sus fotos eran de 19 puntos, 20 y así. O sea que igual y no funciona tanto para competitivo.
In the favor of Jamside and 7SSK. Spades gonna have the high ground, now having to deal with a 1v2. Does he have what it takes to pull this one off? He doesn't own that wall. He has no more builds to work with as well. They're gonna push out and Spades
No
couldn't deal with
traía
it.
mats.
That's gonna be the win there for
Nitro
those
mató a
two.
alguien.
You would think for Jamside and SSK, like, hey, you know, we've been landing here, haven't been successful.
Hey, you know.
Do you mix it up? They say, nah, I'm going to stick to my guns here. Because everyone's a winner, regardless.
Es que dice, hay un comentario que dice, exclamó el becado del por 170 que
Ah,
no
ya lo vi,
puede
ya lo
pagar
vi.
las deudas.
Ya lo vi. Ojo Mongrel, ojo Mongrel. Ojo, ojito.
Momentum shifts, the confidence starts to rise up. You think to yourself, I am capable of being able to do this.
Mongrel looking for it right here. Love this dual perspective right now. Mongrel's actually looking for a side angle. He's going for the offense, pushing out. Is he tracking this player down? It's really hard to tell. They're getting into, really just going deeper into Neo Tilted. If you hang on the outskirts or by the slips, you're at huge risk for getting dived on. So it looks like they say, you know what, we're just going to continue to push on through. Those guys dive off, and those markers are actually the trackers. They say, hey, they're going this way. Mongrel still wants a piece of this.
Keeping up with where players are moving in the crowded Neo Tilted, a new area that was introduced just a little while ago. Some players made Tilted Towers their home. This was a drop spot for so many, the likes of Nick Merckx, Aiden, right? But ever since it changed, you started to see players second guess whether or not they wanted to go to the new Tilted. Talking to Aiden earlier, actually when we went out to go get pizza and stuff, he had mentioned like Tilted's just
Ronaldo mató a alguien.
just not something that he really would want to deal with. That's why you don't really see him going that way anymore.
Yeah, it's just a different lay of the land. As things start to shift, different comforts kind of tend to evolve and whatnot here, but we
Mira,
have
están
Twins
en
in cover
1200
H
las
looking
sillas
for
gamer, güey.
a push down right now. and
1200,
they have
¿dónde
the
las
position,
compras?
They have the high ground, and it's just a
Sí,
matter
güey, ya
of
te
do
voy a
we want to
etiquetar.
dive down? They don't want to give up
What?
their
1200 me voy a
angle.
comprar
They
uno.
know this
Comprame
duo
una.
below them have a
¿Te
flint knock.
Eric
Flint
Ruiz
knock can do
Cerecedo?
so much damage
Sí.
if you peek the wrong way. Minimal's going to hit you for
Una
about
para cada
80.
uno, culo.
Vato, 1400 está bien barata, no inventes. Yo quería una y las vi en 4000.
Yo también, güey, no más.
Ya te la envié, güey. Ahí te etiqueté.
¿De seguro? Ay, ha de ser un... Han de haber estafado al Pedro, a ver. No, Pedro, no, esto es fanart. No va a ser el Capitán América, precio 1200. ¿A poco sí?
Yo le puse una sábana roja a una silla de Tecate, güey.
Mira, acá hay una de Marvel, una de Spider-Man.
No, se debe hundir bien fácil.
Yeah, I was a little worried about that duo that was coming in, but the storm is creeping up now. This is only phase 1. Nyx gets knocked by Zexro.
Puras cosas piratas encuentras.
Está buena, cómprala.
Si me dan ganas, está barata. No se me vaya a romper. Y se me mete el tubo por ahí. Se la cae de
Looks like we're hopping over to the Loot Lake area where it's Macwood and Calculator. Going against Daedra and Miz. This is a top 10 contenders right here.
No mames, los ganadores de la pasada, güey, están bien jodidos, güey. Los van a matar, güey. El Diablo los va a matar.
Ni quien los quiera. Hola.
Oh, ¿sabías que la saltadera va a ser eliminada del juego, güey?
Ya les dije, Simón, la siguiente temporada.
Esa mamada.
Van a quitar la lanzadera.
Neta.
Simón, pero deben de poner otro objeto para rotar, ¿no?
Ya quitaron la
grieta, la bridge.
Grieta, güey.
so many points you can earn from this. Flying into the top 10 potentially if we have a new winner that was outside of it. This is where players start
Las
to,
mamadas, puto.
I guess it really sets in on them that they're going to be playing for $3 million in prizing.
Yeah, if it hasn't already, I don't know what world they're living in, but here it is. Swizz goes for the shockwave overhead, and it's Diros who eats a chunky one right there. Cover H looking to chop this bad boy down. In comes the Stinkers. Is it going to be enough, though? The pressure is so real right here.
Swizz and Cover H doing it, not only for themselves, doing it for New Zealand, their families, and everyone watching them at home. And that is going to be one elimination through. I saw that one pop up. That's number 1 for the duo. The challenge comes in.
Adiós. No sé qué estaba planeando el otro, pero eso estuvo muy buena.
He tried to get out there and play the trap play, but it was not enough. 7 SSK and Jamside have rotated in from Paradise Found.
Oh no.
Oh no, down comes the build.
Oh no.
They should be close enough. Yeah, he is going to be able to catch himself, and the build battle goes off, Golden Boy.
Cover H is going to be down. Jamside, 7 SSK7. You're looking at Jam's perspective here. Going in for the fight, and after winning that one out, it's going to be Jam and 7 SSK7 that get the better of the
qué jotos.
They found their stride coming into game 4 so
Mataron
far.
a los de Nueva Zelanda, de por sí hay poquitos, pobrecitos. Pero se rifó, vieron cómo mató al otro. Con la pistola de mecha y
you're still in the running so far because there are several more games left before this thing is over here. This Calculator finds himself very high in the sky right here. He's got a nice little base. They're just waiting.
Vinieron a ofrecer unos pitbull, güey.
¿Cómo?
Vinieron a ofrecer unos pitbull.
¿Por? ¿Traficas animales?
Wow, he actually sent a shot when the explode came in and hit Cease with that. What?
1200,
How was Cease knocked right there?
Ahora, también baratos, son de raza.
1200 porque se coman a tu hijo, güey.
Están baratos, güey, pero no está teniendo dinero ni 300 pesos para el puto pase de batalla, güey.
Macwood back into a fighting position, a fighting posture to help his buddy out.
And it's so unfortunate because they were
¿Cuánto
just
dijo
about
que
to
le
push
costó
to
ese
seal
güey,
the
o qué?
deal on Elevate there.
1200 unos pitbulls, ¿o qué?
Slows things down. Elevated Seas having to deal with the Stinkers will be moving out of the fight now.
I love it right there. He uses the Stinkers to back him off, and since he doesn't take friendly damage from it, he pushes right into enemy territory here. He's so offensive. He's on the enemy track.
Ojo. ¿Quién no vio la trampa o qué? Quedó disparado el vato así como...
Aceptó su destino rápido, güey.
Hay que haber hecho el Mr. Savage. Ojo.
Listo, güey. Ya pues
Calculator, sending him packing.
Calculator did a great job, though. He did win his straight off against Cease. Ronaldo and Zip are just nearby, though.
Pero hay un tercero ahí.
Así
que le va a dar tiempo.
He was like, you know what, getting closer, trying to see what he can do here. And Zip's going to fall down here because of the shockwave.
Yeah, Norwood was the one down low, hearing all of the action happening. Zip and Ronaldo now in front of us. They managed to get this ball, just get ownership of it, but the ramp is going to be placed, giving him time to wiggle out of that moment of time.
And Norwood actually used all this shockwaves there to disengage.
It's not really worth it. By yourself, evidently. Oh, man. And that's Norwood. Norwood tried. He did not get
Ronaldo
far,
matar.
my friend, but there's the other duo right in front of him. Zip and Ronaldo out of the sights. Ronaldo's going to be on the other side now. Engaging in the fight, not taking any damage.
Such a good job, though. Good job by Zip here to come in and back up his teammate right now. He is trying desperately to get to his teammate here. This is great teamwork. Now they have the pinch lined up, and the trap is down. That's a siphon for Elevate right there.
That's like the difference maker for him. Zip doesn't have any shields. He needs to take a moment to just pop the minis.
Ese vato está tocado.
A little bit of a reset here.
He's still in this too, so he didn't get knocked. He's not full eliminated yet.
Which is rough. You don't convert the Elim, you don't get the point either here. This Elevate is doing a great job on defense, but the Campfire heals down players as well. This is actually really, really smart of them to sit on the Campfire right now and just wait and buy time. Always looking to set up the phase through right there, trying to get through the build. Some shockwave comes out, and close but no cigar.
Such an intense fight between these two. Oh,
Oh no, someone thirsted.
No mames, despidió a su compa y se le tumbaron, güey.
There you see him right there along with Red Rush. And then Zip down low on this island using not only the rocks but also this metal that he had just built up for himself to get out of this.
Zip is the target of the server at the moment, as everywhere he moves, he cannot seem to catch a break, but he is going to find a little bit of that high ground real estate right here and hopefully ease up the burden, but nope, has to change layers again. And now let's go ahead and take a look.
Oh, and Zip is
Es que te hace hasta de espantar, ¿no?
I could have sworn I saw Funk there, but no, I think it was that was Elevate. Apologies, that was Elevate that did get that.
But the secure was there. Moving on now, taking a look at the other side of the map.
Sí es bueno,
sigue Laidan.
Shinken still in the game. Mongra and Nitro, Benji and Savage, Aqua.
Ya, por favor, Mitro, el Benji, digo, Benji, ya. Es que no se ha puesto el pescado. Ya que se ponga el pescado y mira. Lleva 4.
Sí, güey, pero lleva 4 el puto.
Players will just have to build over. Nothing that these guys can't handle. Oh, a lot of open air though. Lots of open air.
En esta partida tienen que hacer 20 puntos para llegar al top 10. Mínimo. Diría que son capaces. Ajá, sí, yo creo que sí pueden.
10 partidas, güey, no más, 6 más, o sea, 6 más, güey, si las
Storm
hacen,
Surge,
güey.
you never want to be under the pressure of the Storm Surge. They know that with 50 players in the lobby, depending on the zone, Storm Surge will activate, excuse me.
Diría mi
Simón,
diría mi compa Sirenoman y Chico Percebe, el poder está en el traje. ¿Y has escuchado cuando juegan cómo empiezan a gritar bien locos estos vatos? Knock them, knock them, knock them. One knock. ¿Qué dicen?
El Benji, güey, también grita un chingo, güey.
Todos, vato.
842. The match average, every other player on average, 176. That's not even enough to take out a player with shield and health. So they're doing a lot of work on this lobby right now, and they are here to play. Looks like they're going to find themselves another interesting spot. But it's all good because they have launch pads. They can get up and over this cliff lip right here. And they're backside safe, so all they have to do is protect their forward angles.
Esta está más buena, todos están más llenitos.
Trying to see where players are going to start to make some moves. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. We'll come back and see where they are currently.
Y les va a empezar a hacer daño. Ojo. ¿A quién mató el mongrel? Se ve cómo grita. Púmbale, papá.
Hasta le pegó, güey.
Mames, se trabó.
Le dio un cachetadón para que Airwax mató a alguien. Le dio un cachetadón para que reviviera el Mitro.
¿No se les trabó a ustedes?
No, amigo, es la primera vez que te pasa.
Sí.
Bienvenido. No, pues salte rápido del juego, salte y vuélvete a meter, es un error.
¿Del juego?
Es que cuando le des atrás, se te va. Bueno, a mí me saca del juego. A nosotros. No, entonces pues salte y vuélvete a meter.
Ya se puso otra vez. ¿Qué estás viendo ahorita?
Es un plano de todos los jugadores.
Okay.
And there it is, Storm Surge. It's now live.
And it's going to hurt some people.
You either have to do damage or less than 50 players have to be in the lobby. So 6 individual players right now are under it. Yep, that's it. Gustavo gets owned right there. Is Wishy going to be able to do something about it?
Algo así
Storm Surge in effect. Dubs and Mega once again They're in second place in the leaderboards.
¿Eso qué, Pedro? Bata?
Very, very well for them.
¿Qué, güey?
¿Qué, güey?
Yo no soy, güey, yo no estoy gritando,
51 players, only one player needs to be eliminated, and that will be it.
Says, you know what, we ballin'. They out, they're going, they're trying to get that zone plan for placement right now. And do you blame them?
Ahí está Benji,
Why not?
Sabas.
They're in the lead right now. All they have to do is consistently skate through. They've gotten through the hardest part, the beginning. They're warmed up. As Mega is trying to fish around here and get a good spot in. Looks like they get themselves a little bit more.
Ay, no puede ser, qué oso, amigo, qué oso. Estoy viendo tu video que me mandaste.
Ya viste. No mames, qué pedo con los gatos, güey.
De seguro es en una escuela en Puebla eso.
No mames, no, güey. Aquí no
Did
somos
cost a
mexicanos.
fair amount of metal right there. Mega now on 300 metals, trying to inch his way to that fence nearby. Just doing a little bit of a material swap right there. Back to Mr.
Ojo,
Savage
ojo.
and Benji
Mis
fishing
gallos.
with the minigun. The minigun so
Benji
good.
está medio
Pero con
caliente,
skins
güey.
bien feas.
Spread out a few of those materials.
Que le dé más el culo, tiene otras tres, hijo de su puta madre.
Snaking as what you would hear
Uy.
players often mention. They tunnel out, give themselves some coverage. You need a lot of materials for that. Then the artillery strike from
El Benji
above,
está
new
medio
item that
cagado,
was
güey.
added.
Pinche abuelita.
You can build around and give yourself some defense, so
Que para la última se pongan el pescado y la calavera, vato, y la ganen. Hola. Hola, chaval.
Miento a su madre, güey, porque lo deben de haber hecho desde el principio.
Esta está buena, hay buenos, ahora sí en la final.
UN takes some rope right there.
45, güey, no mames, ve, güey, a la verga. Mi play explota si estoy en eso, güey.
Micho's trying to find some real estate here. Is he going to be able to set up? He's going for the high ground. A little bit of a build-off, but Monroe's got it under control. He's got the high. Blue putting some pressure down.
Yeah,
He's getting the shot straight across here, Golden.
yeah, there was a duo
Oh,
right
no,
on the
mira,
other
ya
side
peló.
there that Mitro was concerned about. So he goes
Se lo
low,
deletearon.
and really, wherever you go, there are going to be players looking right at you. Sometimes you just manage to incur the wrath of the entire server.
No, el
Luckily
Mitro está
for
bien,
Mitro,
Mitro
that
está
did
bien.
not happen quite yet. Saf, I just saw Saf get dropped. Zate's going to be
No
separated from
mames,
his
güey, que ve
teammate
cómo
there
sacan
across the
todo.
side, and that is the circle creeping on forward. It's going to be open air, open space for them, so the ballers will have space to move around and try to survive here. This is it. It's coming down to the final
Uy,
moments, Monster, for a lot of these
retacharon para
players.
atrás al Mitro.
Yeah, Saf has already been
Savage
taken out, so
está
Zate is
peligro,
left to fend
Savage
for
está
himself here.
muerto.
Can he play for placement? We already know Mongo Mitro were split up. Can they find
No veo a
themselves
Benji.
amongst the chaos
Ahí
here?
está Savage y Benji, güey.
Holding up the high ground here as well, and that's a scary duo. Way up top,
Hasta arriba está
uncontested.
Aqua y no sé. Iba Airwax. Aqua perdió High.
Mitro está en zona, creo, güey.
Está Mongrel ya se recuperó, ya se murió Sight. Adiós. Iba Mega.
Mitro ya murió, güey. Sí, güey.
Ya mataron a Mitro, maldita sea. Ahí está Benji está completillo. 6 Mega, ahí va el Mega, ahí va el que juega acostado. Earwax se posicionó bien.
Ah, su madre la Mega.
Mongral, ahí va el Mongral.
Benji sigue ahí.
Aidan también está en la final. Adiós Mega.
So many solos remain right now, but there are still several duos in the game here, Golden.
Benji está bien, Benji está excelente.
No mames, Monga mató a uno y lo mataron.
Adiós Mongral, ahí sigue mi Benji. Ojito con Benji.
Has 7 elims as
No lo
well
veo.
right now. He has
Ahí
7
está,
already.
Puro en medio.
Savage no lo veo, güey.
Jumps out of the box.
No, sabes, ya murió, no lo veo yo tampoco desde hace rato. Earwax.
Necesitan bajar los de arriba, güey.
Con vida.
Benji está lleno, Benji está llenito.
Ah, valieron verga los de arriba, güey.
Benji, güey.
No mames,
Then you
Benji.
got Benji Fishy in the game. 5 eliminations for him, 6 total with Mr. Savage's 1. Oh, there's a player in front of me.
Ay, ay, San Juan.
Oh, that's so scary there, but Benji
No,
Fishy
se vio lento, sí, se vio mal.
Sky has been around the competitive scene for a long
Pobre
time. and for
Benji.
good reason right there. Nyrox now owning
Se vio
from
chavo,
the
mi
high ground, putting
chavo.
that pressure down. A shockwave was initiated right there, but it's not going to be enough. This is their map to control. control right here in the final moments. They're the only duo standing, Golden Boy.
This is their game to win. The Cooler duo. Is this going to happen? As they're putting the pressure on these players down low, they're synergized, they're communicating, and they're ready to pick up this victory royale in Game 4.
He only has 10 builds, though. This is very intense. Both of them don't have much here. He's going to put all the splashes down. Is that the decision right there to commit? Looks like the shockwave is going to cause an eruption in the high ground, and now they're in the zone here. What's going to happen here? This is so close.
5 players remaining. Few left as the shockwave is going to send him all the way up. Nyrox takes out Falconer down low, and he's wrestling with everyone. But Nyrox is out. Oh no, he does manage to get the elimination, and in the storm, he gets the victory royale. 7
Adiós, el Aqua.
A big win for Nyrox.
Los raros.
Huge shockwave play in the final moments right
El
there.
Aqua sí es buenillo.
Him to the high ground and allow him to work top down. But not only that, it chucked everyone into the zone for a couple of seconds right there. So it truly was the ultimate disruption right there.
The shockwave, the end of the game.
¿Le hicieron una sombrilla por ganar?
Change everything. The
No sé.
complexion of it all. And just everything that had happened right at the end here. Look at Nyrox. He just went down low. He wanted to get scrappy with him. He goes down. That's Sky and Chapix. And then it's Aqua who follows it up. Flew up right into the sky there. I also like looking at the player's face at these moments because the focus that he has. Oh man.
To hit your shots, you must hit your shots. Look at that. Stompy, Shinken have talked about Aqua and Nyrox as players to look out for. They're scary competitors on the scene, and good to see them take a victory royale.
Yeah, in EU, right? So we've had 2 NA, 2 EU now. You know, getting a little scrappy out there.
Spicy.
I like to see it, right? Everyone's like, EU, where you at? NA, where you at, right? But hey, that is the game, right? You never know what you're gonna get. Saf and Zayt still hold on to first place, but it's only gonna be by 2 points. Dubs and
Mongrel y Mitre subieron a cuarto. Benji y Savage subieron a octavo. Excelente, excelente. Cualquier cosa puede pasar.
Of first place, Saf and Zayt have to hold on to their title as the kings of the mountain, and in that last game, they just could not put it together.
Son los que más kills llevan, el Mongrel y Mitro, güey.
It's going to be critical given how close this gap is between all of the players in the top 10.
That's right.
O sea, las muertes
Está el
que
Slay,
ponen son las que
el 11.
son las que llevan todas las partidas.
Ah, no sé.
But one loss sets them way back to the second page now because you have to continue to accrue points here. But look, Epic Whale still here as well. There's a lot of players in the running.
Yeah. Wild stuff from game 4, excuse me, as we've had the EU duo, the Cooler duo, managing to get their win on the world stage. I know that we're going to have Jordan in a little bit with the winners. He's getting everything together. I want to hear from these players, and good news is we are going to do just that. So let's send it on over to Jordan, who has our winner standing by.
A massive shift for EU here. We all know that shockwave grenades can absolutely shift the balance of in-game, especially allowing you to propel yourself up and work your way top down to dominate and control what was the most exciting final moments of in-game here today. What is your plan going into these next couple of games? There's a lot kind of hanging in the balance here, right? There's a big momentum shift for you, and you have the opportunity to kind of go any direction that you want. What's your plan?
Our plan is just to keep going what we're doing right now, just landing our spot and going for
Ese güero que...
Consistent placement points. That's key and can absolutely take the Vic Roy home, as you saw just now. Back to you, GB and Monster.
Thank you so much, Jordan, for that one. And stay the course. No reason for you to adjust anything. If it worked out for you there, clearly you're doing something right, Monster.
Yeah, absolutely. I think these competitive players know best. Stubbornness is in their name. You saw Jamside, 7SSK say, hey, I don't care if I lose the first 3 times here. We're going to master this. We're going to turn it around. And they did. They had a great, at least, showing at some point at the last one. So players are going to stick to their guns.
Early engagements, man.
What? Ah, se me trabó esta shit. Ahora vuelve. Me invitan.
Great weapons, right? You really can tell who can figure it out with not much to work with. That's always the challenge that players have to deal with in the beginning of a game like this. Now, I do understand we have Balla standing by to break it down and what we saw in Game 4. Balla?
Yeah, well, Aqua and Nyrox definitely showed up here today, and the resurgence of EU is maybe starting. We've got 2 more games to go, but I want to talk about Mongrel and Mitro and what they had to do in this game here. They actually ran into Zexro and Vinny. We're going to start off. GB, you were talking about early game engagements. This is one that's been going in the duo of Mongrel and Mitro's favor against Skeptic and Clicks in Neo Tilted Towers. The pressure here from Mitro to find out exactly where the first player is. Mongrel up above, then targeting on both. They try to get into the same box at the same time. They go down and just continue pushing forward. Mongrel and Mitro, it's the second time that they win this engagement here today. And it's not stopping. They continue forward onto Volks and Parpy and just try to hunt down everything. There Clicks is trying to escape as well. And then this snipe here from Mitro. He actually, not only did he hit that, and they get right into it onto Zexro, he hit Vinny coming in with a drift board right before this. So 1 elimination there for them. And then they had the engagement that we saw earlier. We're gonna go ahead and run it back because this clutch puts them perfectly in position at 4th place right now. A reminder that this was with Mitro down after all was said and done. There he goes down, and then Mongrel comes in right on cue. He does not let his teammate go down. You heard the reactions earlier, and it continued because Mongrel got 1 more elimination in this game, leading to the 8 eliminations total before they fell, not before earning placements points though. So this game, not only did they take out Vinny and Zexro, which were in 3rd place, they stopped them from accruing any more placement points, so they are inching their way closer. They're now in 4th place. They actually have the most elims out of everybody in the tournament so far on 20. So with 2 more games to go, we're gonna see where they can leave themselves at the end. Back to you guys, GB and Monster.
Thank you so much, Balla, for the insight there. Everyone getting all ready for games 5 and 6. And then we crown our first ever Fortnite World Champion. Crazy to say out loud.
It's happening.
It's happening.
This is it. It's happening.
It's happening, right? Now, there have been a lot of duos that have been the talk of the town, but one duo in particular that have a lot of fans excited are Benji Fishy and Mr. Savage. And we did get an opportunity to catch up with them, and they're currently in 8th place. Can they climb up? Let's go ahead and check it out.
This is a scary duo. Benji Fishy
Y...
and Mr. Savage.
Ah, maldita sea, Pedro, ahora ya no lo puedo ver. Voy a tenerlo que ver por Twitch. Por Twitch.
Estás perdiendo su especial.
Su discurso.
Sí.
Ya lo estoy viendo. Es que ve, ahí traen los pescaditos, así sí.
Sí, güey. Te la van a poner al final, güey. Anderson, ¿cómo se llama ese güey?
¿Quién?
One of the most terrifying duos coming out of Europe, period.
El Benji.
Noruega. Sí, es de Noruega.
Benji es de UK y Savage es de Noruega.
I live in Surrey in the UK. And I travel to England to like meet him, see how he's doing here.
He has my back. If I ask him something, he'll help me out. We don't actually just play Fortnite. We play other games when we just want to have fun.
We have a lot of the same interests. He's always really humble. I love his personality.
Yeah, we're great friends.
Alright, yeah. Alright. I'm too good for you. Oh, there's a guy northwest of me. He has an RPG, I'm not. The reason why we're so good at playing duos is because
Benji es
we
muy
both have
tierno.
super good mechanical skills, good chemistry, and communication.
Hey, 120. Knocked one. Let's go, dude.
Everybody knew in the community that Savage was one of the best players in the world.
Después de esta vemos si sale algo y grabamos.
He knows the game really well, so he makes really good calls. Benji's just so insane.
Está el Skyshi y está el Raven. ¿El Raven sigue aquí?
He just follows me.
O ya se nos fue.
He fills in the gaps.
Lo veo en la lobby,
don't
pero
see.
no habla el ojo.
You'd think a fish out of water would be harmless. Not this fishy. Not today.
Oye, pero el pescado lo tienen un chingo, ¿no?
People were definitely scared since they see some fishes.
¿Cómo?
Es el skin más vendido, ¿no?
Think fishes weren't really
Puede
that scary,
ser.
but Fortnite, it's
Ahorita ya la compraron un buen.
We're in a really good state right now as a duo.
Let's just cross loot league.
La skin más vendida del pescado, es que no sé.
We're playing super well.
Yo la compré por el Benji.
It's really nice to, you know, finally be able to prove ourselves.
Savage.
I think we're just gonna show people how good we are.
Ahorita sí, porque como la volvieron a vender. Y ahora todos quieren la de la World Cup.
Some fans of Mr. Savage and Benji Fishy, they were diabolical in the online qualifiers. And maybe, just maybe, with these last two games,
Mr. Savage, Benji Fish.
¿Cuántos van? ¿4?
Let's be honest.
Sí, van las últimas dos.
Do very well so far. Maybe not the performance they were looking for. I know they want to pull a victory. They have everything it takes. They can muscle up from 8th. They'll be up there.
¿Ya sacaron la tabla de posiciones?
No, pero la puedes ver por aquí. Por aquí, por el juego. Le das ahí y dice, mira, vivo dúo, le das tabla de clasificaciones. Primer lugar va 6, segundo lugar va Dubs y Mega, tercero sean, cuarto va Mitro, el Savage va en octavo, 24 puntitos.
Ya subió y va bien abajo.
Wow. Hora y 9 minutos. Ahora vuelvo.
20 puntos y los pueden hacer.
You were holding your own, you were keeping up, you were staying alive, you were getting eliminations. How did you change your playstyle?
Punisher lleva 0, güey. El X-Men
I think we learned a lot from the last one. Just that you focus on late game a little bit, and I just sort of let him lead the way and made it happen.
How did it feel to play with a potential World Cup duo winner?
It's amazing. I'm actually going to come tomorrow and sit in the stands and cheer for my man Airwalks, yeah.
Maybe make an Airwalk sign and wave it in the air?
Maybe a 98 bot sign. I'll hold it up.
Good luck on the event tomorrow. Congratulations on winning. Congratulations on winning. Incredible, incredible gameplay throughout Fortnite World Cup Pro-Am.
Mañana en solo, el que yo creo que va a ser un buen de cosas va a ser el Savage. El Savage se funciona mejor solo que en dúo. El Mongrel igual. Nomás que Mongrel clasificó hasta la última semana, como que no le metió tanto a solo.
My name is Serpent. We qualified on the last week.
Week 10.
Clasificó hasta la 9.
We knew it was the last opportunity we had, so we were just completely focused the entire time, and it was just a huge relief after we qualified.
Yeah, it was such a relief. I was waiting for this moment the whole time.
Well, before the leaderboard updated, we was almost
Oye, ¿por qué pico fue, güey?
And then when we finally
Pues
saw the
¿sabes?
leaderboard update, we just started
¿Pero ese güey
screaming
no va a
the
jugar?
entire house down.
No.
We started
¿Y qué fue
playing
lo
back
que
in,
calificó,
like,
güey,
season 3
de
of
Xbox?
Fortnite. We just found
Un torneo, tú también lo podías jugar.
and joined a
Por
squad
eso,
team
pero no
together,
va ese.
and we just stuck with each
No,
other.
ese no se juega final ni nada, ese es nomás así en línea.
¿Y por qué el güey está así literal donde juegan estos pendejos?
En el set, quién sabe, ha de haber comprado algún pase chido, algo así.
We both make calls.
Yeah, we both have
Ah,
things
¿estás viendo
we're
su
a little
historia?
bit better at, but we try to take the roles like evenly.
O sea, sí va con sus amigos, pero...
I'm just really excited to play with everyone from all the regions. Yeah, I would say from what we've seen, OCE is a lot more aggressive play style because we go for a lot higher point games, whereas yeah, NA and EU they have like way more passive play style than us, I think. It's a dream come true, to be honest. It's all I've wanted to do is just play games, and to have a huge opportunity like this is amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same, but yeah, just crazy opportunity to be able to play against the best players around the world.
¿Sabes por qué pensé que iba a jugar ese güey?
¿Por?
Porque en sus historias traen sus gafetes y dice jugador, güey.
Sí, pero no.
Vamos a comprar un pase especial para estar ahí donde están todos los vatos.
Pues sí,
Sí, yo supongo. Porque pues ven su última historia, está como que en unos palquillos o algo así viendo.
Yo no lo tengo. ¿En cuál? ¿En Insta?
Sí.
A ver cómo aparece.
Pico.
Pero lo tiene cerrado, güey.
Lo tiene cerrado,
¿Sí lo tiene?
sí, tiene que aceptar.
Puta madre. Voy a poner dos.
No, ese plátano está bien feo, güey.
Pico cama.
¿Cómo se llama ese güey?
No me acuerdo. Sí, creo que sí.
Y Richie sabe, creo que sí se llama Israel.
Sí es Israel. El Isra.
Que nos traiga la sudadera, ¿no?
Un Funko.
Tanto dinero que tienen, pinches skins bien feos, güey. O sea, ni se parece.
大家好，我是 XXM， 我来自中国。
The rocket's gonna come up through. Are they all coming down?
El pescadito está bien padre.
小蒙德，我来自中国。
¿Y esos feos
我
quiénes
们
son?
是在那个亚洲锦标赛第6周海选的时候，上双排拿到了亚洲第1。
A second rocket going to catch both players? How do you even find that angle?
当时我很高兴，我超级高兴，从桌子上跳了起来。
These guys do not miss. You have to be careful. You cannot sleep on them.
我们为了准备这个比赛，我们每天基本上要训练12个小时以上。
我想我到现场的话，我的心应该会蹦出来。
我希望他们可以好好
¿Cuánto?
的去看这场比赛，
12 horas al
因为
día.
能学到很多的东西。
No inventes, eso es demasiado.
Mediodía, güey.
因为我平时很喜欢购入，然后如果说获得这么多奖金的话，我一定会。
Sí, yo creo que para jugar así como que cualquier juego, que si entrenas, o sea, bien, puedes llegar a ser un jugador excelente, pero creo que así para cosas extra, como que sí tienes que tener el toque, ¿no? O creo que con puro entrenamiento llegues así.
No creo, güey.
Porque esos vatos, por ejemplo, en los de Pace, aparte de que entrenan todos en equipo literalmente en el mismo cuarto, esos vatos tienen así como que una hora de edits, una hora de aim, después descansan, comen, después hablan, tienen esos equipos tienen un asesor de eSports que les ayuda a marcar las rutas, dónde juega cada jugador y así, y les dan los consejos y todo, y pues ya de ahí empiezan a jugar públicas, de ahí se meten ya a las chidas, a las de clasificación. O sea, sí. No como el ninja, pobrecito ninja, ese vato ya pasó, ya se oxidó. No más.
Mañana quiénes juegan chidos.
Bueno, ahorita, conoces a Face Mega y Face Dubs. Esos dos, va a jugar Mongrel, va a jugar Benji, va a jugar Savage, va a jugar Side, sí, porque ellos también clasifican para solo. Va a jugar Tifu, va a jugar igual Airwax, varios del Ghost, varios de Atlantis. Por el Pedrito.
Si Ninja se lo tomara más en serio, güey, sí mejoraría un chingo.
Sí,
pero como que le da hueva, no sé.
Es que Ninja sí tiene, fíjate que Ninja yo siento que sí tiene el talento. Desde que jugaba Halo el bastardo. Nada más porque le ha flojeado a comparación de los demás.
This is my first LAN event ever. I'm 14, so before this, the required LAN age was 16. So this is a life-changing event that Epic gave me.
It's mind-blowing and it's a good journey.
So one of my friends back in December recommended
Yeah, we young dumb,
so I tried
young,
playing with him
young,
once. We
dumb,
played a
and
few games.
broke,
We
young,
didn't do
dumb,
amazing well. We played pretty good. But
broke,
I had to do a part at
young,
the time, so
dumb,
I was good.
young,
But
dumb,
after he
dumb,
started
and
competing high
broke,
levels and Share the
young,
Love, he got
dumb,
first place and all that, I hit him up and we decided again.
And then the first week we probably played for 3 days, and that week we qualified. So we had 3 days of practice. And
¿Cuánto falta?
yeah, before big games, get my nerves out.
50
make sure I'm on the right
segundos.
track. I literally just scream as loud as I
Me voy
can.
metiendo
And
al
my team
Twitch.
knows it, so hopefully that goes along with
Twitch
I wash
Prime.
my hands. I'm not joking. No, I wash my hands. I have to get the perfect grip on my mouse, so I wash my hands a lot. Like a lot a day. Just to make sure I have a perfect grip on my mouse. Sounds pretty weird, but it helps.
tons of people ask me questions on a daily, like, how do you like find the right sensitivity? And I feel like that's obviously the big mechanical way for the game. So I just
¿Y quiénes son los primeros lugares, güey?
sensitivity and just work your way up.
Son, ahorita te digo.
Like building, everything like that.
I say practice makes perfect with everything. in
Los
life,
primeros
just like
son,
the more you practice, the more you
son
play
Seit
creative,
y
the more you
Saf.
get mechanical.
Saf es del clan Ghost, donde está el Aidan. Y Sait es del clan NRG, que es donde está el Benji y Savage, es el mismo. Duff y Mega son de Face. Los de abajo quién sabe quién son. Mitro y Mongral. Y así, así.
Ese pinche chinito.
Es bueno echándole acá el...
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. The World Cup Finals
Ya se fue el
Duos
ninja.
competition. My name is Dr. Lupo, and
¿Ya?
I missed you dearly. Joining me on the desk for the
Ahora está
final
Doctor
two
Lupo
matches,
y-
Ahí está el
Courage
Dr.
JD,
Lupo.
you know him, you love him, one of the best men in the industry. Oh, stop. I'm super excited to see what these final two games have in store. We've watched a ridiculous competition thus far. Honestly, it's been insane. I've had a chance to watch some of the plays, some of the shots from some of these players, the accuracy, the heads-up gameplay. Jack, it's been insane. What do you think so far?
It's insane, Dr. Lupo. It is great to hear your voice, and I am so excited to be casting these
Feels
final
good.
two games together for the Fortnite World Cup Finals duo competition. We are 2 games away from crowning our first ever Fortnite World Champions, who will
Solo
win
hay
a
dos que no han
combined
hecho ningún punto.
Mañana va a ser el de solo.
dollars. That is a
Simón.
lot of money if you don't know how much US dollars is worth, because this is the World Cup, as you know. But Ben, I'm so excited.
It's insane. The $3 million for first place. It's not the only position on the leaderboard that takes home 7 figures. And to look at that leaderboard, we're going to throw it over to Sundown just to see where everybody stands thus far.
Thank you so much, Lupo and Courage. And what we have here is the current top 10 on the board. Now, we talked about this being the World Cup representation coming out in the top 20 from all of the regions in there. You can see NA currently sitting on top, but EU just behind them with representation from Mitro and Mongrel, Rojo and
No
Wolfers.
mames, si Mitro y Mongrel ganan, güey. Van a ir al primero.
Also made a great play. Let's not forget about our most recent victory royale out of Nyrox and
Con
Aqua,
40
climbing
puntos
them
el
into
Chase y
the
el
top
Taz.
10. Now, what we want to take into account, 2 matches are left. The highest elim totals
Su
we've
diadema
seen
de
out of
oro.
pairing is
De
12.
bajas.
We've seen it twice.
Ya de ahí,
Have
ya de
seen on the
ese top 10,
royale end, we've seen a
o
9
sea, ya los de que
elimination,
están
but
en
more commonly it's right around 5 or
27
6.
puntos ya para
What does that
alcanzar los
mean?
40
We
está
can expect
difícil.
about 2 of the winners to come out
Mitro y
with
Mongral
15
traen
to 16
30, 10 puntos
If you
todavía
look
por,
at that top 10 right now, the
por el
spread is
Saf y el Toad van a seguir
17
subiendo.
points. With 2 games remaining, everyone who is on this board has the ability to challenge for the top spot to be the first ever Duos World Champion at the Fortnite World Cup. No one is out of it. The Chinese pair is just off the page as well. Anybody can make a play. 2 matches are
No
left.
huevo, no hay
Let's
ningún
head back
puto chino ahí.
inside, back into the action. Lupo and Courage, take it away.
No, vato, los latinos y los chinos
your
están hasta
analysis of the
abajo.
board thus far, and you're right. Looking at the board, the limited spread between first and 10th, 17 points is incredibly close, but that's not even the beginning of it. You have to realize that across all 50 duos, just 2 games, these last 2 could push any duo all the way up into the top. That top 10 taking a crazy amount of prizing home, Jack.
Yep. It is a life-changing amount of money, to say the least. As you know, people watching from around the world, millions and millions tuning in today. Use the hashtag Fortnite World Cup. I want to hear from you right now. Tweet Dr. Lupo, myself, Fortnite Which region will come out on top? Will NA remain up top? Will EU surge back? You heard some of the Asia, Oceanic, Brazil region still trying to push on through. I think NA is going to do it. I really do.
It's anybody's game, to be quite honest, but it's interesting to see trends from the qualifiers of previous weeks. You know, the 10 that we had leading up to this moment. Some of the names that were stars then, stars yet again here, and that consistency is going to shine through in a big way as we go into late games. We've had some of the highest player count final circles that we've ever seen. We've had a lot of aggressive gameplay from people at clutch moments. And that's not the end, Jack. We've got 2 games left, and Game 5 is ready to go, Jack.
Ladies and gentlemen, this crowd has been incredible live here at the Arthur Ashe Tennis Arena in New York City. Which region will reign supreme? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The battle bus has launched. Game 5 is underway.
For the last few matches, Jack, we've seen some relatively contested, popular drop
Ready,
zones. I've been
Nicola?
watching on Twitter, and a lot of people have discussed whether or not Loot Lake right now is one of the hottest drops in the game. You have a number of duos, high-power duos that have dropped there consistently thus far. Do you think going into this Game 5 and 6, we're gonna see similarly contested early drops, or are people gonna change up the strategy with the amount of prizing on the line?
I think the thing that we've seen so far is the teams that stick to their strategy are the teams that are, you know, staying out on
Ese
top.
pinche mal que hablas.
Placing Sap and Zayton, for example. Wouldn't be surprised to see people stick with their normal game one more time. Again, as Sundown did a great job of highlighting, Dr. Lupo, one big performance, 12 elims in a victory royale, 22-point game would shoot you way up the leaderboards.
Oh yeah.
So you can't count yourself out yet, as we do see our last match winners currently on our screen.
4, 6.
Contested there.
Creo que
Nyrox
eran
dropping in an
80,
early
0,
baller, a very pivotal piece for late game survival. Going to farm up all the materials he can inside. Not going to smash too much of the outside until maybe the last second, just to prevent any reveal of his own position. He's just going to go ahead and move on out. Actually does see targets down below. A couple attempted shots. That scope, they are accuracy at this level. Going to have to be very key if you're going to try and pick up an elimination that early. The scope might be exactly what Nyrox needs to establish yet another elimination to put himself higher on the leaderboard of his duo.
Remember, the scope, the assault rifle, a hit scan weapon. You aim, you point, you shoot. If it's on him, it'll hit him. And these guys have pinpoint accuracy, as it's known. You know, when you land on the southwest side of the map, if you don't land in an exact big area, it's a very scrappy start. It's a lot around getting a baller, rotating on through, and just trying to, pick up one chest here, loot one building here, and piece some things together. It's known how tough it can be, but Nyrox and Aqua currently on their way. Let's shift our focus towards Neo Tilted here. You see Mongrel and Mitro, who so many times have been contesting here with Clicks and Skeptic. Clicks and Skeptic so far, pretty quiet day today, Dr. Lupo.
I would agree. 4 duos, though, in Tilted. Going to be interesting to see who opts to take an early out. Maybe go for the ballers that spawn in that slipstream around the outside, or maybe get a little aggressive and push on another team that spawns in there. Potentially from an earlier game, though, Skeptic hopefully learned his lesson. You don't want to L the camera necessarily too early.
Yep.
Love to see the confidence, though. He's a very confident player, which does not surprise me. Extremely skilled, so that kind of gameplay, you're going to see it from Skeptic on and off the stream and on and
Como
off
que
the
tiene el
land here.
cuerpo muy feo, no sé.
Arthur Ashe Stadium, one of the coolest streams I think we've ever done this in.
No sé, pero el Mongrel se lo reventó bien
Walk
chido.
on through, you see all the tennis greats, and I hope they put up a poster of the winner of the Fortnite World Cup there. It's Serena Williams, Sap and Zay.
Honestly, it would be incredible.
It would be,
Siempre caen ahí, ¿verdad, güey?
People would be confused
Sí,
at all.
hasta en las de
Maybe it's the start
clasificación ahí caen.
of a great legacy here at this arena, but right now you begin to point out Mongrel and Mitro landing here every single game. 4 teams, though, still in Neo Tilted. When will the battles begin?
Están
97
separados.
players left. Every duo still represented.
Crazy powerful loadout. You saw he has 4 shadow bombs this early in the game. Those are incredibly powerful going into late game, especially when you're attempting to avoid confrontation as much as possible until just the right moment. You can shadow bomb out of almost anything. Granted, the people that may see you rotate don't have pinpoint accuracy,
Right.
which honestly is typically the case in a lobby like this.
Well, we go ahead and look at Lucky Landing right now. 2 teams currently here. This has been the case so far this game. Gustavox, 8, and Wishy DP up against M11Z. from the duo right there.
At this point, yeah, I was going to say, it looks like they're just opting to do a little bit of a split here. Just watching the opponents move around down below. They don't necessarily have to push just yet. They do have a little bit of time before the storm starts to make a move here. So pressure is going to be applied before you know it. Going out like this, there's no shotgun in the inventory. You have the shockwaves to rotate if you need to, but those are oftentimes saved for late game if you can do it. It's an easy way to push through opponents' builds that are above you, as we've seen in previous matches countless times. Take the high ground without maybe being challenged. The only downside is you put yourself way out in the open. We did see a number of players get eliminated on the fly, literally, while shooting through the air with a shotgun. So we'll have to see. Shots are behind Gustavix 8. Knocked down, no shield remaining.
Wondering if Daedra and M11Z decide to push off his Wishy. Reveals that he does have that heavy sniper grenades coming up. Quick little reaction right there to box up for a brief moment. But remember, when you get that shield broken, there is a unique animation and sound effect. So Daedra and M11Z know that Gustavix up top has no shield left, and that heavy sniper rips through the wood right there. Good coordination to get some damage done on this player.
Saw Daedra holding that edit, that pyramid at the top, so we can look through, and shots from the duo up above, Wishy and Gustavix. Well coordinated. No push yet. This is kind of a stalemate at this point, which for all four of these players may end up fighting them in the back. That being said, Wishy, the fly in right there, pushing up, trying to get past, moving over to this brick pig, and make their way into maybe a little bit of side cover.
Shrine made for me on the map is.
Pobre chinito, ese igual en la pasada le fue mal. Se lo quiebran.
Looks like Daedra and M11Z did what they
Está
wanted
bien.
to, which is to push them out of Lucky Landing. Not sure if they're going to continue to pursue this. It doesn't appear so right now. And all things considered, I don't think they need to, right? They can go back now, farm up this whole area, check for the certain loot spots that may have been missed, and continue to get materials now. Moving towards Dusty Divot. Rogue members Tetra and Eclipse currently building on up with players just below.
Clicks and Skeptic, the duo underneath. A little bit of a split for Tetra and Eclipse. Hopefully does not come to bite them in the back. We'll see here in a second. Eclipse pushing up, trying to match position with Tetra. Shots on the baller. You don't want to see those things last too long. Nobody was in it. It was just rolling down the hill.
And this could be really useful, Ben, because the players down low that are going to get by this airstrike, I believe it's Clicks and Skeptic, are only building with wood, and wood gets shredded on through. And Skeptic, because of that, now down to just 25 HP, and that might be the green light for this duo to push on forward.
Sí, anda
One
jugando.
player challenging up top. Eclipse has him trapped in the box. Does take a little bit more damage. It will be a build battle for height. Eclipse with a ton of materials, but look at the elimination feed. Tetra with the elim on the Skeptic, so it's a 2 versus 1. Clicks all by himself.
Even if there's a sacrifice in the 2v1, that 1v1 afterwards and the pickup to revive your teammate might be the best play. We'll see here in a second. Pressure from above, not yet. Clicks all in his line.
What the fuck?
Take just a second and heal up. Any chance you can get to get a little bit of HP might be the key to staying alive.
And this is where I believe adjustments need to begin to be made, right? Eclipse and Tetra, as they push on forward. Clicks now all by himself, try to force him to happen. There's no shot right there as he goes down. The day of struggles for Skeptic and Clicks continue. But the point I was going to make right there is, now you're getting to a point where you need to go and push those limbs if you want to make the climb back up that leaderboard. Eclipse and Tetra obviously still have some work to do. In that 2 versus 1, before another team can begin to push on in and try to steal that last elimination, they have to force the 2v1. Thankfully, Clicks does it for them. They get the free limb and win that fight at Dusty Divot.
Meanwhile, Saf and Zate, first game winners, current leader. Saf beat from above. Oh my gosh, the heavy snipe to knock the pyramid, and immediately capitalizing on Saf being exposed, leaves Zate in a 1v2. A little bit of a panic, and the Shadow Bomb may or may not be enough. Right into the slip and try and sneak away. Run down in some previous builds. That's a quick pick off there from 4CR.
And that's the second time we've seen that today. The player with the heavy sniper, they can see that the pyramid is being edited on through and peeked through. So they immediately call that out. They time the shot alongside AR shots, or that one I believe it was actually shotguns. And Saf is eliminated before he can even build a single wall. As right now it's Zate all by himself, moving towards the northeastern side of the map. Pressure plant. Our mech friend no longer there, but Nyx just took a ton of damage. Close by, I believe. Did he get sniped? I think he got sniped.
I believe he did. So not quite a bit of healing though. Slurp, minis, that campfire, all going to be big there. You see he's waiting for the campfire to finish. He's going to pop that slurp, get back to 100, 100. Meanwhile, Airwax, Nikov owning the top of the ship here. Just taking shots at anybody that rotates. That high ground advantage, even early game. We look at it a lot late game. Yep. A lot of the build fights and late game rotations are capitalized by players that have the high ground advantage. But even early game, high ground gives the ability to scout. Aiden, Sean. Sean goes down. Aiden, an attempt to push on through and try and pick up the elimination on his opponent. Quinton inside the box there, does knock the wall out, picks up the materials, and grab the card of his teammate.
I was going to say, I think that the teammate was not. So it is a 1 versus 1 in this fight. Aiden at max HP gets the high ground for the moment. Quinton, absolute the health disadvantage. Aiden most likely knows this, continues to push for this elimination, wants to clean this up as quickly as possible. Wondering if Quinton has any traps to be used right here. Doesn't appear so as of right now. That edit was just missed by Quinton as he tried to go push back up to the high ground. Just get above. Aiden pushes on in, spraying. Unfortunately, not able to connect. Takes damage right there. Quinton, a masterful fight so far. Aiden's health advantage now gone as they're about 15 HP between each other. But Aiden has the chug splashes, and Dr. Lupo, they show off just how good they are right there.
Quinton stuck all the way up top, popping that med kit, trying to get back to 100 HP. Aiden and Quinton in a little standoff here, a back and forth of epic proportions. Quinton, there's the storm, a bit of pressure. You got above, trying to watch that, holding that pyramid edit to the peak. Trying to catch himself up inside the pyramid by resetting. Can't quite do it. Does fight for high ground. Aiden on controller. Don't forget that. One of the best controller players we've ever seen. 101 HP remaining. These inside the box fights, the combat for who can own a wall, the back and forth is insane.
Aiden
se
trabó, güey.
Aiden can't quite get that pyramid edit and gets caught in his own door.
Did he miss? Yeah, I was gonna say, I think he missed the edit out. Did wind up building a door, and Quinton makes it back in time to grab the reboot card. So Aiden and Sean go down quite early in game number 5. 74 players remaining. Storm Surge still currently in play. Zayt and Sap far above it at 385 damage above. Shouldn't really have to worry about that too much. As Zayt is in another skirmish right here. Dr. Lupo not deciding to use the chug splashes to get that health up.
An interesting note here, you see Zayt taking single swings the wall that he doesn't own. He's attempting to bait the player from stopping a heal. He wants them to disengage from that so he can basically force a fight. He doesn't want them to get any of that HP back.
You got the floor.
Shield.
And he already had that wall!
Oh my gosh, and Tux goes down. What an angle shot from Zayt there.
And that right there is Zayt baiting his opponent into making that exact move. What you just saw was why Zayt has remained one of the best players in competitive Fortnite from the very early days. He replaced the first wall before that fight even began. Then he moved towards his opponent, shot out the floor to push him towards the wall he already replaced. And once he did that, once the player ran and thought he was safe, he quickly hops on up, edits his own wall that he placed earlier, and gets the free elimination. It's one of those plays that separates Zayt from the millions of other players that play Fortnite.
There's a reason they won that first game, Jack. It's going to show through and through throughout all these matches. Ziff is called on your screen here. Game 5. 2 matches remaining.
It's a very easternmost zone, Dr. Lupo, so you're looking towards it right now. Lonely Lodge will still narrowly be in play. Outside of that, just the drone ship from up above.
The right side of your screen, don't get the format for these. Oh, Quinn goes down.
I think he got caught with his build still in his hand. He wasn't expecting it.
See the blueprint out. You hate to see that. The victory royale worth 10 points. Top 5 is 7. Top 10 is 5. Top 15 gets you 3. And every elimination, that single point and every elimination, so valuable in 6 matches. We're not looking at the same 10 that we saw in the qualifying weeks. You have only the 6, but it's a guaranteed 6. You have to take advantage of every elim you can, because looking at the leaderboard like Sundown did earlier, 17 points at that time spread 1st to 10th place.
Yep. Here the fights continue. Tyler 15 and Lanane in an awkward position right now as Tyler 15 has gone down and there's pressure from both sides. And you've got to think these players know exactly where they are, and that's what they're going to do. Already 4 eliminations between Forziar as well as Noward, and they're trying to get this wall replaced. They've got one. Did he get the pyramid as well? I can't tell as of right now.
Interesting note about Tyler 15 and Lanane. They had planned to run just the first qualifier, week 2 together. And if they did not qualify for the World Cup, they agreed that they were going to try and hook up with their normal duos.
Yep.
And lo and behold, they qualified for the World Cup, so here they are. They have not spent a whole lot of time together, and it's amazing to say that because the cohesion between those two, oftentimes when we watch them, they're on top of each other's game the entire time.
Yep. And that's why they've made it this far. 65 players left. The next storm surge could be happening soon. You see the shockwave grenades used as Crims right now eats a rocket to the face, down to just 79 HP. Thankfully, if you're a Crims fan, he does have 5 minis to pop, 2 big shields. I'm sure Spades, Spades is full health, so I was gonna say, I'm sure Spades, if he needs some shields,
They are good to go. They are good to go.
Spades, Spades has needed more AR ammo to keep shooting, Dr. Lupo.
Exactly. Hold down that left click and see what you can get. Especially in situations like this, we even saw that kind of thing happen in the Pro-Am. I think Tim the Tatman faced attacks from multiple sides while in the box.
It happens.
Number of players, so the ammunition does get chewed through quite quickly.
Absolutely is. You see where all these players are stacked up. Rote DW and Blue T taking over that main lodge right now. Sid's Lucky. Don't see the duo anywhere, so Sid's Lucky might be all by himself at the moment. 62 players left. Zate, remember, by himself. Saf did get cut down earlier on, and it looks like Vinny also all alone. Maybe Zexor dropped earlier on in this game too.
Going into these late games, Jack.
Yeah.
Especially when we're on the second to last. Pressure is at an all-time high for some of these players, especially the ones that have never experienced a LAN event like this. And this is the biggest one that Fortnite has ever had. Do you think they're going to be able to capitalize on that, take advantage of their own nerves, and use that to climb the leaderboard?
I mean,
or is it going to get the best of them?
I'm just really, I can't even speak from experience on this. I mean, yeah, sure, I played at a few Pro-Ams and sure outplaced you, Tim, Ninja, well, basically everyone yesterday as I got top 8, and that was an incredible performance that I'm truly proud of.
Jack, you outplaced us in both winnings and wake.
But as we take a look at this again, I actually forget what I was going for with this because I was complimenting myself so much, but Nate Hill and Funkbomb, 2 players who've had a very quiet day so far, 4 points up to this game. They've matched that in this one alone, so they're at 8 overall, and well, that's that moment we're talking about. With the shield broken, the entire lobby has decided you are the player we're gonna shoot at, and Nate Hill is burning through materials. This is looking like it's gonna end right here for this FaZe Clan duo. Nate trying to make it through. Just a frantic flint knock shot. At that point, it's desperation. 6 total builds, no healing, only 34 HP.
Imagine if Nate had caught. Wait.
Did tag him. And no.
Gospel side is caught between multiple teams. Players rotating into the zone. Players that were originally taking shots. A tough break there in Game 5 for Nate Hill and Funkbomb.
Keenstar and Hunter do wind up finishing off that elimination with the help of Serpent and crew. 57 players left now. This zone, Ben, is in the middle of basically a forest, but most trees are now gone. I'm looking at the minimap right now. This is a pretty central zone where everything's remaining. So players on the outside will need to move in from all areas. The zone pushing forward. Here are Mitro and Mongol. A quiet game so far. 0 eliminations up to this point. The question remains, will EU climb up into the top 3? They're just on the outside right now. I know this is NA home turf, but I know the hundreds of thousands of European members of the Fortnite community are out there rooting for duos like Mongol and Mitro to pop on up. And unfortunately, when I mentioned EU duos, I just saw Benji Fishy and Mr. Savage go down to the duo of Arkram and Falconer as they continue to perform well, a team also in the top 6.
Not out of this just yet. 1 game still remaining. This circle, a east-southeast push. This is the 50-50 where you're going to see a number of players sit inside the next safe zone and take advantage of that ability to watch people rotate in. That's where a lot of the eliminations mid-game happen, is people trying to get into the next position. And players like Mongrel, Mitro, they are in spots to take advantage of that. That being said, Ronaldo does take out Mitro in the feed, picks up that elimination for the duo. 28 duos remaining. We're not even close to placement points yet. That happens at 15, Jack.
Yeah, and Mongrel knows this. When you look at his inventory right now, no combat shotgun, still this epic tactical shotgun, quite good. The big question for me, 2 shadow bombs, all the movement, how exactly does he play this? Mongrel looking for an elimination, shot comes on in, does get a small little shield tag, but not too much to begin to push that. Good job at least getting up this layer of height. Remember, it's so tough in elevation here when there's so many builds. Bottom right of your screen, another solo still remaining. It's Zate, who still has, I believe, 3 shadow bombs left, Dr. Lupo, to make plays in the late game.
greatest players we've watched thus far. A lot of people just waiting to see how things are going to play out. Mongrel holding this edit. He's waiting for that opportunity to pop up with that purple tag. So he can do enough damage to pick up an elimination or at least a knock, especially as we get into the circles where movement of the entire zone is going to happen. A knock will translate into a full elimination. The siphon will kick in. Shield. Those last second heals before things start to move, those are huge. They give you that little boost you might need to engage another fight on the move. Falconer, Arkram sitting in a great spot right now, kind of smack dab in the middle of the current safe zone. Yeah. We have 21 seconds before this circle starts to move.
I mean, I feel like this duo hasn't been spoken about a ton so far today. They're currently top 5, Dr. Lupo, in another place where...
Incredible players.
Yeah, they can absolutely make some noise right here in this one if they can finish strong. Remember, other teams in the top 5, they'll still have representation. With Zayt still in this one, Falconer and Arkram. Arkram quite weak at the moment, though, about 120 HP in total. 27 duos left. If you're keeping in mind the format of this game, it's top 15, and they're going to go ahead and shockwave across. They both use one shockwave together, and now the push begins. Falconer slowly inching towards this zone. He's being pressured by some stinks at the moment. Only 7 total builds left. He's got to follow up his teammate, and that's a great recovery by this duo. He's made it back to Arkram, but look at the high ground, folks. The battle begins now. Aqua and Nyrox are winners from last game, already back on height, and high ground has been the key to victory so far today.
Just underneath Airwax, the back-to-back Pro-Am winner, and his duo Nikov below. Previous game winner sitting all the way up on top. Cease and Elevate rotating across the very front of the circle. You see players flying across the current safe zone. The shockwave grenades so key in movement late game right now in the current meta. Players on bottom fighting it out. Only a few ballers left in play right now, and they're most likely, if not already, going to be eliminated very quickly.
19 duos left.
Aqua on the top. He'll come floating back down here in just a second.
Battle still going. Nyrox and Aqua off the high ground. No one challenging for it as of yet. You got Elevate and C still on the low ground. Punisher there as well. Mongrel still making plays happen without any movement items left. We are one team away from placement points being earned, and there it is. We are now in our top 15.
Zayt getting caught off guard from behind. Name drops in.
He wound up
just outside of placement points.
Zayt and Saf will not earn placement points this game. The lobby beginning to drop like flies, and look on the high ground still, folks. It's Nyrox and Aqua setting themselves up for a great spot at the end of this game. 2 players still left in ballers. Somehow, Mongrel is, oh no, he goes down right there. 11 players
Es que no suben, güey, se la pasan abajo.
High ground still Aqua and Nyrox. They have absolute ownership of
Ve los de arriba, qué fácil, güey.
so long as they stay on top of their material count. They don't get overzealous with those builds. You have to savor those because right now there's nothing left unless you pick it up from a player that gets eliminated. Item at the edge of the zone goes down. Spray from that minigun from Aqua. He is not letting anybody move unchallenged right now.
So powerful. 2 duos left. It's Aqua and Nyrox, Cease and Elevate. The rest are all solos down low. Clusia with the elimination on a Chapix. Cease and Elevate deciding to drop down low because I believe they're out of builds. They just got to go brawler mode right now. Cease getting chunked by this minigun of Aqua as he continues to rain down fire. Down goes Cease. Elevate now weak as well.
The circle's moving back the other way. Wolfies is at the forefront right now in one of the best spots because all those builds potentially already owned. He can just make his way on through without challenge.
Skype trying to challenge for high ground and gets absolutely beamed. Daedra and Wolfies in this game as solos. Clusia as well. Aqua and Nyrox. Could they get another victory royale? Currently at 5 eliminations this game.
Aqua, stick grenades from above, still riding the minigun, still 250 small ammunition remaining. This thing is so punishing from above. You have that high ground advantage. You have the shots on Wolfies from above the elimination, a 3v2 situation. Aqua, Nyrox looking to pick up the first World Cup back-to-back victory royale, Jack.
Pressure coming on in, they drop down low, the tag's coming.
Dos veces ya, güey, no mames.
There it is! A 17-point performance from Aqua and Nyrox as they win it again.
That alone those two games may be enough to push them all the way to the top of the leaderboard, and they are one game away if they can hold that from $3 million.
My goodness, folks, here it is again. Aqua with that minigun up top just made it impossible for any other team to even try to contest them on high ground. They send Nyrox down, Clusia there as well. Here Clusia was doing everything he could, but again, when you're at a number disadvantage, Dr. Lupo, a health disadvantage, when you're on the low ground as well, I mean, I just don't see how you can win the game. He tried to edit him down.
Ahora sí, que se pongan sus skins, ojalá. En esta partida sí les fue como que muy mal a todos, ¿no? Al Mongra, al Mitra, al Savage.
Much deserved as they take the victory royale.
The reactions from these players are one of my favorite parts, especially at this level, Jack. Yeah. One game remaining. World Cup Finals Duos competition, and the best players we've ever seen in any lobby, literally ever. Yep. And we're here along with literally 18,000 people at Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Yeah, and they are enjoying themselves here today. What a feeling it has been. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage so far of the Fortnite World Cup Finals live from New York City. A reminder for the millions watching online right now, we still have another day of competition, and tomorrow it gets even more intense. The solos competition will be underway. Tifu will be involved as well. I'm sure a lot of people here looking forward to that, as it is going to be one to remember tomorrow. There's no duos that can save you. There's no reboots. It's you and you only. The nerves will be at an all-time high.
Who do you have? If you look at the entire list of everybody for solos, real quick, one or two names. Who do you think's going to do well?
Oh, gosh. Well, I'm looking at anyone who's double qualified. For me, right off the bat, as people that could be favorites. And, whoa, we just got the standings. And now I'm completely shifted focus. Saf and Zayt still in the lead.
3 points, Jack.
Yes.
First and second are
ellos vienen hasta el segundo.
The two victory royales now.
Mongra y Mitra bajaron punto.
Definitely moving them way
Ya bajaron
second place now.
EU and
el
NA.
Savage, el Benji.
Oh, yeah. Is there, right?
Twitter's talked about it about 1 million times.
Es la
Reddit
última.
says it over and over again.
Híjole.
EU versus NA, and I think right now this leaderboard
Ojalá esté bien chido.
but the competition on both sides is huge. Page 2 on your screen now, Jack.
And there's Benji Fishy and Mr. Savage, 12th place right now, 25 points. The difference between 11th and 20th.
Están a 7 puntos Mongra y Mitro de alcanzar el primer lugar, güey. Si ganan, güey, ya ganaron ellos.
One game left. Everything on the line here. Players preparing for this one.
Pero es que los pendejos se van por abajo, güey. No entiendo por qué.
And what we saw right
Tienen
there
que
was
buscar la
them
cima.
in second place.
Ahí
Exactly where
está
they stand. Remember,
difícil.
when tiebreakers come into play, that second victory royale
Está
can make a
difícil.
major difference. We are almost ready for this last game here, but we want to take a look back at game number 5 with Ball.
Thank you so much. Courage, the action is crazy and this leaderboard is so tight at the top. We're going to take a look
Hay güeyes
at
que
some
llevan
moments
cero.
from Zayt and Saf's game, because Saf actually went down early. So let's go ahead and roll it, because this is
Todavía
Zayt
los dos
being
últimos
300
con 0
IQ,
puntos, nomás había
using the
dos.
sound of the slipstream. This is something he
Ya te
does
digo.
so well. Crouching up. These players have no idea he's coming in. Finishes off the first one right away. That's Forwin.
No, ya nada más hay un dúo que es
X
Mende y
and then Zayt ends up going
XXM.
down, tries to get the wall replaced for
Son
a
los
bit,
únicos que no tienen
but
ningún
continues on forward,
puntito.
gets back up.
No matan a nadie y generalmente son llegan al top 40. No más.
And if you think about the standings right now,
O sea,
they were
hace
at
los 10
40
primeros en
before
morir.
this game began. They got 3 points in this one here by himself. That's what kept him
Maldita
in the
sea,
lead here
pobrecito.
today. Right now,
Van a estar pasando mal.
finally picking up folks on the outside of the zone. That's perfect play from Zayt. Didn't get quite top
Ese
15,
escopetazo del
but
Zayt
he did
estuvo
get this
bueno.
one last elimination, and that is what is keeping them in the game right now. You have to remember, they did not play too well in the last game. They accrued a little bit of points, and they're doing it again. They have to have a strong game here. But when you think about the rest of them too, Mongrel and Mitro, they had only Mongrel for a little while. Vinny and Zexro, they only went down to Zexro as well. So clutch is all up. I mean, it literally, it comes down to one per player's performance. I can't wait to see this last game. Gentlemen, please, if you don't mind, close us out.
Thank you, Balla. Great stuff as always. And whoa, oh there, okay, okay.
Marshmello joining us on the cast.
Yeah, I think that's basically exactly how it works. Now we have a little bit of special announcement for everyone live in the venue right now. Pay attention, Fortnite World Cup attendees, to celebrate the 1 p.m. Marshmello live performance on Sunday. Tomorrow, the first 2,500 fans to enter the Arthur Ashe Stadium will receive a Marshmello cosplay helmet to wear during the performance. The first 400 fans to enter the stadium will also receive the Marshmello supply drop codes. These special codes contain the Marshmello outfit, the Mellow Rider glider, the all-new Mellow Mallets pickaxe, and 1,000 V-Bucks. Also, the first 10,000 fans to enter the stadium will receive Fortnite-themed thunder axes to make noise while cheering on their favorite players during the Fortnite World Cup Finals. Doors to the Arthur Ashe Stadium open at 11:30 a.m. tomorrow, so you want to make sure you get here early to make sure you get your seat. I'm looking forward to that.
Can you show me the axes, please?
I mean, look at this. You know how loud this is going to be in here tomorrow when you're banging these around, when you can annoy your siblings with these when you end up going home with them. I don't want to give everyone any more ideas, but I'm ready for that performance. It's going to be an absolute blast. I know, I'm sure everyone here looking forward to that as well. Marshmello is so much fun to watch live, but this is it. Dr. Lupo, at the end of this game, we will crown the first ever Fortnite World Champions. I cannot believe we made it here. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. $15 million on the line here. 3, 2, 1.
Jack, 10 weeks of practice.
Los hijos de su puta madre.
Constant hours of scrimmaging against each other. These players know each other's strategies.
Ojo.
They know where they're going to drop. They know when they will and won't pressure. This is going to be intense. Everything comes down to this last match.
Por favor, que se hayan puesto la skin chida, que no hayan puesto.
Aquí va la definitiva, bro.
La buena. A ver, Mongrel, el Mitro, que show. ¿Te imaginas que la gane el Savage, el Benji? Así que en la vuelta, que hagan 15 kills y que la ganen. ¡Hala!
Aqua on your screen right now. Saw making a drop down to the southwest corner of the map.
El Aqua.
I think you stick to it, right?
Ya ganaron 2.
Right now, who will win which region will take home the Fortnite
llamas.
Champion title?
Y mira, hay un dúo que cayó en Salty. Están solitos y tienen una llama.
That will end their duos competition just like that before Aqua and Nyrox have even landed. That's tough, Dr. Lupo.
Feels bad.
Feels bad, man.
Tried their hardest on to the next one, you know. Aqua, quick little note there, dealt 1,152 damage in the last match, over 3 times higher than the match average of 335. I think that goes to show just how involved Aqua and Nyrox love to get when combat situations arise, an opportunity to third party, take shots at players on rotation. Yep. Those damage numbers add up in a big way, and most of the time to eliminations. Jack, every elim's a point. Placement is huge as well. We have Zin and Nyx. Duo for Brazil looking to make shots here. Players over at Snobby do pick up that first elimination. Twiz goes down. His duo nowhere to be seen just yet, but that elim is big for them, an early point, very key. Format on the right side of your screen, if you forgot.
Y ya bajaron a Benji.
That little evil base.
Benji.
Sorry, the bolt action sniper rifle. Temporarily vaulted.
Sí, mira, esos que ganan bajar primero al Mex, creo que al Mex son los que no llevan ningún punto. Pobrecitos vatos, no les fue de la shit.
Shockwave grenades picked up, 20 total builds possible right now.
Kingstar.
200 HP, so they have all the shields they could ever want.
Es el único. Sí, te digo, aquí está la tabla de clasificación, solo hay uno, solo hay un team con 0.
No, pobrecito.
Kingstar es el único chino que me cae bien.
Uy, valió verga la idea.
¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? Yo no vi, apenas vi.
Lo salvó, güey, ese güey.
there goes Aiden and Sean. They now exit the World Cup duos as well.
Vale.
More pressure though. Jay and Little also dropping here at Paradise. These
Algo
highly
así,
contested, very important POIs are big. Oh my gosh.
Vámonos.
Anda rusheado el perro.
Shockwaves in, stink grenades deployed, and there it goes. The elimination comes on through as they got the scent of blood and like sharks in the water chase down their opponent.
You can't really blame them either in situations like this, especially the World Cup. If you get a knockdown, if you're in a 2v1, you're even willing to
Sí, mira,
sacrifice.
el dúo se llama X-Mende y XXM. Esos dos no llevan ni uno.
¿Y ya los
Ni un
mataron?
puntito, aunque sea. No sé, me confundí de players.
That's not a lot in Fortnite, but no, trust me, right now in a lobby like this, they're going quick. And I will say this duo of Daedra and M11Z, if they can make it to late game with the assault rifles
A ver si ahorita en esta
they
hacen
have a
uno,
legendary
aunque sea.
assault rifle, Dr. Lupo, and an epic infantry rifle. Both of those can shred. And as we know, editing out windows, finding opponents who are rotating, maybe hitting a slipstream or in shadow form. Some well-timed AR shots can mean quick damage and eliminations.
We're going to have to see going into the late game if this aggressive gameplay continues. 30 seconds until the circle moves. Meanwhile, over at Neo Tilted, we've seen this 2v2 so many times. Clicks and Skeptic versus Mongrel and Mitro. The high ground taken all the way up top. Pressure from
Mitro
above.
ahí está.
Clicks looking to see if he can hit a shot.
Clicks. Mongrel está arriba. Uy, 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 uy. Se le subió el Clicks.
Pero le tumbó 113 el Mongrel.
¿Mongrel a Clicks o Clicks a Mongrel?
Mongrel a Clicks.
Pobre Clicks, lo tumbó 2 veces el Mongrel el día de hoy.
¿Lo mataron? ¿Mataron a Clicks?
No, aún no. Bueno, según yo, no.
No, güey, se alcanzó a escapar.
Y el Mitro.
Vea cómo lo dejó el Mongrel, güey. No es porque ya se tomó escudo, güey.
Clicks and Skeptic have the ultimate high ground from above on this fight, beaming that baller. Can't quite see if they got the break just yet.
Mitro está tocado.
Separated, Mongrel and Mitro not going to be as effective as Clicks and Skeptic when it comes to
Uy, güey.
applying pressure to a single target. And that's so important because if you can get a shield break or even a knock because you've shot the same target, like you've beamed them down, you push your shots through their builds to try and counter it. It's so much easier when you're standing on top of each other. That might
Se van a la verga.
be pivotal in deciding who wins the current 2v2.
Yeah, and they're going to go ahead and back that up. I will say, Skeptic basically saves Clicks right there, who was down to just 28 HP.
Que los deleteen en el aire.
Skeptic, if they get there in time, they get the minis popped as well. Landjock and Punisher, who had some early exits in some games. The beginning of today, looking to see if they can end on a high note right now. One chunk splash used to get up to 157 HP. Landjock with the elimination down on the 2 Lanane. As they continue to bust on through. 2 versus 1. Lanane dead. They get the full elimination. Chug Splash unfortunately missed right there as he was shockwaved away, but he'll hop right back in to help us do it.
Drop in, fighting the same box. Tyler 15 goes down. That kind of 2v1 is tough. You're stuck inside the box with both opponents. There's kind of no way out, especially when some of the walls may not even necessarily be yours.
Clicks. Lo están rusheando.
Y todavía no muy tan adelante.
XXM and X-Men. Now the fight begins.
Ahí van, mira, esos dos, el XXM y el X-Mate son los que no llevan ningún punto. Y ahorita ya mataron a alguien, ¿no? Ah, y se están rushando a Clicks. Ok, ok, a ver. Vamos, compañeros, este uno.
Uy, lo mataron, güey.
Ahí está, ya mataron al Clicks. Ronaldo mató al Hunter.
Skeptic 150 HP eats the stink grenade to the face again, and with only 2
Adiós,
builds
Clicks.
left, Clicks now knocked and nades flying on in. Oh, the 150!
No mames, se mamó.
Can Skeptic clutch right now? You see the panic stink, he actually stinks himself right there. Skeptic with no builds, relying on just his hand cannon. Can he get the full elimination with the extra HP?
No inventes.
Fall back and eliminate Clicks right now. Skeptic looking to try to cut down this player. They have knocked. How many mats will he get? Looks like 12 total builds. Might be a difference maker in this one. Wall in place, not going to happen as of yet. Tries to get a shot.
No, los mataron.
Pobrecito, güey.
From Skeptic.
Un punto nada más se llevaron.
And you see, shakes his head right there. Does get the job done.
Pero $100,000 nadie se los quita, güey.
Shot from the hand cannon, 150.
Oye, no, pero el
Swings the battle
in his
Yo me iría feliz, güey, con $100,000.
teammate, no problem, as Skeptic gets the job done.
I said it before and I'll say it again. He's one of the most confident players that we have seen in the World Cup, and right there,
Ya le registraron sus 2 puntitos.
to bait a shot so he can hit that 150 with a hand cannon.
¿Está subiendo la tabla en tiempo real?
Simón lo acabo de ver. Y se fueron con sus 2 puntitos.
And guess what? As the player went down to thirst his teammate, well, things worked in his favor as he hits
Y van
the shot.
Satisfied, los favoritos, los ganadores. Ojo.
Heading to this game, currently at 0 points earned so far, but still in a position where they can earn a lot off placement and finish strong to be crowned world champions. We'll see if it goes their way. They do have 1 heavy sniper, 4 shadow bombs. You see in the inventory of Sap, and a launch pad too. So a lot of items to use in the late game, Dr. Lupo.
Another player flying in, Wishy DP, Gustavox 8. Duo running below, Stompy, Shinken, a duo that I want to have
¡A la madre!
We see a quick little edit fight here through the wall.
Uy, güey.
Pick off
Stampy.
inside their own build.
Zexor and Vinny, I believe, were top.
Ah, me sabía un cuerno azul, ¿por qué no lo agarró?
This game, so an unfortunate ending for them, and all things considered, you know,
Qué buena,
Stompy
la de
and Shinken
Stampy.
were a duo with an average
Ella tiene cara rara también.
qualifiers of 1.8 across the 5 weeks.
I think it was the highest average of any duo.
And we haven't really seen them
Este
today.
el Mega y el
So finally,
Dux.
seen a little bit from that duo, as many people had very high expectations.
Uy, uy, uy.
Chapix
Uy, uy, uy.
running away right now, nearby as well.
Applying some pressure there to a ramp being built up.
Chapix.
Kind of all by himself between 2 duos here. Dubs and Mega, the heavy snipe to drop Dubs down. He's going to have to build back just a little bit, reconnect. Make sure your structures are held up by more than just one there, and somebody's got their eye on Dubs still. Going to jump inside a pyramid, hold that in. Mega sitting up on top of the windmill.
Vamos, amigo.
Just kind of waiting at this point. They're just barely, you saw for just a second.
Yeah.
67 damage above the threshold.
But look, because it's a 70-player threshold and this lobby has dropped quicker, Storm Shield pops up, 1 player gets eliminated to drop the lobby down to 69, and immediately the storm threat is over. So Storm Surge pops up for a second, but
Mr.
the Storm
Savage, mató a
Surge
alguien.
shuts down on this second zone when the player count drops below 70. So only 1 player had to go down. That's exactly what happens. So the players below the damage threshold right there do just escape for the moment, as the threat is gone for right now.
1 minute remaining to the next circle. The final match for the duos competition here at the Fortnite World Cup. Still anybody's game. Like you said, $15 million on the line, and Saf and Zayt are really pushing for that first place position. Applying pressure from above.
Pinche Optic, ¿por qué no mete clan, güey?
Ya sé, el Optic sí me gustaría verlo.
Optic siempre le partía su madre a Face en Call of Duty. Ay, güey.
I was literally about to say can still go down to a heavy
¿Qué
snipe to the
pasó?
body,
Estoy
and
viendo.
that may be exactly what happened. Luckily at that range, Zayt can still pick Saf up.
Uy. Pobre Saf, no. Aqua mató a Mitro.
Neta, apareció.
Simón. Sí, lo vi arriba. Aqua mató a Mitro.
Saf knocked. It looks like Zayt's going to try to go for the revive, and no one's nearby. Talk about a perfect scenario for them to be able to get a revive in. That could have spelled disaster. But up off the ground goes Saf, and they can breathe a sigh of relief as they're both back in play.
Looks like the players that took the shot sitting at that modern building
Sí,
on the
güey.
lake, the north side there.
Hombre,
Still
arriba
inside
de-
the safe zone.
¿Quién mató a Mitro?
Spread of all these players starting to
Aqua,
tighten
el
up.
ganador de las 2 pasadas.
Mongrel, one of the
La
most
madre.
popular
Está el Aqua, está el Mongrel.
Mongrel, Mitro, 10 points behind
Ahí lo está
first,
Mr. Savage,
2
¿no? Creo que lo
points
alcancé a
behind
ver.
fifth overall going into this match. They are so close to the top of the leaderboard, Jack. Saf and Zayt, by the way, first.
Y no trae ninguna kill.
Keep watching exactly where the players stack up. Mongrel, all the pressure on
Lleva
him.
buen loot.
There's one thing you can see. Legendary rocket launcher.
Trae 3 Shadow Bombs.
Incredible performance of his
Es
entire life
Rocket.
is if he can somehow get high ground late game and use the maxed ammo rocket launcher to just fire down shots and get
Ah, no mames.
an 86 tag right away with that legendary
Adiós,
strike.
clics.
Sees the build.
take any shot he can,
Ojo.
any damage he can deal. With eliminations, even just 1 or 2, maybe Keys is lucky, and Brush flying in. Right-siders, just a second. Meanwhile, Aqua, Nyrox, back-to-back winner.
Se lo quebraron
to
con
pick
mi
up their
granadita.
third duo victory royale. Intersecond catches an opponent inside the same box.
109, güey, le da.
Ahí ve loco. No, si ganan otra vez.
Y van con todo ellos, la neta, güey.
It's an opportunity to make this comeback happen and a potential win for the European region. I just saw Chicken go down
¿A quién
the
mataron?
elimination feed, and they've
A
got
mí
chug
y a
splashes
Puss.
galore. Still get back up to full health and still scrappy.
Es que esos vatos ya están confiados después de ganar 2 seguidas.
0 points on the board, and they are nowhere close to earning placement points at this one.
A minute remaining before the next storm. They're going to have to position
Alcanza a
themselves
revivir al
to
Saft.
move
Saft.
before too long. Pressure is going to happen on the rotation. You're going to see players in positions to take advantage of people moving in from the outside of the storm. When we get to circle 5 to 6, when the half and half happens, that's kind of when everything gets a little crazy, right? Yeah. The elimination feed is full of players getting knocked and finished by the storm potentially. You have duos going down at that point, but right now Saf and Zayt biding their time. They don't want to burn too many materials. There's certainly 60 possible builds in Saf's inventory, 50 in Zayt's. Don't have to move just yet.
Reminder for everyone watching at home, this is our final game today. At the end of this, the score will be tallied and we will crown our first ever Fortnite World Cup champions, our Fortnite World Champions, live from the Arthur Ashe Tennis Stadium here in New York City. Stay involved in the conversation. Use that hashtag Fortnite World Cup before, well, everything goes insane in these next few moments. The 4th zone has popped on up. 56 players left, 34 duos. Who will take the final victory royale?
Now, Rojo and Wolfies all the way up top, on top of the hill here. They do have at least one baller. They have an opportunity to move. Looks like Rojo's going to make that move. Wolfie's just kind of waiting, biding his time, maybe looking to take a shot at somebody. Baiting your teammate, not the worst idea. Rojo's going to move down.
Pobre ese niño ni alcanza la silla.
Farm up everything that he can. Materials, like we said before, we'll say it again. You always see late games where it comes down to potentially who does and does not have builds remaining. So getting those couple materials can be key. Wolfies, snipe shot there. Looks like nobody got connected with it. Waiting above 107 builds in that inventory. And Dubs down underneath. Literally right next door. Bell, Mongrel, across the street, 4ZR and nowhere. Saf and Zayt. So many players bunched up in the same structures right now. This might be the time for players like Mega and Dubs to take shots through. That's why they're editing the windows, looking for players rotating, or even getting pressured from others that may be around them to shoot it on those same surfaces, see if they can pick up those eaters.
Remember, Dubs and Mega currently top 5 in this tournament. Still looking to be able to break on to make some noise. The battle for first continues. The top 5 duos still all in play. Storm Surge did just pop up, but it's only for the top 50 players right now. So 2 more players need to drop, and Storm Surge will be over.
Just a quick note, I saw on the feed a moment ago, Nyrox, one of the back-to-back duo winners, picked up an elimination on Skeptic in the feed.
Dude, this is so close.
Tough day for them, but yes, 31 duos. More than half of the lobby needs to go down before we even get to placement points. And Nyrox and Aqua are sitting on 4 total right now, which is huge for them.
They're already in the next zone. They're on the high ground. They've got 5 shadow bombs, near max materials, 4 shockwave grenades, already 4 limbs. Ben, they could somehow do this. They actually are in an incredible position to win another game, and there they just eliminated
Estos güeyes llevan 5 kills.
Elimination for Nyrox and Aqua. They've already got another player down to just HP too.
At this point, imagine 3 victory royales in a row for this duo would be absolutely definitive that this is one of the best, if not the best duo in Fortnite right now.
This is insanely intense right now. So much on the line for these players. They're boxed on up. Keep in mind, the average age of the players here today, 16, and what is that update?
That's
Nyrox and Aqua.
Jackets 1 point from first and second.
Point away from first, but there, Zayt gets it a limb. Now 2 points away again. Saf with it a limb as well.
It was the same player. It was the
okay, there was the knocking limb. Okay, but still, Either way, within a couple points of first place, and on the top left,
Mataron
the team
al
in
vato.
second. On the bottom right, the team in first. Who will become the first ever Fortnite World Champions?
¿Cuál vato? Mongrel mató a dos, güey.
Hola, yo todavía no lo veo.
Mató al Dubs y al otro güey.
¿Y al Mega? No
Ah,
mató
no,
a Dubs.
nomás a
No,
Dubs.
¿Quién?
Nomás mató a Dubs. El Mongrel a Dubs. Es que la primera es de bajar y la segunda es de remate. Cuando dice knockdown, o sea, es que uno está noqueado y one dead. Está muerto, bien grita bien loco.
A la madre, güey. Chotela ahí.
And getting 5 extra elims, which put them into the top 3 after just game number 1. Now it's Mongrel's turn to do the same. The new pickup for FaZe Clan looking to clutch on up. Putting shots down range. I believe this is Mega, one of his teammates on FaZe, who's on the other side of that medal, and he's not relenting with this pressure. Both of these duos actually in our top 10.
Sí, ayúdale, amigo, ayúdale. Le ayudaron, güey.
Sí lo mató, güey.
Sí lo mató, güey, le ayudaron, güey.
Y eliminó a Mega, ahora sí. Ahora sí mató a los dos. Al Dog y al Mega.
Lleva 3 kills el perro.
Está bien,
Tiene que subir, tiene que subir.
Está difícil. Ah, el Mitro vale pa' pura. Por eso no clasificó en solo. Por eso nomás en dúo lo acarreó el Mongrel.
No, güey, se bajó.
Lo tumbaron, ¿no?
No, él se cayó con la granadita, no la atinó. Ya estaba arriba. Ahí está el Savage. Está a un lado de Mongrel.
Ay, tío. Y entre Mongrel y Savage generalmente gana el Savage.
Ya que no tienen dúos, que haga team, güey, con ese güey. Si pasaría algo así de que hagan dúos con otro güey, los descalificarían, güey.
Sí, creo que sí.
Uy. Uy.
No, güey.
No mames, a 1 de vida, güey.
¿Qué pido?
No, güey, ya lo mataron.
Sí, había 1 de vida.
A 1 de vida se escapó, güey. Pero ya lo mataron.
4. Pero hizo 4 muertes, no está mal. Creo que también mataron a Mr. Savage. Mongrel en solo va a funcionar más. Aqua, nomás Aqua. A ver. No, ahí sigue. Ya murió Mr. Savage. Nighthill está toque. Adiós, Nighthill. Esos de arriba están peleando el high. Uy, Epic Win. Hola. Qué buena.
Aqua ya murió, güey.
Está bien.
Chiquinstar ahí sigue en el bolonche.
Nomás el Kingstar. Yo nomás le voy a ir al Kingstar.
Ese güey en el bolonche, güey, nomás.
El rojo.
Debería aprovechar y subir con el bolonche. Ah, vale verga.
Still a full duo though. There we go. Elevate goes down. Cease eliminated as well. It's 4 solos remaining. These are the final moments of the duos competition for the Fortnite World Cup. We have 4 players remaining with Arkram sitting at the highest.
Le tocó montaña.
No, güey, lo chingaron. Ya valió madre.
Arkram versus the player up top. There's just no way. There's just no way. Arkram knows 6 limbs, but 4ZR in the end will take the final game with the victory royale. 10 placement points earned.
Ah, puto chino.
Performance in the final moments right there. As that was our final game. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for all our players today.
Y es del mismo equipo, y es del mismo team del Aqua. Y es del mismo team, es esa cosa azul. O sea, del mismo team, no del mismo, o sea...
Ah, ok, ok.
Still a beautiful performance at 16 eliminations. Or 6 eliminations, sorry, and second place in that one.
Como quedaron primer lugar. Aqua. Ganaron el Aqua y el Nido. En segundo lugar Rojo, es neta. Ay, Mitri Mongral sexto, Dubs y Mega séptimo.
El tercero quedó Mongre.
No, Mongral quedó en sexto.
¿Cuántos se llevaron esos güeyes?
¿Quién sabe? No sé. Pero ve, el Seit y el Zap quedaron hasta el cuarto. Quedan en esta última partida. Arriba se puso el ROM.
¿Ya se acabó?
Ya fueron las 6.